This skeleton, just for a few bottles of calcium, is willing to become a servant and is trying its best to help this young man escape danger. Just because after transmigrating, he immediately discovered that the original owner of this body, Shunyi, had his soul taken by a curse. At the same time, he also discovered that he unexpectedly has the ability to summon a door leading to all the myriad worlds. Through this gate, he can travel to different worlds and embark on adventures. Thereby, he can train and make contracts with various monstrous creatures. Only in this way can Shunyi become stronger and find out who is plotting against him. But it seems like the first monster isn't very friendly. Just after a simple greeting, it almost sent this young man to the afterlife. At this rate, how can he successfully make it sign a contract to protect him? Just when he didn't know what to do, the young man suddenly remembered. This skeleton is all bones, so it definitely can't digest him. So he pulled out a few bottles of calcium supplements and promised it that as long as it guaranteed his safety, it wouldn't have to worry about lacking nutrients. What the heck is this, dude? Using health supplements to lure monsters? The journey to collect super cute pets officially begins. This unlucky guy was pressured by deadlines, leading to sudden death. He then accidentally transmigrated his soul into the body of a young man named Shunyi, completely taking over his body. But the original owner's cause of death is even more puzzling. Shunyi accidentally picked up a cursed statue and had his soul captured. Before he could recover, he heard the system's voice in his ear, informing him that the statue was the key to opening Doraemon's magical door, leading to a different four-dimensional space. Following its words, he looked dumbfoundedly at the door in midair before him. As the system displayed information, it will be your world-connecting ability. He stared blankly at the crimson words on the door, Nightmare World. The system spoke again, you will enter that world, which is also the place where I am imprisoned. Human, keep getting stronger, then come to the depths of the dream world to free me. By then, I will definitely repay you. It also didn't forget to add, human, before that, definitely don't die. Then the voice disappeared, leaving him bewildered. Shunyi 2.0 hesitated in front of the door, because he knew that inside, it was guarded by a dark soul, a skeleton named Phelan. But for this important matter, he still resolutely opened the door and stepped inside. He thought communication is the foundation of humanity. Although that skeleton is dead, he was once human. Perhaps he could negotiate with him so that he could become a powerful assistant to help him against the pursuit of the unknown enemy. But when he stepped inside and faced Phelan, he felt a little apprehensive, his initial resolve weakening considerably. Shunyi introduced himself nervously. Hello, my name is Shunyi. Inwardly, he commanded, polite mode, activate. Phelan only let out a silent groan, looking down at him. Seeing this, he continued timidly, I'm sorry for disturbing your meal earlier. Actually, I want to be friends with you. He rejoiced inwardly. Good. It seems like the charm is working. Shunyi continued, His words were cut short as Phelan's crimson skeletal hand reached out and grabbed him. He quickly backed away, yelling in surprise. Then he blurted out, do you have to be so violent? I just wanted to talk to you. As if enraged, Phelan slammed the iron door flat. At the same time, Shunyi was thrown back onto the hospital bed, crying out in pain. He muttered, that was dangerous. If the door is broken, it'll disappear immediately. The gray love token is really trash. I wonder if I can get a new one this time. Just then, the system popped up. Love token appraisal can only be used once per day. Today's uses have been exhausted. He clicked his tongue as expected. I can't farm infinite love tokens. Shunyi shouted again, hey, the door. He thought to himself, asterisk if the skeleton keeps blocking the door, I won't be able to get a better love token tomorrow. The assassin could come at any time. I don't have much time to waste. I'll bet on my reputation as a top salesman from my past life. I must win you over. Asterisk in reality, he had been a salesman in his previous life. He opened the door and called out, excuse me, sorry to bother you, I'm back. However, Phelan continued gnawing on the door. He raised his head, the sound of crunching echoing. But to Phelan's surprise, Shunyi reappeared beside him. He said, it's useless. He chuckled and reminded him, you can't eat me. I can freely travel between the two worlds. We can only communicate. Phelan ignored him and continued destroying the door. Shunyi reappeared a short distance away. He asked, do you want to hear my proposal? It seemed that Phelan realized he couldn't destroy him and started to leave. Shunyi called out in a panic, hey, don't go. Shunyi pointed to his severed arm that I've noticed it since earlier. You're injured. When you were eating that person, your left arm, which was broken, gradually grew new bone. Not only your left arm is injured, but your skull, ribs, and spine also have many injuries, right? Hearing that he was right, Fei Lan stopped. Xunyi held up his phone, displaying a bottle of calcium pills. He began his sales pitch. Although I can't let you eat me, my world has many things that would be beneficial for your bones if you consume them. For example, these calcium pills are specifically used to treat bone and joint diseases. There are also many other things that are more nutritious than me. He tried his best to persuade Fei Lan that if we were friends, I could buy them for you. After all, we have a saying in our world, one would sacrifice themselves for their friends, let alone just buying some calcium pills. Of course, in my opinion, if it were you, sacrificing yourself wouldn't be a problem either. Finally, Xunyi asked anxiously, so what do you say? At this moment, a strange power appeared. That power gathered in Fei Lan's hand. He thought that Fei Lan would attack him. Asterisk, still no good? Looks like I have to think of another way. Asterisk, but that power transformed into a piece of paper with scribbled writing. He received a contract. Xunyi rejoiced. Oh, it's a contract. Success. Written on the paper was signature, the Darkbone Mother, the ghostly executioner king, the defeated Mctika ruler. He was a little surprised. Asterisk, this monster's background is quite astonishing. Wait a minute, why are there ellipses after the last part of the name? Asterisk. After the ellipsis were the words, Battlefield Acquisition Officer of the 5th Squad of the Skeleton Army. He understood. It turned out to be a very minor official. The paper continued to display text, the content of a contract, an equal exchange. I remember 7,000 years ago, humanity at that time, relying on their talent for creating culture, art, and science, caused the eternal destiny bell to ring 20 times. The situation at that time, even the gods narrowed their eyes at humanity. I hope you can help me restore my power. I have never signed a contract with anyone other than a god, so you best understand the value of this contract. This is a fair contract. If either party is dissatisfied, both sides can cancel the contract at any time. Please sign your name on the line below, and this contract will be established. Signed, Xunyi cautiously placed his hand on the contract. He used his finger to write his name. Xunyi, the human who overcame the 10,000 demonic curses, the gatekeeper between nightmare and reality, the only one who controls the space of both realms. Even Xunyi was a little surprised by his own background. It turned out he had this kind of status. The contract was complete. From then on, a connection was formed between Fei Lan and him. In an apartment building, Mother Shun spoke. Xiaoyi, you just got out of the hospital. If you're not feeling well, you must tell Mom and Dad immediately. In the next few days, just stay home and rest. Don't put too much pressure on yourself about other things. She handed him a bottle of medicine. Here, these are supplements. Take them on an empty stomach to nourish your health. Father Shin was holding a bag and said, and the calcium pills you need, I bought them. Here you go. He accepted them gratefully and said, thank you, Mom and Dad. Mother Shin comforted him. We're family. What kindness. Just as long as you're safe and healthy. That's more important than anything. He felt a little emotional in his heart. In his past life, he was an orphan. How wonderful this feeling of being cared for by family was. Suddenly, there was a knock at Shunye's door. The person knocking was Officer Wang. He politely said, hello, we are the police from the East City Precinct, in charge of the case related to Xunyi. Officer Wang said, every year, many cases like this happen. There's no way to predict them. When encountering something like this, you can only accept it. That's right. We're also helpless. Fortunately, Xunyi has recovered. This is considered a blessing in disguise. Xunyi silently cantarit. No, the original Xunyi was killed long ago by the monster summoned by the curse. Every bit of his vital energy sucked dry. He asked with a hint of sadness, could it be that the next time something similar happens, everything will be left to fate? The two officers could only remain silent upon hearing this. Just then, Fei Shuyan spoke up. Xunyi, I know you're not in a good mood, but I have to tell you something. His face darkened as he affirmed with certainty, the higher-ups have approved it. Soon that hospital will be abandoned, and no one will be allowed to enter. Don't worry, there won't be any new victims. Xunyi was secretly surprised. 3 stars on the police badge, unexpectedly a sergeant, so young. Then he replied, thank you for telling me this. I'm just afraid that someone might want to target me. He immediately countered, you're just a middle school student with extremely simple social relationships. We haven't found any such enemies. Then the 2 officers turned to leave. Fei Shuyan said goodbye. That's all for now. We still have duties to attend to. We won't bother you any longer. Xunyi watched their retreating figures and began to ponder. It seemed the curse level of the myriad tribulations Devil King was very high. Not only could the police not handle it, but even the government was helpless. It was clear that even the police were afraid of this matter and didn't dare to get close. His face was extremely tense as he continued to think. However, Shun Yi was just an ordinary 8th grader. Who would use something so powerful against him? That evening, Fei Shuyan unexpectedly returned. Shun Yi called out in confusion, "Officer, didn't you leave? Why are you back?" He walked over and handed Shun Yi a business card. "Here, this is my card." Shun Yi hesitantly accepted it. "Yes, thank you." Fei Shuyan explained his reason for returning. "If anything unusual happens, call me." After he left, Shun Yi pondered, Officer Luo Fei Shuyan. It seems not everyone in the police station is incompetent. He held the business card, constantly asking himself, can I trust him? Or rather, can he help me? It seems he isn't acting on the orders of his superiors, something that neither the police station nor the government can interfere with. What can a junior officer like him do? Shun Yi's expression became more cautious than ever. Moreover, now everyone knows I'm still alive. The assassin definitely won't let it go. He thought of his parents. If this isn't handled properly, it will also implicate my family. He stood up, extending his hand, determined in his heart that I must become stronger. Shun Yi called out, "Door." An iron door appeared in front of him. When he opened the door, he smiled. It was the smile of a professional salesman. He shouted, "Big skeleton, are you there?" The thorny skeleton on the ceiling moved. Fei Lan appeared. Shun Yi offered the bag of medicine. "Here, I brought you your calcium tablets." Fei Lan pointed at Shun Yi's pocket. He took out his mother's medicine bottle and asked, "What's wrong? Do you want these supplements?" Fei Lan created a long sheet of paper from its energy. A blue crystal appeared from the paper. It desired the more effective supplements in Shun Yi's hand. As a battlefield scavenger, it chose a relic of enemy soldiers from some of the spoils of war it had collected, wanting to exchange it for Shun Yi's supplements. Primary Glass Nightmare, crafted by a high-ranking elf from the skeleton's old enemy. It can impart a certain knowledge, skill, or awareness to the user. In nightmares, war is the eternal theme. All knowledge of civilization revolves around rapidly improving combat effectiveness. Shun Yi accepted it. Glass that can impart knowledge and skills? Not bad. Sounds pretty interesting. Suddenly, the glass made a cracking sound, then shattered into pieces. At that moment, the system announced, "You have learned Moonlight Deer Run, the primary movement technique of the soldiers of the elf race, the undead race where the skeleton resides." The war with the elf race has lasted for years. To fight against the undead, the elves created this movement technique. It can help the user evade, advance, and blend in. He felt a surge of power flow in his body. Moonlight Deer Run. I didn't expect to trade a super tonic pill for the elf race's movement technique. Now I have the basic ability to protect myself. Suddenly, the calcium pills floated out of the bag one by one. They slowly flew into Fei Lan's hand. Then his figure retreated into the darkness. Shun Yi muttered in confusion. He retreated into the darkness? What's going on? We already signed a contract. Why is he still being so mysterious? After that, he didn't pay much attention to it. Forget it. I should still study the movement technique, Moonlight Deer Run, that I just obtained. Suddenly, there was a rustling sound outside. He guessed, sounds like my parents are back. I should go back to my room first. At the same time, the system popped up, first form of the Moonlight Deer Run movement technique, evasion. Required agility, 3 points. Currently assessing your physical aptitude. He immediately asked, this is just like a game. How can I improve my agility? Suddenly, a strange voice rang out. Unexpectedly, you're still alive. How is that possible? Shun Yi was startled. He immediately turned his head. A figure appeared outside the window, hanging upside down. The figure stared fiercely at him. Let me see what kind of skills you have. The assassin lunged down from above. The blade in his hand aimed directly at Shun Yi. Without hesitation, he swung his blade horizontally, but Shun Yi was a step faster, tilting his body to dodge just in time. Immediately after, the assassin landed on the ground. He looked at Shun Yi and couldn't help but praise. Good moves, kid. Facing him, Shun Yi trembled involuntarily, screaming inwardly, this is so dangerous. He quickly retreated, still in disbelief. An assassin? He came so fast. Quickly regaining his composure, Shun Yi smiled, looked at the person in front of him, and asked, hello, May I ask what business you have with me? At the same time, he secretly activated polite person. The assassin didn't bother to reply, immediately swinging his blade fiercely, shouting, "Fool, die!" Faced with this sudden attack, Shun Yi quickly dodged, sighing inwardly, "It's completely useless." The higher the level, the stronger the effect. The current level is great devastation. While dodging, Shun Yi thought to himself, so this is a low-level charm. No wonder it's sometimes effective and sometimes not. Damn it, I still can't use Moonlight Deer Run yet. Seeing this, the assassin just snorted coldly, just like a slippery fish. As soon as he finished speaking, he immediately pointed a gun at Shun Yi, shouting loudly, "That's just child's play. Your agility can't dodge bullets." Shun Yi grew increasingly anxious, inwardly exclaiming, "I'm screwed." The system then spoke up, reminding him, charms can be devoured to gain attribute points. The higher the level, the more points you receive. Like grasping at a lifeline, he exclaimed, "What? Charms can be devoured? Why didn't you say so earlier?" At the same time, he silently activated Devour Polite Person. The system quickly reported Devour successful. Without hesitation, Shun Yi immediately commanded, "Quickly increase my agility." The system replied, "Agility increased from 2 to 3. Moonlight Deer Run, first form, evasion, activated." After activation, Shun Ye's entire body suddenly lit up, startling the assassin. He took a ready stance, aiming straight ahead at the door. With that, Shun Yi immediately dashed inside, leaving behind only the open door and the assassin's incredulous gaze. He instinctively got up and rushed out. Don't even think about running. In front of the assassin was a dark, empty cellar. He froze, exclaiming in disbelief, "This is a secret passage." Just as the assassin realized this, Shun Yi had somehow appeared behind him. He looked at him, smiling, "Goodbye, Mr. Assassin." The door slammed shut. The assassin roared, swinging his blade as he charged back out. "I've got you now. Prepare to die." But what awaited him was a horrifying monster, Phelan. Phelan reached out and grabbed him. The assassin grew increasingly terrified, the veins on his face bulging. In the darkness, only a cracking sound echoed. Everything ended, leaving Phelan standing there alone. Shun Yi leaned against the door, panting. He cursed under his breath. "Damn it, that was too close. I'm afraid more assassins will come looking for me. I can't delay a single moment. I must quickly find some skills to protect myself." Immediately, a green light appeared before him, accompanied by a contract, a living sacrifice that satisfies the other party. Following the principle of equal exchange, the other party offers an item, and it is recognized by the contract. Before Shun Ye's eyes appeared the Thuong Bak AM on crown and the silver war medal. Seeing them, he couldn't help but be astonished. What? 2 items at once? And they're both green-grade items? Without hesitation, Shun Yi immediately read each line of the description. Thuong Bak AM on crown, a green-grade equipment, excellent quality. High-level illusion magic from the deep abyss. Wearing it allows one to disguise themselves as a spirit life form. Silver war medal, a symbol of military achievement of the spirit forces, only awarded to soldiers with meritorious service. Wearing it allows teleportation to the spirit territory. Shun Yi chuckled and tried on the crown. This skeleton is actually quite practical. At first, it wanted to eat me, but now, after seeing the value of the transaction, it's giving me good items one after another. Immediately, he transformed into the form of a spirit. Looking at his reflection in his phone, Shun Yi cried out in surprise, "Holy crap, I really turned into a spirit. This is amazing. Tomorrow, after I get the Love Bomb ability refresh, I want to go to the spirit territory and loot the place." Just then, a knock came from outside the door, accompanied by a voice, "Hello. Is Shun Yi home?" Shun Yi immediately became alert. Who is it? He thought to himself, who's knocking? Could it be another assassin? From outside the door came a call. "Brother Yi, is that you? Are you okay?" "That's great. It's me, Chun Hao Yu." Shun Yi thought, Chun Hao Yu, Shun Ye's good friend. That day, Shun Yi went to the hospital to visit him. He changed back to his original form and quickly walked to the door. "Come in," he said. As soon as the door opened, Hao Yu rushed forward and hugged Shun Yi. "Brother Yi, you scare me to death." He continued, unable to hold back his tears. "I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I caused you such a big problem." Shun Yi immediately comforted him. "Don't blame yourself. It was just bad luck. I'm fine. I'm still healthy." Mother Shin walked up from behind Hao Yu, surprised. "Isn't this Hao Yu? Are you here to visit Xiao Yi?" Seeing his mother, Shun Yi quickly looked out the door and asked, "Mom, you're back? Why are you alone?" "Where's Dad?" Mother Shin replied, "Your father went to find your grandfather. He's seeing if they can help us by some tonic medicine. Have you taken the great tonic medicine yet?" He nodded. "Yes, I've taken it." Hearing this, how you couldn't help but be surprised. He exclaimed, "Great tonic medicine? That medicine is extremely rare. Even rich people can't necessarily buy it. Your family is truly hiding their wealth." Mother Shin gave a wry smile that it took a lot of effort. Chen Haoyu looked at Shunyi and sighed. "Shunyi, your parents are so good to you. You have to recover quickly so you can take the high school entrance exam." Hearing this, Shunyi was momentarily stunned, thinking to himself, asterisk the high school entrance exam, right? The original owner was a middle school student. Asterisk he was currently going through the crucial high school entrance exam period, but because of the curse, Shunyi had missed the first exam while he was in the hospital. Chun Haoyu lowered his head, sobbing, "I was top of the class. I definitely could have gotten into a key high school. It's all my fault." Mother Shin quickly comforted him. "Don't blame yourself, Haoyu. Although Xiao Yi missed the first strength exam, as long as he does well in the second agility exam, he can still get into a regular high school." Shinyi looked at his own hands, thinking to himself, asterisk this world's high school entrance exam is different from the ones I've taken. Besides the academic subjects, they also test strength and agility. These are attributes. No wonder Moonlight Deer Walk has an agility requirement. Asterisk. After hesitating for a long time, Shunyi finally remembered his current situation. Asterisk, but I'm currently being hunted. Going to school is equivalent to putting myself in danger. Asterisk, thinking of this, his whole body couldn't help but tremble, a reaction that Mother Shin quickly noticed. Shunyi hung his head, thinking to himself, I should still give up. Mother Shin didn't say anything, just quietly looked at her son. Then, she slowly extended her hands. By the time Shunyi realized it, he was already in his mother's embrace. Mother Shun hugged her son and gently comforted him. "If you don't want to take the exam, it's okay." Shunyi found it increasingly hard to believe. Mother Shun continued, her voice full of tenderness. "Your father, and I only hope that you are healthy and safe." That's enough. These words seemed to give him strength. Shunyi took a deep breath, quickly calmed down, and then said with a smile, "Don't worry, Mom. Don't I know my own abilities?" Seeing her son like this, Mother Shin didn't say anything more, just smiled faintly, pride shining on her face. Shunyi looked at his mother, thinking to himself, if I said I wanted to give up the exam, she would definitely agree happily, but I can't do that. Immediately afterward, he said firmly, "Tomorrow, I'll go to school to participate in the intensive review sessions." In that fragment of memory, Shunyi caught a glimpse of his grandfather. Shunyi's memories kept flooding into his mind. His grandfather and his clan seemed to have an extraordinary background with vast resources. He also saw images of his parents with him when he was young. However, the relationship between his parents and his grandfather and the clan wasn't good. His parents had never asked his grandfather for help. They relied on their own hard work to make a living. Although their family was ordinary, they lived quite well. Thinking of these things made Shunyi even more certain of one thing. So they couldn't afford that tonic medicine. The more he thought about it, the less he could give up. Asterisk, they must have worked so hard, swallowing their pride to beg grandfather. Their son, Shunyi, is already gone, so I can't let their suffering be in vain. Asterisk, thinking this, he immediately called out, "Mom, I'm so hungry. Make me something to eat." The next morning, at Shunyi's school, looking at the pile of books on the desk, he muttered to himself, Body, Introduction to Spiritual Power, Strength Training. Shunyi picked up a book and carefully examined it. This world's subjects are really different, he thought. With so many people in the school, they wouldn't attack in a crowded place. If I can get into a good high school, there should be many talented teachers who can protect me. As Shunyi was thinking, a boy stood before his desk and called out, "Shunyi, Zhao Yibing is looking for you in the hallway." Hearing this, he was slightly surprised. Zhao Yibing. Shunyi quickly walked out. Looking at the girl in front of him, he thought to himself, Zhao Yibing, I remember she's Shunyi's friend. She used to stick to him every day to discuss studies. Shunyi asked, "Are you looking for me?" Yibing glanced at him briefly and then said, "I heard you're back and preparing for the exam. I did very well on the first subject, and I'm confident about the rest. I'm sure I can get into the provincial key school." Hearing this, Shunyi smiled. Is that so? Congratulations. Seeing that he completely missed her point, Bing said directly, what I mean is, don't come looking for me anymore. As soon as she finished speaking, the surrounding people immediately started whispering and gossiping. Someone laughed and shouted, drama, drama. A boy wearing glasses yelled, come here, come here. The school beauty is dumping Shunyi. Ignoring the noisy laughter around them, Bing continued, Shunyi, what I mean is, let's go our separate ways. Sooner or later, we'll have nothing in common because of our different social classes, so let's not continue this. But we can still be friends. Shunyi remained silent, thinking to himself, I clearly missed one exam, and you still want to come here and play this game of kicking someone when they're down? Isn't that a bit much? At the same time, Bing took out her phone and continued, I've deleted all our contact information. I hope you can live well in the future. Shunyi really couldn't hold back anymore and said in a cold voice, I remember that for the past few years, it was always you coming to my class to find me. I've never taken the initiative to look for you. Zhao Bing, I never wanted to be friends with you. The exams are coming up, so I hope you can practice what you preach and stop bothering me and affecting my studies. Bing's face flushed red. A boy beside her deliberately taunted. Before, Shunyi was the top student, and Zhao Bing clung to him. A boy with pink hair exclaimed in surprise, what? Now that Shunyi missed an exam, she wants to draw a clear line in public? That's a bit much. Seeing the situation getting worse, Xiaomei immediately rushed out, pointed at Shunyi, and loudly questioned, wait a minute, Bing gave you so many gifts. How can you talk to her like that? Shunyi, you're so disappointing. He looked at the girl curiously and asked, who are you? Bing turned her face away, tears streaming down uncontrollably. She choked back a sob and said, Shunyi, I thought we were friends. Shunyi couldn't help but sneer inwardly, playing the victim card, not letting me leave. It seems like you're determined to kick me while I'm down. But you underestimate the level of this Brother Yi gold medalist. Thinking this, he calmly replied, Zhao Bing, it's true that I accepted your gifts, but accepting gifts doesn't mean I have to accept you. The noise around them grew louder. That I accept. I agree. Here comes the classic inequality, using magic to defeat magic, not wanting to prolong things. Shunyi immediately turned to leave. That if you truly want what's best for me, then you shouldn't use those gifts to tie me down. I have the right to pursue someone better. I have nothing to say to you. If you want the gifts back, I'll compensate you. Having said that, Shunyi stopped, turned back to glance at Bing, and declared resolutely, but don't even dream of being friends with me. Just then, Fei Xian spoke up, Shunyi, I know you're not in a good mood, but I have to tell you something. His face darkened as he affirmed, the higher-ups have approved it. That hospital will be abandoned soon, and no one will be allowed in there anymore. What? 2 in 1 go. And they're both green-grade items. Zhao Bing's face flushed crimson, tears streaming down her face. Xiaomei yelled angrily, Shunyi, you scumbag. Everyone around started cursing him. Shunyi listened half-heartedly. Shunyi, you jerk. This is awful. Zhao Bing has always had deep feelings for you. So what if your grades are good? You have no respect for girls. Scumbag Shunyi, come back here. Don't betray her sincerity. Bing tried to mediate. No, it's not like that. Shunyi, we haven't talked this through yet. Xiaomei comforted her. It's okay, Bing. That kind of guy isn't worth it. Shunyi thought to himself, asterisk something feels off. Although everyone seems to be helping me, I clearly came here to dump her. The situation seems a bit wrong. Now it's like I'm the one being dumped. With so many people watching, how am I supposed to face anyone after this? Asterisk suddenly, Tun Ming stood in front of Shunyi. Stop. He gritted his teeth and furrowed his brows. Bing hasn't let you go yet. Shunyi stared. Isn't this Tun Ming, the third-ranked student in the entire grade? School's about to start. Move out of the way, don't block me. Tun Ming threatened, raising his fist. Shunyi, you've been absent for a few days, haven't you? Your information is outdated. My power has skyrocketed. You're no longer the top student. If you don't want a few broken bones, apologize to Bing right now. Shanye Sikit, just apologize to get this over with. Student Tun, are you mistaken? Zhao Bing asked me to come. I wasn't clinging to her. He paused. Fine, whatever. I'll apologize. He turned to face Bing. Did I apologize? You win. Tears welled up in Shun Ye's eyes. Zhao Bing, you can continue to harass me. Are you satisfied now? He turned and ran, leaving everyone stunned. Bing stammered. Wait a minute. I didn't mean to pressure you. Don't listen to Tun Ming. She was mortified inwardly. Asterisk, what am I saying? Why did I say I didn't mean to pressure him? Asterisk. This idiot Tun Ming has made my head spin. Tun Ming realized something was wrong. Asterisk, damn it. I clearly came to help Bing Bing. How did it turn out like this? Asterisk, he swung his fist. You little brat, I'll teach you a lesson. Before his hand could touch Shun Ye's hair, Shun Yi sprang forward and grabbed Tun Ming's wrist. Everyone's jaws dropped. Tun Ming was kicked. Shan Ye landed lightly. The murmurs grew louder. Did you see that? What was that? That speed. He seems much faster than before. If he put his full strength into that kick, Tun Ming would probably be unconscious. Tun Ming couldn't react in time. Shun Ye's eyes swept coldly over everyone that I already apologized. Why are you still threatening me? Turning around, Shun Yi saw a blue light, which was Yuexia Lu Xing. Just then, a teacher appeared. What are you all doing gathered here? The mock exam is coming up. Hurry up and go to the stadium to assemble. The others scattered. Hurry up, or she'll hit us. It's a pity we didn't get to see these two fight. I wonder how spectacular it would have been. Tun Ming glared angrily at Shun Yi. Shun Yi, this isn't over yet. Shun Yi snorted. The scene shifted to the school stadium. Chen Haoyu ran over to Shun Yi. Brother Yi. He chattered excitedly. This test takes forever. Look how many people are in line. It'll be a while before they call our names. A new comic book store opened behind the school. Want to go check it out and then come back? Shen Yi remembered something. Chen Haoyu had reminded him. Yesterday, he was so tired he fell asleep on him and hadn't gotten his love fluff. He could take advantage of this time to get today's love fluff. Shen Yi declined. That I'm not going. You hold my place in line. I have a stomachache and need to use the restroom. Shen Yi looked around furtively and snuck off to the restroom. He pushed open the door of a stall and rushed inside. A shadowy figure followed him, appearing behind him. The figure slowly approached the stall Shun Yi had entered, holding a sharp weapon. Slowly, he checked each stall, looking up carefully. He was startled to find no one there. Where is he? I clearly saw him come in here. The scene cut to Shun Yi, who had transformed. Shun Yi was searching for something. Skeleton? Oh, it's not here. His foot stepped on something. Crack. Under his foot was a gun. It was the assassin's gun. Shun Yi picked it up and examined it. I could see even his bullets. Nice. This will give me something extra for self-defense when I go to the elf territory, even though I've never touched a gun before. He held the silver war medal. I don't know where the skeleton went. Oh well, time waits for no one. I should hurry. A blue light appeared around Shun Yi, forming a circle beneath his feet. Suddenly, a voice echoed. Human. You may have heard this before. It's you, Shun Yi thought, recognizing the mysterious voice. The voice instructed, I truly don't have the energy to do much more for you. Take this. This is the token of humanity. The blue light intensified, transporting him away. The blue light brought Shun Yi to a place surrounded by vegetation. He slowly sat up. Ouch, I'm so dizzy. Did the teleportation succeed? This is the territory of the Tin Na clan. Shun Yi pulled out a dagger and examined it. This short sword is what that mysterious voice gave me. Why did it give me this? Someone spotted him. Who's over there? Several figures gathered at, Fallon. Shun Yi repeated the name in his head, Fallon. They looked at him with disdain. Humph, you finally arrived. You're late. If you hadn't shown up soon, we would have declared the mission a failure and gone back to report. Shun Yi explained, there were some complications, so I'm a little late. All three of them wore the Thuong Bak AM on crown. They, like him, were not true elves. One of them turned to Shun Yi. All right, you finally made it. We've gained the elves' trust. They think we're wounded soldiers returning from the battlefield. Tonight, we'll assassinate their leader and steal their treasure. Fallon, are you ready? Shun Yi reached up to adjust the circlet on his head. Of course. My hands are itching to get started. They cried out in alarm. Don't do that. Shun Yi rubbed his head in confusion. I just wanted to adjust it. It's not very comfortable. Idiot. How can you remove the Shadow Moon circlet? If your true undead identity is revealed, we're all doomed. Olhat saw the... Shun Yi thought to himself. So, the metal and the circlet are the same. These three are also undead. Shun Yi pointed to himself. Don't worry. Fallon, will handle this flawlessly. You better, Shun Yi thought, cursing the skeletal figure. He's the Fallon they're talking about. It's clearly his mission, yet he's dumping it on me. They quickly ran off. Let's go. To the elf village. Hurry, Fallon. Your tardiness has already cost us a lot of time. They ran incredibly fast. Shun Yi had to push himself to his limit just to keep up. These undead are incredibly powerful. Reaching their destination, they hid behind a tree. We're here. Entering the village requires the chief's permission. This part is easy, just showing you metal. What part is dangerous then? Shun Yi thought, sweating profusely. Finally, we're here. 10 more minutes of running, and I would have been exposed. One of them radiated a murderous aura. Of course, for tonight's assassination, the three of us will provide cover from the outside. You're responsible for the kill. Shun Yi was incredulous. Kill the chief. You? All three stared at Shun Yi. That's right. What? Are you going back on your word? He had to feign a sinister demeanor. Go back on my word? Never. My blade thirsts for blood. Leave this task to me. They grinned. Good, good. Shun Yi forced a smile, cursing inwardly. Damn it. If I refuse, these undead will probably kill me on the spot. But assassinating the elf chief in their own camp? That's practically a suicide mission. They stopped at the village gate. Our comrade has arrived. Please allow him entry. Shun Yi thought, well, I'm dead either way. That skeleton wants me to be his scapegoat. The guard looked them over. Silver war medal. Open the gate. He's a valiant frontline soldier. He politely led the way. Come, follow me to the chief. They followed one by one, the villagers waving in welcome. There were many beautiful elves. The guard led them to a doorway. Please enter. The chief knows you're here. He awaits you. One of them gestured to go see the chief. Brother, we'll rest here and, wait for you. Shun Yi thought, yeah, wait for me to make sure I don't run. He entered alone. Damn, I've been dragged into this conflict between the undead and the elves for no reason. But on the bright side, if I succeed, maybe I'll get a huge reward. He stepped inside, and the door slowly closed behind him. Shun Yi looked ahead. The towering figure of the myriad forest spirit stood there, closing the book in his hands. Wan Sam turned, his eyes falling on Shunya. Welcome, soldier from the front lines. Shunya, slightly startled, seemed to have discovered something. His door carried the power of love tum appraisal, allowing him to see other existing love tums. Shunya saw several love tums appear. Wan Sam Ling Ji, heir to the ancient tree throne, natural law master, capable of taking on 10,000, Grand Arcanist, guardian of the nightmare realm. Are all these love tums this elf's? He wondered, looking up. Then mine is polite person? A forced smile touched his lips. I really was naive to think I could successfully assassinate him. Those three undead outside are much stronger than me. I don't even have the courage to face the elf leader. Shunya trembled. Polite person to one Samling Ji, heir to the ancient tree throne, inheritor of the ancient tree throne's legacy, natural law master, capable of taking on 10,000, Grand Arcanist, guardian of the nightmare realm, Skull's fifth of the world. Great, just great. Bonehead Phi Lan, I'll remember you. Wan Sam summoned magic. Young and valiant soldier, thank you for your sacrifice. Please stay in our village and rest well. Traditional magic. Shunya saw a green light appear around him. We're holding a celebratory feast. Go and enjoy yourself. Shunya was led directly to the feast. The other two were already sitting beside him. You're here. Eat up. It's still early, so we can rest for a bit. Have you met your assassination target yet? He'll be attending the feast later. Wait until he lets his guard down, then make your move. We'll provide cover fire. He thought to himself, scoffing, cover fire? You just want to use the chaos to escape. At this rate, I'm definitely going to die. I have to think of something. Shunya was lost in thought when Lanny approached. Uncle, may I have this dance? She blushed. It would be a great honor to dance with a hero from the front lines. Shunya immediately accepted. Of course. But I'm a terrible dancer. It's all right. I'll teach you. They danced together, his face now flushed. Their movements were smooth and graceful. Lanny was happy to be dancing with Shunya. Looking at her beautiful face, he sighed that it's a shame I'm about to die. If it weren't for this mess, I could be happily singing and dancing with this elf maiden. Damn it, I have to think of something. She held his arm, curious. Why aren't you saying anything? My brothers are the same. Could it be that the fighting on the front lines was so fierce that it's affecting your mood? Shunya replied gently, no, I was just thinking. I'm a terrible dancer, and I feel bad about accepting your invitation. May I ask your name? My name is Lanny. He then asked her, Miss Lanny, I'd like to perform some magic for you, as an apology. Would that be all right? Lanny's eyes lit up. Really? That's wonderful. Show me. She gently took Shunya's hand. Actually, your dancing isn't that bad. Here, this bracelet is for you, as a return gift for the magic. But I'm warning you, if your magic isn't impressive, I'll take it back. He turned and declared, no problem. Shunya climbed onto the table. Why, dear friends, everyone look at me. Right now, I'm going to perform a magic trick you've never seen before. He pointed his thumb at himself. It's called live transformation. I could transform myself into a human. She and everyone else below were excited. Really? Quickly transform. I've never seen magic that can turn someone into a human. This is interesting. Hurry up and transform. Fallon's 3 companions below were worried. What is Fallon doing? Turning into a human? Do you guys know this magic? I didn't expect Fallon to be so clever, thinking of this way to quickly integrate with the elves. Shinyi reached out and removed the crown. Look closely. I'm turning back into my original human form. The crown fell off. Here, this is for you. The beautiful Lady Lanny reached out and caught it. Everyone below cheered wildly. Whoa, look at his ears and eyebrows. He really did turn into a human. This is a human youth. Amazing. Awesome. Thank you. Quickly transform back. He raised his hand to his forehead. Here's the thing. I can transform into a human because I removed this crown. Shinyi pointed to the other 3. These 3 brothers of mine also know this magic. His face turned grim. But if they remove the crowns they're wearing, they'll turn into undead. Everyone heard the word undead and turned around. Everyone was on guard. The 3 were sweating profusely. What's going on? A door appeared behind Shinyi. He announced, after my 3 brothers transform, I'll be right back. Stop. Turn back into elves. Whoa. When did that door appear? He leaned into the door and waved gently to Lanny. Farewell, Lady Lanny. The door gradually disappeared. Huh? He's gone. What kind of magic is this? Lanny's eyes were filled with sorrow. Everyone shouted, catch those 3 undead first. Be careful. Who knows what other tricks they have up their sleeves. The 3 were entangled by vines, bound tightly and unable to move, but still talking tough that we were just about to have some fun with you all. What a shame. Juan's son appeared. You undead wanted to infiltrate our village, but you didn't expect that humans had infiltrated your ranks long ago and even led your mission. He taunted. One of them spoke up. Isn't there some kind of misunderstanding? We have badges. Before he could finish, his crown was removed and the undead reverted to their original forms. Juan's son picked up the crown. This crown carries high-level shadow magic from the deep abyss. This is truly beyond my expectations. Every village has undead spies infiltrated. With this, we can find their weakness and launch a counterattack. Juan's son turned and looked at, I owe you a favor this time. Lanny looked sad he won't come back. Shinyi returned to where he started. I didn't expect the door to adapt to its surroundings, transforming into a form that fits the environment. That situation just now was too dangerous. I must remember this lesson. He realized the skeleton was Fei Lon. Shinyi marched towards him, fuming. You rotten skeleton. I was struggling in the elf territory while you were leisurely feasting here. Fei Lon was surprised that you're still alive. Shinyi pointed at him. So you can talk. You strange thing. You deliberately gave me that shadow white crown. You wanted me to die, didn't you? Fei Lon Polit. How did you survive? Tell me the process in detail. Tell me, and I'll pay you accordingly. You think I'll tell you? It's not about the payment now. It's about you almost getting me killed. I hold grudges, you know. A piece of paper appeared before Shinyi. The other party, sincere and following the principle of equivalent exchange, had prepared a powerful and valuable necromantic spell for him. Before even finishing reading, Shinyi yelled, You think you can buy me off with a few trinkets? You're insulting my character. Fei Lon transformed into an eggplant. The reason I gave you the shadow white crown was because you're human. Elves and humans are allies. You still had a chance to survive. If it were me, there would only be one outcome, death. The orb floated in front of Shinyi. To express his apology, Fei Lon, making an exception, gifted him a nightmare crystal inheritance containing 3 top-tier necromantic talents. He could choose one, integrate it into his soul, and possess that ability. Fei Lon said, Talents are special abilities that don't consume power. This nightmare crystal inheritance is a treasure of the necromancer race. I was injured, but I survived because they wanted it. But now, I'm giving this opportunity to you, taking a path they'd never expect. Shinyi took the orb awkwardly that I'm a man of principle, but since you're so sincere, I'll forgive you this once. But remember, there won't be a next time. Shinyi was transported somewhere. Before him seemed to be the Necromancer King. 3 orbs rushed towards him. Choose, a voice commanded. The Necromancer King offered choice. He could choose one of these ancient inherited talents to use. The first was a stone emitting a green glow. Gloomy Dirge, elementary, evolvable. Use corpses to summon the dead to tell their stories, helping their souls find peace. Death is the most profound lesson. Next was the Holy Heal Fragment, elementary, evolvable. Convert damage into power temporarily escaping the fate of death for 5 seconds. Resets daily. Those who wish to control his life and death will meet a tragic end. Finally, there was undead resurrection, elementary, evolvable. Use soul fire to enter the bodies of fallen undead to revive them. A profound and sublime spell, representing the source of the necromancer race's power. Shinyi pondered. Undead resurrection, elementary, evolvable. Use soul fire to enter the bodies of fallen undead to revive them. A profound and sublime spell, representing the source of the necromancer race's power. He reached out and grabbed Gloomy Dirge. I choose this one, Gloomy Dirge. As soon as he grasped it, a powerful force pulled him in, returning him to Fei Lan. It's done. I think I can hear the whispers of the undead. Fei Lan asked curiously, you chose that one? Shinyi turned around. Why? Is it not good? Fei Lan replied, not exactly. It's just that it doesn't offer much in the way of immediate combat power. In my memory, past monarchs all chose the third option. Very few chose the second, and no one ever chose that one. It seemed Fei Lan was still learning about the elves. All right, now can you tell me what happened? This is very important to me. Shinyi began, of course. The story is like this. The original assassination target was supposed to be a new elven priestess, Fei Lan said. The man you just called the strongest high priest of the elves. Shinyi pondered that Henji possesses unique skills like myriad spirits, heir to the ancient tree throne, nature speaker, 1 against 10,000, grandmaster of nature magic, guardian of the nightmare realm, and skullworld wisdom. Great, just fantastic. You rotten skeleton, I'll remember you. Humph. The 3 nightmare knights of the Wind Spirit clan were captured by the elves. They can't monitor and threaten me anymore. This is my only chance. He turned and vanished. Hey, where are you going? Go out and close the door. Oh, I'll let him go. I still need to take care of myself first. Sign different strokes for different folks. This time, opening the door yielded the appraisal skill. One of my own, a fine blue skill. Equipping this skill, you receive buffs. When talking to a target who is one of your own, the other party will regard you as an ally for 10 seconds, then forget everything. A one-time use skill per day. If the target's total attributes are double yours, the skill will be resisted. He took a few steps and noticed something. In Shunye's hand was a light blue panel. Blue quality, it seems this skill is quite useful. He received the bracelet of nature's blessing. Shinyi looked at the bracelet in his hand. A bracelet? It's the bracelet Lanny gave me. Unexpectedly, it's blue quality. Good stuff. Jewelry, fine blue quality, rare. Wearing this bracelet will gradually increase your spirit power. Without another word, he turned and headed back to school. Not bad, not bad. A short sword, a blue appraisal skill, a blue bracelet, and a gun too. Quite the haul. I need to put these things away. Don't want anyone else seeing them. Back at the school stadium, Hao-Yu was in position. The PE teacher announced loudly, movement skill test. Next up, Hao-Yu, prepare yourself. He shouted begin. Hao-Yu immediately dashed forward. Shinyi yelled from the crowd. Hao-Yu, go for it. Stay calm. He dodged while grinning. Thanks for the support, Brother Yi. But this is just a small matter, my friend. I can handle it. Not 2 seconds later, he was hit in the face with paint. Someone giggled mockingly. How-Yu got hit in the head. Idiot. Serves him right. Who told him to be so cocky? He hung his head dejectedly, tears welling up. The PE teacher announced his score and called Shunyi. Hao-Yu, 71 points. You should be grateful this isn't the official third-year exam. Next, Shunyi. He replied, present. He also got into position. The PE teacher reminded, Shunyi, prepare yourself. Begin. As soon as he finished speaking, Shun-Yi dashed forward. Someone exclaimed, so fast. The paint can't keep up with Shun-Yi's speed at all. Everyone was shocked. His posture is so relaxed too, like he's ice skating. Why does it feel like his agility has increased so much since he was discharged from the hospital? As he ran, Shun-Yi thought, asterisk with my training experience, this test is a breeze. Just using a bit of elven footwork allows me to easily dodge the paint, asterisk. In the distance, his image was reflected in a pair of sunglasses. Relying against a tree, Principal Sun praised, this kid's movement skills are quite interesting. The headmaster proudly replied, he's the top student in our grade. He missed the first subject's test, which I found to be a real shame. So I called you over to see if we could give him a chance. Old Chin puffed on his cigarette. This kid's got a real talent for destruction. If his mental strength could also reach the maximum score, I'd give him a chance. It's not entirely impossible. Besides strength and agility, this third-level exam also tests a special attribute, mental strength. Mr. Sun was startled. Maximum mental strength? Manager Qian, isn't that requirement a bit too high? I remember Shun Ye's mental strength being quite average. Qian calmly replied, let's wait for the mental strength test results. Maybe he can achieve a high score. A high score won't do. Only the maximum score meets the requirement. Meanwhile, Shunyi smoothly glided through the paint test. The PE teacher exclaimed regretfully, a perfect score in agility. Oh, Shunyi, if only you hadn't missed one subject. Shunyi responded, thank you, teacher. I haven't given up on the exam yet. The teacher reminded everyone, lunch break. Those who want to eat, go ahead. The rest of you will continue the exam this afternoon. How you, covered in paint, exclaimed, as expected of Brother Yi. Amazing. A perfect score. Let's go eat stir-fry. Shinyi gently push him away. Go wash up first. I'll go back to the classroom for a bit. How you beamed. Okay, Brother Yi, wait for me in the classroom. I'll be done washing up in no time. Wait for me. Shinyi agreed. As soon as he returned to the classroom, Shunyi slumped onto his desk. What is this? He felt utterly dejected. Math, physics, and chemistry are fine. They're similar to my previous world. But what's with the language arts and science knowledge? The historical figures, events, even the literary works of this world are completely different from my previous world. It feels like different memories are clashing in my head. It's such a headache. Suddenly, someone's foot came flying towards him, kicking the desk he was lying on across the room. It was Sun Ming, his face full of excitement. That I told you, Shunyi. Our business isn't over yet. Shunyi didn't even look at him. Did Yi Bing tell you to come? Sun Ming swaggered. Dan told me. Yi Bing doesn't even care about you. Suddenly, the classroom door was kicked open with a bang. A group of people stormed in, full of fighting spirit. Shunyi, while you were away from school, my strength has broken through to 2. Let's have a match. Let's see if your 2 agility points are stronger than my 2 strength points. Let's see who the true top dog of the whole grade is. Shunyi immediately used a skill. Why do we have a fight? We're all friends. Activates friend skill. A faint green light emanated from around them. One by one, they explained, there's nothing we can do. Yi Bing cried and begged us to help her vent her anger. That's right. We don't want to fight our own brother, but I like her and you're usually so arrogant, so I wanted to punch you. Forget it. We're all friends. I won't fight anymore. Shunyi thought to himself, luckily, this is just a fight between students. None of them actually want to kill me. The friend skill only lasts for 10 seconds. It's almost over. As soon as that thought finished, the group returned to normal. Shunyi, we're going to beat you to death. Shanye Jursit Inyardli. This skill only has this effect, and I can only use it once a day. It's completely useless. The notification panel popped up. Successfully restrained the blue skill. Increased 3 attribute points. Restraint. You won't believe it. Strength attribute increased. Besides the 3 attribute points just now, you can also freely allocate 1 point to agility. Do you want to use it to increase strength? What? Previously allocated attribute points can also be freely used? Doesn't that mean I can instantly switch from a nimble assassin to a powerful warrior? Allocate all 4 attribute points to strength. Enhancement successful. Strength increased from 1.2 to 5.2. Shinya's carelessness led to him being jumped on and pinned down. Shinyi, don't even think about running away like last time. Fight Sun Ming properly. He pressed his advantage and charged. Shinyi braced himself, expecting a few broken bones. He punched Shinyi hard in the stomach, but Shinyi didn't feel a thing. On the contrary, it seemed Sun Ming wasn't doing so well. Sun Ming's fingers were deformed, and he cried out in pain, unable to form words, whimpering and wailing. A miner who had never undergone special training, with base strength and agility attributes of 1. Shunyi suddenly turned around, catching the red-haired guy off guard. He swiftly punched the red-haired guy in the face, sending him crashing to the floor. Strength is a basic attribute, not pure magic power. The red-haired guy's companions were stunned, both frightened and bewildered by the scene. A brown-haired guy said dumbfoundedly. He took a punch from Sun Ming and seems completely fine. The one with the headband was even more shocked and panicked, saying, Shunyi even escaped Ma's hold. More accurately, It refers to the strength of the limbs and bones of a living being, the robustness of the internal organs, the resilience of the 8 extraordinary meridians, the explosive power of the flesh and blood body, and the apoptosis rate of all basic standard life cells. Witnessing a surge of power around him and the oppressive aura he exuded, someone stammered, "I'm afraid Shen Ye's strength is even greater than Sun Ming's." Someone retorted, "How is that possible?" But they didn't know that strength, when combined, is called the power of the individual. The red-haired guy lay unconscious on the floor. Shen Yi slowly walked towards Sun Ming, calmly confronting him. "It's clear I skipped one exam, yet you guys still wanted to beat me up. With the high school entrance exams coming up, you, out of pure jealousy and envy, ganged up to ruin someone's life." Sun Ming trembled in pain on the ground, cursing, "Damn you, Shen Yi, you deserve to die." Shen Yi gently grabbed Sun Ming by the collar, lifting him up. "If this were another student, or the old me, I'm afraid I would have been seriously injured by you guys." He struggled helplessly in Shen Ye's grip, pleading, "Shen Yi, it was our fault today. Please spare us this time." Shen Yi frowned, rejecting Sun Ming's plea. "You humiliated him, beat him, and ruined his future. Great, just great, you boneless skeletons. I'll remember you. And you want me to spare you?" Shen Yi flung Sun Ming away, causing him to cry out in pain. The whole school was noisy, filled with cries of "help them." The PE teacher quickly threw the door open, shouting, "What are you all doing?" Students crowded the doorway, watching the commotion. Inside, the scene was chaotic. Sun Ming and his group lay scattered and pathetic on the classroom floor, while Shen Yi sat leaning against the wall, looking towards the open door in surprise. He saw the PE teacher and immediately burst into tears, choking out, "You're finally here? They were bullying me." He looked bewildered, confused, and a little surprised. "Are you kidding me? You beat them up like this, and you're saying they bullied you?" The onlookers were equally surprised. Among the crowd, Yi Bing stood there, horrified, thinking to herself, "I miscalculated." Her face darkened, sweat dripping down her forehead as she continued her inner monologue. "None of these guys are a match for Shen Yi." Yi Bing glanced at her phone screen, which displayed their chat history, and muttered, "He's that strong? No matter, it's not a problem." Xiao Mei, beside her, startled her with a question, "Bing Bing, do you regret it?" Yi Bing immediately sank into her thoughts and memories. Regret? Yes. If only she had encouraged him at the stairwell, urged him to keep trying, promised to stay in touch, even after he tripled his efforts. The image of her smiling brightly, holding Shen Ye's hand in the school hallway, flashed through her mind. Would the outcome have been different? She wondered. Yi Bing remained silent, lost in contemplation. As the bruised and battered Sun Ming was carried away by the paramedics, she resolutely thought, "No, there's no going back. He caused such a scene, beating up 7 or 8 students. He'll probably be disqualified from the high school entrance exam. I've achieved my goal. Shen Yi is useless now." Seeing Shen Yi intently looking at something on his phone, Yi Bing felt anxious, but reassured herself, "I still have my future, a bright future." She declared, "I hate that I didn't see through his scum-like nature sooner." Just then the crowd erupted in alarm. "Bing Bing, look! Sun Ming, he's awake." Yi Bing panicked. "No way. That idiot Sun Ming, why is he staring at me? Don't tell me he's going to drag me into this. Hey, don't look at me like that, you jerk." Seeing Sun Ming's expression, like he was about to speak, Yi Bing grew even more afraid. "Don't say anything. Hey, shut your stinking mouth, you stupid pig. Just die. Don't." Her panic intensified. But finally, Sun Ming spoke, "Bing Bing," leaving everyone around confused. Yi Bing was so scared that tears welled up in her eyes. Then she quickly turned and left, putting on a show of concern. "Sun Ming, I can't believe Shen Yi bullied you like that. I'll call the police." "Hello, police station. This is..." Shen Yi saw through Yi Bing's maneuver, a move that both deflected blame and retaliated, instantly clearing her name while simultaneously kicking him down. The PE teacher beside him was also furious. "Why are students calling the police? This is making things more complicated." He quickly waved his hand. "Disperse. Go back to class and study." He then turned back to Shen Yi. "And you come to my office." Principal Sun, who had arrived with Mr. Qian, tried to intervene. Mr. "Qian, our students are all very capable. Why don't you sign with a few of them?" Mr. Qian calmly replied, "It's not that I don't want to help you, but if they can't meet the minimum requirements of our corporation, there's nothing I can do. I have other matters to attend to. I'll take my leave now." Suddenly, the secretary rushed over, stopping the two of them in their tracks. Breathlessly, she announced that the principal, Shen Yi, and Sun Ming's group were fighting. The police had also arrived. The principal appeared unconcerned, replying indifferently. Huh? Students fighting and you have to report it to me? Can't you see I'm? The secretary hastily interrupted him, urgently showing him a video recording of the incident, and oh, principal, you must watch this. This is a video of them fighting. The principal scoffed dismissively, thinking there was nothing interesting about high school students fighting. The principal immediately regretted his words upon watching the video of Shun Yi and Sun Ming's fight. Even Mr. Qian was glued to the phone. At this time, 3 police officers were also watching the video of the fight. One police officer asked Shun Yi suspiciously, "Were you recording from the beginning?" Shun Yi, looking worried, hesitantly replied, "Yes, officer. I was afraid they would beat me up." But in his mind, he thought, "It's a good thing I recorded the video beforehand." Shun Yi recalled the moment he set up the camera. The police officer thought to himself, "It's more like you almost beat them to death." The officer looked at Shun Yi and slowly said, "Although there's a video, you still have to come with us." The final outcome depends on the results of their injury assessment. The PE teacher spoke up excitedly. This kid previously missed an exam due to an unusual incident. If you take him to the station, won't he miss another exam? There's video evidence. What more investigation is needed? The police tried to appease him. "Teacher, please rest assured, it's just to go to the station for investigation. It won't take a few days." If the injury assessment isn't serious. But the PE teacher quickly retorted, "You're ruining this kid's future." Behind them, Shun Yi closed his eyes. A green aura appeared around him as he thought, "Take advantage of this to switch attributes. I want to make my body quickly adapt to this type of transformation." Suddenly, the principal appeared with Mr. Qian. He said calmly, "Shun Yi, it's a good thing you recorded the whole process with your phone. Otherwise, their injuries would be enough to get you expelled." The PE teacher was overjoyed to see him. "Principal, you're finally here." Mr. Qian chuckled. Indeed, his physical constitution far surpasses theirs. Fighting them isn't even interesting. The PE teacher behind him laughed heartily. "Manager Qian." Mr. Qian approached Shun Yi, handed him a business card, and said with a smile, "I watched the video of your fight. Although it only showed half of what happened, you actually held back, didn't you?" Shun Yi took the business card and slowly replied, "Yes, I was afraid I'd kill someone." Mr. Qian was pleased. "What a good boy with noble character. Your movement technique in the trial test also received full marks, enough to earn my recommendation. I'd like to discuss something with you." Shun Yi took the business card and read it carefully, silently reciting in his mind, "Human Martial Arts Group, Regional Manager, Rushan." Immediately, an image appeared in his mind. Human Martial Arts Group, 2 sophisticated and luxurious skyscrapers. Shun Yi thought to himself, that's the corporate group that holds the inheritance of martial arts knowledge, owning the intellectual property and copyrights of abundant martial arts manuals. He immediately imagined joining the group as if stepping onto a stairway to heaven for ordinary people. If he could join the Human Martial Arts Group, it would basically be like a carp leaping over the Dragon Gate, escaping the common class. This was a path to the heavens. Shun Yi's eyes suddenly widened in astonishment. He carefully observed Mr. Qian, who seemed to be radiating a dangerous, aqua blue aura. He thought to himself, "Asterisk, this man is just standing there, yet he makes me feel completely vulnerable. No matter how I distribute my attributes, I couldn't even scratch him. Asterisk." Mr. Qian smiled faintly and said, "Student Shun, the brain system analysis shows your strength attribute is at least 4.5. May I ask, what is your specific strength attribute?" The brain system is the world's most advanced AI. It can accurately assess all aspects of a person. Shun Yi's eyes widened, his face darkening as he thought, "Asterisk, he's so strong. With his protection, I wouldn't have to fear any assassins." Asterisk, then he slowly replied, 5. Both the principal and the PE teacher were surprised by his answer, exclaiming in unison, 5. Mr. Qian seemed quite proud of Shun Yi's response, chuckling, "Indeed, very impressive." Shun Yi blinked, his eyes full of innocent curiosity as he asked Mr. Qian, "Is a strength attribute of 5 a lot?" Mr. Qian began to explain, "In middle school, reaching a strength level of 4.5 already surpasses our corporation's recruitment standards. 5, however, is a different story. Reaching 5 allows one to control certain types of combat mobile armor and wield some conventional grade ancient weapons. Moreover, you achieved a perfect score in the agility test. This is enough for me to use a recommendation slot. Join our corporation. I'll arrange a strength retest for you." Startled by Mr. Qian's offer, Shun Yi blurted out, "There's a retest, it was an irresistible temptation. He immediately accepted. Of course, I agree. Mr. Chien turned and started to walk away. All right, it's settled then. Someone will be in touch to make arrangements. As for the investigation into this brawl, do as you please. The retest will be scheduled according to your availability. Shenyi replied, thank you, Manager Chien. Before leaving, Mr. Chien turned back and asked, oh right, what's your mental power? I'm just curious. Your strength and agility have already met the standards, so it won't affect the assessment. Shenyi thought, asterisk, I can't be ridiculously overpowered in everything. A mental power of 3 should be decent, right? Asterisk, he innocently replied, 3. As if struck by lightning, Mr. Chien dropped his cigarette in shock. The principal, the police officer, and the PE teacher were all shocked and surprised. Point 3? That high. Wasn't Shun Ye's mental power supposed to be average? Mr. Chien, looking grim, stared at Shun Yi and slowly said, Student Shun, could you give us a demonstration? A mental power of 3 allows you to move objects with your mind. Try moving this chair. Shun Yi agreed, okay. Immediately, he used his mind to lift the chair. Just need to increase my mental attribute to reach the demon level. The mustache police officer turned and yelled, retreat. His 2 colleagues were bewildered, not understanding why they were leaving. One of them asked, Captain, we're just leaving like this? The mustache police officer replied, so what if he pays? That student, Shun Yi, has a strength of 5, and his movement skill reached the maximum score. His agility must be at least above 4, plus a mental power of 3. Do you know what this means? The 2 officers looked bewildered. What does it mean? It means he's about to skyrocket. A folk genius like this isn't someone our level can handle. Let's go. As soon as the mustached officer finished speaking, Shenyi also completed Mr. Chien's request. He smiled, relieved that I could only hold it for that long. Mr. Chien laughed heartily. Unexpected, truly unexpected. Down and out on the streets before, today he sings a song asking the immortals. When opportunity arrives, heaven and earth exert their full force. Come with me to Cloud City. Mr. Chien finished singing. Master Shun, you've made it. I made it too. The principal clapped, flattering him. Beautifully sung, Mr. Chien. I've never heard such a wonderful melody. Shenyi felt awkward. Oh dear, do I have to sing too? But I don't know how to sing. Mr. Chien tactfully dismissed the principal. Would you two please excuse us? I want to speak with Shunyi privately. The principal complied. Certainly, certainly. Take your time. After the door closed, Mr. Chien took out a lighter and lit a cigarette. He exhaled a puff of smoke. Student Shunyi, what is your ideal in life? Shunyi responded enthusiastically. To his surprise, Manager Chien, your name is my ideal. Mr. Chien was taken aback. That's just the basics. I want to know what you desire most in your heart. Shunyi recalled the memory of that night. Desire, at the very least, not to be bullied by others, and to be able to protect myself and my family. Hearing this, Mr. Chien was satisfied. Very good. Now, is the moment closest to your dream in your life? Come, attack me. Shunyi immediately retorted, you cheesy, long-haired pervert. Mr. Chien said helplessly, not a verbal attack, but with your fists. Shunyi got into a fighting stance, red aura surrounding his body. All right, then excuse me. Internal command. Attribute points transfer to strength. A flash of red light then sparked from his clenched fist as he lunged forward. Mr. Chien raised an eyebrow in surprise at the sight. Shun Yi was immediately enveloped in a golden light. He was astonished that, I can't move. Mr. Chien explained, this is a type of magic that can immobilize an attacker. Learning this magic can protect yourself. Shun Yi was incredibly interested. Amazing. Mr. Chien, understanding his intention, spoke first that, you want to learn it? Without hesitation, Shun Yi replied, yes. Mr. Chien suddenly pulled out a gun, revealing mysteriously, watch closely. There's more. Before Shun Ye's incredulous eyes, Mr. Chien put the gun to his own head and released the safety. Then Mr. Chien fired a shot. The sparks from the bullet discharge, combined with the recoil from the gun, caused his hand to jerk. Stunned, Shun Yi could only stand frozen as Mr. Chien explained. This is another magic from the corporation's internal archives. This magic can counter any attack from all kinds of hidden weapons. Old Chien glanced at the bullet, stopped by the surrounding blue light. Even gunfire posed no problem. Shun Yi suddenly spoke. Martial arts in this world, however strong and invincible, can be overcome with speed. Ruo Shan stroked his chin. That's quite a statement. Where did you learn that? He hesitantly looked at his normally moving arm. I thought of it myself. Hearing this, Old Qian laughed heartily. You truly are a talent. I now formally invite you to join our Hidden Dragon Project. Shen Yi, puzzled, repeated, Hidden Dragon Project. Old Qian, still cheerful, replied, that's right. It's our corporation's Rising Star training program. Ruo Shan painted a rosy picture. We'll recommend you to the 3 best high schools in the world. Of course, before that, you'll have to undergo a rigorous entrance examination. Not the regular high school entrance exam, but a separate one set by these 3 high schools. Old Qian continued, it's an exam ordinary people can't even access because it's been monopolized by the descendants of aristocratic families for a long time. Shen Yi asked, aristocratic families? Images of gold, silver, jewels, and rare weapons flashed through Ruo Shan's narration. Aristocratic families. Some of them still hold ancient knowledge, divine artifacts, bloodlines, and alliances passed down by ancient deities. These long-standing aristocratic lineages possess more inherited martial arts than our corporation. They also control most of the land, population, and resources. These lofty aristocratic families are separated from the common people by an insurmountable chasm. Shun Yi was surprised at S.O. Could Shun Ye's grandfather be from an aristocratic family? Ruo Shan presented the enticing offer. The Hidden Dragon Project aims to find civilian geniuses like you. We'll help you get into the most prestigious academies. Even if you fail the exam, we'll directly admit you to a key high school. The more Shen Yi listened, the more appealing it sounded. And if you successfully get into any of those 3 high schools, the corporation will be responsible for helping you acquire resources in every aspect. Based on your strengths, we'll help you choose a future career. Once you reach your peak, you'll return to the corporation and contribute. And, of course, the compensation will be extremely generous. Think about it, student Shun. Shen Yi seemed to have a realization. Oh, that's how it is. I understand. This is a world where strength reigns supreme. He didn't hesitate and happily accepted the offer. Memories of a family of 3 surfaced in Shun Ye's mind. That we were originally descendants of an aristocratic family, but for some reason, my father was kicked out by my grandfather. Because of our ordinary circumstances, when we encounter unusual events, the police won't risk getting involved. He remembered the pill placed in a velvet box, and why parents had to ask for favors everywhere for a single tonic pill, but this tonic pill is nothing to my grandfather's aristocratic family. Today, I injured someone, but I don't have to face the consequences because my power is strong enough that I don't have to follow the rules of each class. Ruo Shan took out some documents that if there's no problem, please sign and register your fingerprint on this file. Shen Yi took it, pondering that, no wonder. In culture class, all the teachers emphasize that humanity must rely on the strong for civilization to continue. Old Qian said slowly, you can also consider it for a while. In fact, other organizations will probably come looking for you soon. Shen Yi replied, you refused their offers, and you were the first to come to me, even helping me out of jam. I'm willing to join you. Old Qian brightened considerably. Good, you're a straightforward young man. I knew I had my eye on the right person. Since you're still a minor, I'll have to find a guardian to sign. Shen Yi responded, my parents should be at home. Ruo Shan opened the door to leave. All right, I have to hurry, in case other organizations beat me to it. Old Qian excitedly promised, I'll come back to you after it's signed. A moment later, Ruo Shan had vanished without a trace, leaving only the fluttering wind. Shen Yi gaped in astonishment. In the blink of an eye, he was gone. He really is powerful. Just then, the principal approached curiously. Little Shun, how did it go? How did it go? Shen Yi answered honestly, I signed. Manager Qian is now going to find my parents to discuss the signing. The principal jumped for joy. That's great. This time, our school will definitely shake the whole city. Suddenly, the phone in Shun Ye's pocket rang. Shen Yi didn't know who was calling. It was an unknown number. Who is this? He wondered aloud. He answered, hello. The moment he heard the information from the caller, his eyes darkened. Student Shun, this is Fei Xian. I've just uncovered some things here. I hope you can come to the police station. On a sunny day at the police station, Fei Xian turned slightly and said, sit over here, Student Shun. Behind him, Shen Yi politely replied, yes, Officer Luo. Fei Xian's voice deepened. Come and take a look at this. Shen Yi felt a sense of unease and bewilderment. He couldn't explain it, but ever since he entered the police station, he had an indescribable feeling. Meanwhile, Fei Xian held up a tablet in front of Shunyi and said seriously, this photo was taken accidentally. Because of the recent rumors about the hospital, someone sent this photo to us. It was taken the day you had the incident at the building opposite the hospital. There's a suspicious man in the photo. Do you know him? Shunyi took the tablet, zoomed in on the picture, thought for a moment, and replied, I don't know him. I've never seen this person before. After hearing this, Fei Xian continued in a low voice. According to the forensic experts, they believe this person seems to be trying to activate something. He stared at Shunyi, lowering his voice to inquire, Shunyi, were you carrying anything that day that you don't normally carry? The man in the photo and the cursed statue made Shunyi fall into deep thought. The thing that man was activating was the cursed statue of the myriad evils Demon King. But clearly, Officer Luo hadn't caught this man yet, and the statue had already crumbled to dust. The clues were broken. He couldn't reveal anything related to the statue. Shunyi looked up and confidently replied, Officer, I was just like any other day. I wasn't carrying anything different. After speaking, he thought, everyone died because of the curse from the statue, but I'm the only survivor. Telling anyone about this now would only bring trouble. Fei Xian asked suspiciously, nothing? He continued in a curious tone. So, there was no feeling of suffocation, loss of control, or loss of consciousness. Shunyi still answered firmly, no. But inwardly, he realized Officer Luo's questions are as if he already knows something. He observed the room, deducing in his mind, moreover, ever since I stepped into this office, I've felt uneasy. It's like something is hidden around here, and if I make a sound, something unprecedented will happen. To confirm his thought, Shunyi said aloud, I remember now. My backpack was unzipped, but I clearly zipped it up after school. Fei Xian carefully inquired, have you checked your backpack? Shunyi calmly replied with a hint of regret, not yet. I should have checked it. He recalled Fei Xian's previous actions and had a hunch. What did Officer Luo mean by raising his hand just now? It seemed like he wanted to do something. As a precaution, Shunyi silently manipulated his stats, shifting all his attribute points to agility. No matter what happens, I have to be ready to run. But can I escape? Officer Luo's stats can definitely crush mine. Under the table, Shunyi's legs tensed, gathering a powerful surge of energy, ready to act at any moment. He strained, holding himself back, telling himself, I can't worry about it anymore. I'm ready to open the hatch under my feet at any time. That way, if anything happens, I can kick it open and drop in. In the silent room, the ringing of a nearby phone startled both Shunyi and Fei Xian. Shunyi's heart pounded. Damn, I almost opened the hatch, but this is my chance to slip away. He forced a smile and said, Officer, you have call. I should probably excuse myself. Fei Xian brought the phone to his EAR and no need, just stay put. He answered, hello, this is Officer Fei Xian. A panicked voice came from the phone. Fei Xian, you're about to die. Suddenly, a swirling red light targeted Fei Xian, leaving both of them bewildered. Shunyi's mind raced. What's going on? An assassin? But he immediately dismissed the thought. No, that's wrong. It's clearly aimed at Officer Luo. Shunyi watched the red light engulf Fei Xian and guessed, is this the magic that the previous owner was guarding? Fei Xian strained. Damn it. Right outside the police station, something whizzed past, smashing into the window with a loud crash. Only then did Shunyi notice that Fei Xian had been propelled through the glass. Red alert sirens blared. The security system announced, warning. Attacker detected. Shunyi stammered in shock. What the? The loudspeaker continued. Attacker has infiltrated the police station. Non-combat personnel, please find a safe place to hide. Still dazed, Shunyi looked at the scene before him and wondered. Is this the ocean? Why? Were we just in the city? A man stood on a rocky outcrop by the sea. Shunyi recognized him as the caller. It's not the man with the sunglasses in the photo. The man cleared his throat. Fei Xian, you've killed so many members of our church. I want revenge for them. Shunyi said, full of suspicion. Did he do all of this? Fei Xian calmly replied, we'll talk later. I'll give you an explanation. I'm busy right now. Nearby police officers called out, boss. The man raised a glowing staff. Your life is the only explanation we need. Shunyi stared in astonishment at the scene unfolding before him. Suddenly, the view outside the window reverted back to the city. He exclaimed in surprise, it's back. The two of them are gone. I think that man took Officer Luo to that ocean area. Shunyi clutched his chest in discomfort, muttering, Damn it, that strange feeling again. What's wrong with me? Is there a ghost in this room? He snapped. Whoever or whatever you are, show yourself. Suddenly, something strange happened to his body. A blue light emanated from his eyes. The system announced, the gloomy and ominous netherworld whisper ability has been activated. If you question a spirit, it will return to its body to answer you. If it cannot answer, it will never rest in peace. Shenyi asked in confusion, what? Netherworld whisper? He thought for a moment, then concluded, based on the body, is there a body in Fei Xian's office? Suddenly, a voice spoke from behind him. Thank you, Shenyi, causing him some alarm. Shenyi spun around and shouted, who's there? A trembling voice came from inside the closet. I never thought I'd be able to return to my body. Thanks to my undecayed body, I can answer your question. Shenyi wondered, that voice is coming from the closet? Is the body in there? A thought crossed his mind. That voice sounds so familiar. The familiarity made him pause. Wait a minute, could it be? With a trembling hand, he opened the closet door. Inside, a person was still shaking, clearly the hunter, yet killed by the prey, and even disguised as me. How tragic. Shenyi stared inside, trembling. Fei Xian had been brutally murdered. He stammered, Officer Luo, is that you? Fei Xian opened his eyes and looked at Shenyi. It's me. Despite his trembling, Shenyi asked what happened. Fei Xian struggled to answer. The man in the picture with his sunglasses, he killed me. The hat on his head fell off, revealing a large wound. He continued, he's an assassin, and I'm a special forces soldier with half the strength and half the agility. I need powerful equipment to be effective, while he just needs to catch me off guard. But at the crucial moment, my weapon malfunctioned. After I died, he disguised himself as me and lured you to the police station. The fallen hat lay there. Shenyi asked, what was his purpose? Fei Xian replied, I don't know, but he's definitely searching for some kind of answer. Shenyi thought to himself, indeed. Shenyi reasoned, throughout history, the cursed statue of the myriad evils demon king has never failed. He must want to know why he's the only survivor. Luckily, a lunatic attacked the police station, disrupting the assassin's plan. After a moment, he asked Fei Xian, by the way, Officer Luo, the imposter has been taken away by someone in flowery pajamas using magic. Outside the police station, the city remained peaceful. Fei Xian asked in confusion, magic? What kind of magic? Shenyi quickly explained, the area outside the police station turned into an ocean, then quickly changed back. But the fake Officer Luo and the attacker seemed to have disappeared. Fei Xian softly replied, the prey disguised itself as the hunter, but it didn't know that a bigger problem lurked behind the hunter. What you saw wasn't magic, but an anomaly. Shenyi repartit une surprise anomalie. Fei Xian carefully explained, other worlds suddenly connect to ours, besieging, seizing, and plundering an area, or directly taking certain beings. These are called anomalies. There's also a more severe case, called a calamity. Shenyi's eyes widened in realization. What's a calamity? Fei Xian clearly stated, a monster from another world devastating this world. A powerful monster from another world uses some method to suddenly descend upon the main world. This scenario is highly likely to cause a major calamity. He asked Officer Luo, do you know Jiangnan City? Luo replied solemnly, Iido. I heard an unprecedented earthquake leveled the entire city. Fei Xian recalled the image of the earthquake and continued, earthquake is how ordinary people like you describe it. It was a classic calamity. More than 13 million people in the entire city perished. Shenyi lamented, that's horrifying. He reminded him, we don't have much time left. We can't chat for too long. We must take advantage of this anomaly. It's only a minor one with a time limit. Who knows? The assassin might return soon. Shenyi panicked. So, does that mean my situation is still very dangerous? Fei Xian urgently instructed, you must go to the weapons storage room on the 3rd floor. Enter the password into the silver wall outside the storage room. Go to the drawer, get a pen and paper, memorize the password. Then he recited a long string of characters. Shenyi complained as he wrote, that's so long. Fei Xian urgently instructed, there's a special pen outside the storage room. Write the password on the wall, then report to Captain Shun. He stared at Shenyi, lowering his voice to ask, Shenyi, were you carrying anything that day that you don't normally carry? You will be protected. Time is limited. This is the only way to protect yourself. Go quickly. The system announced, soul has departed. Shenyi looked regretfully at the truly deceased Fei Xian. He thought to himself, Asterisk, no wonder the other officers didn't want to get involved in my case. Even police officers could die unjustly because of this. In this world, if you're not strong enough, you'll be bullied. Asterisk. He picked up the hat from the floor and asked himself, should I expose the killer's identity? But he immediately dismissed the thought. No, it's pointless. Shunyi gently placed the hat back on Fei Xian's head. He thought, asterisk, maybe the police department even has the killer's accomplices. Besides, with his abilities, he could easily take my life in an instant. Asterisk. His mind was still debating. All I can do is follow Officer Luo's dying words and go to the third floor to seek protection. He slowly closed the closet door and told himself, with my current abilities, I don't even have the right to avenge Officer Luo. Shunyi hit his head against the closet in frustration. Suddenly, his sense of reason reminded him, but this grudge, I will definitely avenge. Shunyi clutched the paper with the password in his hand and told himself, Officer Luo, I will help you rest in peace. Suddenly, a knock came from outside the door. Knock, knock, knock. A voice called out, Student Shunyi, are you there? There's been an anomaly. Everyone must go downstairs to assemble and undergo an inspection. The door suddenly opened. Officer Wong was at the front. He looked around and said, Shunyi, come out. There's been an attack. Everyone must immediately undergo an inspection by the central AI. Stepping fully inside, Officer Wong ordered, you guys go downstairs first. I'll speak with Shunyi on behalf of Officer Luo. The officer behind him immediately replied, yes, Captain Wong. When only Officer Wong remained in the room, he slowly walked around, saying, I know you're a little scared, but only when Officer Luo was taken away by the spell were you safe. Besides, we're all police officers. We can definitely take good care of you. As he passed a closet, Officer Wong paused, his eyes fixated on it. He frowned, his face darkening as he silently calculated in his mind. In the dark room, Officer Wong's deep voice continued to resonate. The body has been touched. It was you, wasn't it, Shunyi? He strode forward, searching every corner of the room with the utmost speed. After finishing his search, Officer Wong leaned against the table, muttering to himself, I've searched the entire room. Nothing. Did he run away? At this moment, he suddenly remembered the words the assassin had spoken earlier. The assassin's taunts echoed in his mind. Killed so many people, yet so arrogant in front of a 15-year-old brat. Having failed multiple times, the more Officer Wong thought about it, the more he told himself, how embarrassing. I won't be as useless as them. Seeing no suspicious signs, he stepped outside and spoke in his radio. Attention all units. I suspect Shunyi is involved in this incident. Issue a warrant for his arrest immediately. Apprehend him on sight. The other end quickly replied, understood, Captain Wong. Officer Wong's voice still echoed outside. At the same time, the room's door slowly closed. The central AI system had completed the environmental assessment. Everyone, please assemble in the square outside the main hall to prepare for inspection. Over. As soon as everyone had left, another door suddenly appeared on the blank wall next to the closet. Shunyi slowly opened the door, peeking outside cautiously. Are they gone? As expected, the assassin still has other accomplices. Without hesitation, he immediately smashed the window and escaped through it. Although I could hide in the nightmare world until it's safe, doing so would mean losing the chance to punish these assassins. Following the pipes, Shunyi slowly climbed upwards, thinking to himself, I must get to the third floor and report everything. Once he had determined his destination, he immediately leaped through a window and entered. Shunyi stood alone in the deserted hallway. In front of him was a closed room. Without further hesitation, he rushed forward, holding a pen and paper in his hand, thinking, this is the place. Quickly write the password on the wall. Just as he was certain he was safe, a voice suddenly sounded from behind him. That explains why I heard noises upstairs. Shunyi slowly turned around, his face growing increasingly pale. Officer Wong approached, his voice growing colder. So it's Student Shunyi. What are you doing here? Shunyi suppressed his panic and hurriedly wrote the password on the wall as quickly as possible. At the same time, he tried to make up an excuse. I'm about to take the high school entrance exam. The teacher gave me a math problem today, and I have to hurry up and calculate it. Inwardly, he couldn't help but curse, strange, why is this password so long? Officer Wong frowned, his expression growing darker and more suspicious. That's the emergency activation device linked to the World Government Headquarters. Does he have the password? Not letting Shunyi continue writing, Officer Wong immediately threw a knife forward. Who authorized this? Damn it, I can't let him write it down. The knife slammed into the barrier in front of the door, which Shunyi had created using his own abilities. Refusing to give up, Officer Wong charged forward, yelling, "What is this? Your innate ability." Shenyi hurriedly wrote the password on the door while glancing back. The blade flew forward, slamming into the door, shattering a large section. Shenyi shuddered, thinking, asterisk this power. It's a good thing this door changes with its surroundings. If it were a normal door, my head would have rolled by now. Asterisk. Officer Wong lunged forward, kicking the obstructing door. The door flew backward, straight toward Shun Yi Dai, he shouted. But Shun Yi was prepared. As he wrote, he muttered an incantation, disperse. The door slowly vanished on command. Officer Wong continued his charge, preparing to attack again, to kill him. Seeing his opponent about to reach him, Shun Yi recited the incantation again, door. A door appeared abruptly behind him, giving Officer Wong no time to react. He slammed his head into it. Blood flowed down his face. He stumbled back a few steps, his body trembling from the pain. Clutching his head, he cursed, "Damn it, a summoned door can actually slam shut like that." A smile finally appeared on Shun Ye's face. He looked at the password on the door, rejoicing inwardly. Finally finished, a system voice rang out, password verified. "I am Colin, the strongest of the world government. Now, commencing emergency needs assessment and situation handling. Scanning the entire police station. Luo Feishuan's body discovered. Successfully verified the false identity of Captain Wang Xuemu of the Serious Crimes Unit. Dispatching the nearest high-level operative." Colin continued, dispatching Qian Russian, regional director of the corporation. "Considering the severity of the current situation, the decision is to execute immediately." Shen Yi exclaimed in surprise. "Manager Qian?" Colin continued. "After a 30-second countdown, the perpetrator impersonating Wang Xuemu will be executed on the spot. Countdown begins. 29, 28. Officer Wang staggered to his feet, his eyes dark as he looked at Shun Yi. "Calling for reinforcements? Want to kill me? Dream on. 30 seconds is enough for me to finish you off and escape safely." Without waiting another second, Shun Yi immediately summoned a door again to escape. But Officer Wang grabbed his wrist. His other hand formed a fist. "Brat, you think I'll let you run?" As the countdown continued, Officer Wang's fist drew closer. "It's over." At the 25-second mark, a golden light appeared behind them. No one was visible, only a voice died. At the last second, the person who appeared behind them was Qian Russian. With a single blow, Officer Wang's body was obliterated, leaving only the hand still gripping Shun Ye's wrist. Qian Russian chuckled, his voice low. "The martial arts of the world, speed alone cannot break them." Colin's voice chimed in mockingly, "Idiot. Did you think I would actually count down for 30 seconds? Qian Russian stood proudly, asking, "Wasn't I cool?" Shun Yi immediately replied, "Cool. Super cool. Thank you, Manager Qian, for saving me." The two then entered the office. Inside, Qian Russian asked with a serious face, "I can handle everything else for you, but you have to be honest about the password." Shun Yi replied, "Truthfully, Officer Luo gave me the password earlier. He said he was being hunted, and if anything happened to me, I should use it immediately." Qian Russian immediately understood. It seems he already knew the Silent Church, and the assassin from earlier had their eyes on him. Shun Yi asked in surprise, "The Silent Church?" Qian Russian nodded, that they're the organization behind the previous anomaly. They're a bunch of lunatics with mental problems. Officer Luo probably made enemies with them while handling that case. Shun Yi lowered his head, a look of regret on his face. "It's a shame Officer Luo died." Qian Russian, like him, remained silent for a moment. Then he said, "It truly is a shame. I didn't know him long, but I sensed a strong sense of justice in him. I fear it was his passion that led to his demise." After speaking, Qian Russian looked directly at Shun Yi. "That you're lucky. You were meant to be eliminated by the assassin impersonating Officer Luo, but a twist of fate allowed you to survive. Colin has investigated the identity of the assassin hunting you. He's a hitman from the Assassin's League, but they only handle online assignments. They don't know who hired them." Shun Yi speculated, if they're assassins capable of killing Officer Luo, their abilities and fees must be very high, meaning the client is definitely wealthy. Qian Russian praised him. "Smart. But the question is, why would such a person go to such lengths to kill an ordinary middle school student like you? We're still investigating that." Shun Yi continued to ask, "What is Colin that appeared after I used the password? Why didn't Officer Luo call on it to deal with the assassin?" Qian Russian replied, "Colin is the world government's central AI system. It arranged my support mission this time. It doesn't usually handle cases like this, unless you have the code to provide it. Then it will intervene. As for why Officer Luo didn't call on it, Suddenly, a voice came from behind Shin. That's because he didn't know his weapon was compromised. The secretary continued, "This is Officer Luo's prosthetic iron hand, also his weapon. The spring inside was infected with a virus, rendering it unusable." The circle on the hand glowed as she continued, but as soon as Officer Luo died, it returned to normal. Clearly, this was Renwei. Moreover, it must have been someone very close to him. Colin has tasked us with investigating this further. Shin Yi sat silently, his eyes fixed on the iron hand before him. So that's why he told me his weapon was malfunctioning. This outstanding and capable officer had specifically left his business card at his house and then diligently investigated, even providing clues after his death. The more Shin Yi thought about it, the more regret he felt. Such a person, yet when he faced his enemy, he couldn't even use his weapon before he died. Qian Russian suddenly spoke. "Shin Yi, you're part of our corporation now. Today, I'll teach you your first lesson. I hope you remember it well." His expression became more serious. "Always be wary of those with malicious intent. They're more terrifying than monsters." Shin Yi replied in a low voice, "I'll remember that." Qian Russian nodded in satisfaction. "Good. Now follow me. I've arranged a meeting with your parents. They're still inside the anomaly." Outside in the hallway, Qian Russian walked and talked, saying, "Professionals will handle the aftermath. This place is about to be locked down. We need to leave immediately." Shin Yi asked in surprise, "Why aren't you staying? With your influence, dealing with those two at the police station should be easy, right?" Qian Russian replied, "Don't be naive. Who knows what they might have brought out of the anomaly?" He continued, "I remember a kid who, after escaping an anomaly caused by the church, seemed normal, but was actually just a skin suit. Underneath was an undocumented monster. It ended up slaughtering half the city and was only eliminated after its weakness was discovered. I'd rather kill someone than get involved with anomalies or the church. Don't worry, those two will meet a worse end than the guy plastered on the wall." As he said this, Qian Russian suddenly froze. Immediately, he called someone, "Right, Luo Feishuan, surname Luo. Hello, it's me. Help me investigate someone named Xiao Mingyu. Investigate her relationship with Luo Feishuan." It was unclear what Qian Russian heard, but he grew increasingly panicked, his voice trembling. "What? This is bad." Shin Yi overheard and wondered, "Xiao Mingyu, who is that? She seems to have some connection to Officer Luo." A voice came from inside. "Manager Qian, since things have come to this, there's something my son, Shin Yi, needs to know so he can make a decision. After that, we can review the contract details." Qian Russian replied, "Of course. I'll go out for a smoke. Call me back in later." Looking at her son sitting opposite her, Mother Shin began, "Xiao Yi, your father, and I won't hide it from you anymore. You are actually a descendant of a prestigious family. Your father was originally from a branch of the great Sanpu Shin clan." Shin Yi exclaimed in surprise, "The Sanpu Shin clan?" He thought to himself, as expected, Shin Ye's background isn't ordinary. I think I've read about them in history books. The Sanpu Shun clan is one of the families possessing divine inheritance and artifacts. Mother Shun continued, "Back then, your father was a naturally gifted genius. Unfortunately, while cultivating the clan's techniques, he suffered chi deviation and lost all his power. Disheartened and losing all hope, he came to this city and met me. Later, your grandfather arranged a marriage for him, but for my sake, your father refused. This angered your grandfather, leading to your father being disowned by the clan. Afterward, we had you and lived a peaceful, contented life." Shun Yi said helplessly, "Are you guys showing off your love story to me?" Father Shun remained silent for a moment, then said, "Xiao Yi, the reason we're telling you this is because the talent you've displayed now far surpasses ordinary people. If we return to your grandfather now, he will surely accept you. Then, you can become a descendant of the prestigious clan and enjoy abundant resources and preferential treatment." His next words shocked Shun Yi. "The clan's inheritance is something countless people desire but can't obtain. Xiao Yi, if you join the human martial arts group, you will never be able to touch the clan's secret inheritance. We leave the choice to you. Rest assured, no matter which path you choose, your mother and I will fully support you." Shin Yi pondered for a moment, then decided, "Dad, Mom, I've made up my mind. I want to join the human martial arts group." Shin Ye's mother was astonished. "Have you thought this through? We can go plead with your grandfather. If he agrees, you'll be set for life." Shin Yi looked at his parents with determination. "No, I won't go back. I don't want you to beg anyone. If you can support this family, so can I. Have faith in me." Shin Ye's father was silent for a long moment before speaking. "This is your life. We respect your decision." Shin Ye's mother was overjoyed. "Xiao Yi, you've really grown up? Shenyi immediately stood up. Then I'll go tell the manager. He suddenly recalled the past. Over the years, their family had rarely returned to his grandfather's place. Thinking back, every time they did, his grandfather had never been warm to them, and the other relatives were even more distant and cold. Alongside those memories, he also remembered the happy moments in my memories, the only joy was playing with the other kids when I was little. Having been too accustomed to hardship and loneliness in his past life, he was only now experiencing genuine family affection. Qian Russian looked at the contract in his hand and said, "Successfully signed. Welcome, Shenyi, officially to the Human Martial Arts Group." Shenyi had his own reasons that a cold-blooded and unfeeling family like the Shen clan, I don't need them. Qian Russian asked. In a few days, Shenyi has to participate in the entrance exam for the 3 prestigious schools, so I want to let him temporarily live in the group's facilities. What do you two think? Shenyi's mother smiled. That's great. Those are the 3 best high schools in the world. Xiao Yi, don't feel too pressured. Just perform as usual. Shenyi happily replied. Director Qian, I'll follow you from now on. Outside the hospital corridor, Yi Bing was furiously typing on her phone. Yi Bing read each line on her phone. Malicious bullying, ruining a classmate's future. The top student, driven to twisted revenge by failing one subject, harms his classmates. The police are involved and will surely respond. She smiled smugly. Great, the video I posted is working. The miserable state of Tong Ming's group has attracted a lot of followers and comments. It wasn't a waste running to the hospital to take pictures of Tong Ming's pig head. Soon, Shen Yi will be dealt with, and his reputation will be ruined. The thought filled Yi Bing with joy as she continued posting, maintaining her image as the pure and innocent ice goddess. The more she thought about it, the more pleased she became. Shen Yi, don't blame me. This is your fate. From now on, you won't be able to go to high school, learn techniques, have weapons or armor, get elixirs or evolution potions, or even inherit anything. You'll be just like Tong Ming and his group, a good-for-nothing. And I will be at a level you can never reach. Just then, Yi Bing received a message. She read each line. Your post has been deemed fabricated and blocked. The police have issued a related statement. If you continue, the platform and the Human Martial Arts Group will pursue legal action. The more Yi Bing read, the more panicked she became. She shouted, deemed fabricated? Impossible. There's evidence showing the boy acted in self-defense. No, I don't believe it. Why isn't it being released? And what does this have to do with the Human Martial Arts Group? What about the school? What does the school say? The next piece of news from school truly infuriated Yi Bing. Congratulations to Shunya from our school's 9th grade, who has signed with the Human Martial Arts Group. 5 key high schools in the province have sent him direct admission offers. She was so disappointed she couldn't stand, leaning against the wall. Impossible. It was almost a done deal. How could he sign with the Human Martial Arts Group? What gives him a right? Meanwhile, the oblivious Tong Ming lay in his hospital bed, calling out, Bing Bing, are you still there? Inside the elevator, Qian Russian and Shun Yi stood together. Qian Russian, checking his phone, said, the police station just sent a message. It's over. A huge fight. Quite a few casualties. Shunya asked in a low voice, was it that brutal? Qian Russian let out an, oh, and replied, I killed that guy. Got 5 military merit points. Shunya asked, surprised, military merit? Qian Russian explained, it can be used as currency to buy special items, like cultivation techniques, materials, intelligence, weapons. Actually, this whole incident was thanks to your report, but you don't have an official position, so you probably won't get any merit. Shunya sounded dejected. That's disappointing. Just then, Shunya also received a message. I also have a reward? I wonder what it is. He looked at it, reading each line. In this battle, you made a significant contribution regarding the minor. The government will provide a reasonable reward. The item has been delivered. Please claim it at the lobby of the Human Martial Arts Group building in the next few days. World United Government Military Merit and Rank Management Department. Floor 105, Qian Russian announced. Middle school is just for building a foundation. You only learn real occupational skills in high school. So, I'm guessing it's a pretty good cultivation technique. Shinya replied, I do lack offensive skills. I've been assassinated several times now. If it weren't for my luck, I'd probably be... Qian Russian said, I know. It's best if you don't go out for a while. I'll start investigating this immediately. Outside the elevator, the secretary reported, Mr. Qian, the rumors have been completely taken care of. Shinya was surprised. Rumors? Qian Russian said with satisfaction, good. Shinya, from now on, You're a member of the group. This month's funds have been transferred to your account. Manage it wisely. You can move around freely. Treat this place like your home. I have some matters to attend to, so I won't be with you for now. If you need anything, just call me. The manager said with a smile. Mr. Shun, please follow me. I'll take you to your room. Shinya replied, okay, thank you, Mr. Chien. Inside the room, Su Mulin's image appeared on the screen. Shinya, it's me, Su Mulin. First of all, congratulations on joining the Human Martial Arts group. You're very talented. You're younger than me, so I'll call you little brother, okay? Shinya sat on the bed, listening attentively. I have to thank you for your continued support and love. I hope you study hard and strive to improve your strength, becoming an incredibly powerful figure. This world is so vast, it's worth us striving together. Keep it up. All right, I also prepared VIP tickets to my concert for you. See you there. Looking at the person on the screen, Shinya was momentarily in disbelief. Su Mulin, the very actress he used to adore. He looked around the room, amazed. Everything in this room, from the flowers to the paintings, the books, the food and drinks, his preferred exercise equipment, even the actress, everything was tailored to his tastes. Shinya stepped outside, gazing at the surrounding scenery. For a newcomer, the corporation went to such lengths. This must be the fame and fortune that power brings. The afternoon sun slanted down as he stood on the high floor, looking down at the city below. 105 floors. Who wouldn't want to stay among the clouds? Who wouldn't want to ride the wind straight to the blue sky to see that magnificent scenery? His expression gradually became more determined. At midnight tonight, I have to go to the nightmare world. I need to get that highly rated love prisoner. I must become stronger. The entrance exam is the day after tomorrow. I can't afford to be eliminated. The clock on the wall struck 12. Shinya opened the door and entered a room. He stared blankly at the pile of bones on the ground and asked, what happened here? He was about to step inside when he suddenly remembered he couldn't just barge in recklessly. Otherwise, it would affect the dictionary's evaluation. A trembling voice cried out, "Oh, Shinya, is that you? Shinya, quick, save me. I'm dying." Shinya, outside the door, asked in surprise, "Big Skull, how did you end up like this?" I don't know how to heal you," Fai Lon urged. "Do you still have that tonic from last time? Quickly, give me a few more pills." Shinya replied, "I'm sorry, I don't have any of that." Fai Lon said helplessly, "It's over. I never thought I'd die here. How ridiculous." Fai Lon thought helplessly, "This guy's a decent partner. After all, I should try pleading with him one more time." Shinya closed the door and reassured him, hold on a little longer. I'll immediately think of a way to save you. Wait for me." He urgently replied, "Hurry." Fai Lon waited like that for 2 hours. He lay there lamenting, "I'm definitely dead." Finally, the door opened. Shinya opened the door, sweating profusely, and said, "Big Skull, I'm back." "Oh no, the door isn't big enough. I can't get in." Fai Lon felt relieved. "Finally, what are you doing, Shinya?" Shinya cleared his throat. "That T.O. save you. I spent all my savings. I bought a huge fish tank filled with calcium gluconate solution and liquid calcium with magnesium and zinc. This cost me everything I had. As long as you can soak in it, you'll be able to recover. Do you have any way to get in?" Fai Lon clicked his tongue. "Tisuke, what way could I possibly have?" The room began to shake, and dust and stones started to fall. Shinya asked in surprise, "What's happening?" Fai Lan's voice was helpless. "Damn it, they're about to break in here." Shinya asked who. He replied, "Humans and elves." As the debris continued to fall, Fai Lon explained, "Actually, this is a secret passage. Outside is our undead army's battlefield. The humans and elves are attacking us." Fai Lon handed Shinya a ring and said, "The battle isn't over yet, but I'm extremely weak right now. TSK, take this. This is a spatial ring. Quickly put it on. I have to get out of here." Shinya put on the ring, which began to suck in Fai Lon as he muttered something unintelligible. The ring completely absorbed the enormous Fai Lon. The room exploded inside. Shanya ye lit infidite hua. Disperse. The door slammed shut immediately. He complained that was close. If I'd been hit by that shockwave, it would have been disastrous. Shinya looked at the ring on his hand and called out, "Hey, are you in the ring?" Fai Lan's voice echoed from within. "Indeed. Living things can't survive in this space, but luckily, I'm not a living thing. I'm undead." Shinya thought to himself, I knew he'd have some kind of treasure. He didn't want to take it out at first. What a cunning name. Fai Lon continued, "Raise your hand towards the fish tank, then absorb it. I'll jump inside. That way I can soak in some kind of solution." Before he finished speaking, the fish tank was absorbed, making his words rather confusing. Shinya clicked his tongue. You really aren't an ordinary skeleton. He continued, I've been suspicious of your identity ever since we were in the elf village. After all, who gets captured by 3 of their own kind to assassinate the enemy leader? However, I don't like prying into other people's business, and I certainly won't interfere with yours. But since I've saved you, you have to repay me. Phylon asked, how do you want me to repay you? Shinya clenched his fist. I have to go to your world today, and you have to help me with all your might. Phylon exclaimed in surprise. Didn't you see how fierce that battle just was? You're going there to die. Forget it. You respect my privacy, and I respect yours. Besides, I've already used up all the powerful treasures on me, so I can't give you much. Shinya questioned, aren't you the battlefield scavenger? Phylon, enjoying the comfort of the solution bath within the ring, replied, I am in charge of collecting spoils of war, but don't think I can actually pick up anything good. The truly powerful treasures are taken directly when their owners are defeated. Shinya thought to himself, asterisk outside the secret tunnel is the undead army's battlefield. So, I'll pretend to be an undead soldier, walk around the battlefield, and come back. Wouldn't I have another word then? Asterisk, he asked towards the ring. Do you have any undead soldier equipment? Preferably something that can conceal a human's aura. Phylon hesitated slightly. Conceal aura. Let me see. Then, an old set of armor was tossed out from within the ring. Rummaging through the armor, Shinya complained, what is all this tattered junk? Are you collecting scrap metal? Phylon tried to explain. These broken pieces of armor are a constant reminder of the cruelty of war. Look around. Maybe there's something usable. After searching, Shinya stood up with a sigh. Phew, I managed to scrape together a set. He examined a card in his hand. This horse token is pretty good too. It says I can summon a skeletal warhorse. Phylon then produced a mask from within the ring, praising, excellent. Your whole body is radiating the aura of death now. Just in time, here's a centurion's mask for you. Shinya was a little puzzled. What does this mask do? As he put on the mask, Phylon continued to explain, it carries a high-level death aura. Wearing it, combined with your equipment, will absolutely prevent other undead from seeing through your disguise. With the mask on, Shinya now looked exactly like a true undead warrior. If you're quick enough, you might even be able to use that horse token to get a skeletal warhorse, Phylon commented. Shinya imagined himself riding a skeletal warhorse, swaggering across the undead battlefield, and fleeing instantly if he encountered danger. Maybe I can even steal a word like Ghost Rider, he mused. Shinya stopped his thoughts and pushed open the door. All right, I'm going over there. Phylon offered a parting reminder. Don't die, okay? If you die, they'll take the ring from you, and then I'm definitely doomed. The open doorway seemed to suck everything inwards. Shinya cleared his throat that I'll try not to die. Shinya entered through the doorway into the thoroughly ravaged place. He climbed up the rubble to survey the area. Right, the last time he came to the elf territory, he obtained a sword. This time, it would be handy for self-defense. Spotting a hole above, he climbed through. As soon as he poked his head out, Shinya was startled to find nearly a dozen spears pointed at him. Roman and his soldiers stood there, coldly staring at him. There's an undead left here. Kill him. Panic welled up inside Shinya. Humans? Wasn't this supposed to be the undead battlefield? Could the undead have lost? He quickly pulled off his mask. Don't attack. I'm one of you. Look, I'm human. Ignoring him, Roman swung his sword. Undead sympathizer. Shinya hastily raised his own sword to block the attack. Seeing the purple glow emanating from the sword, Roman hesitated. That sword is a duskblade. Shinya wasn't sure what that meant. A duskblade. That's the standard sword of human scouts, a blade used for assassination. Humanity has placed a blessing of silent purity upon it. Confirming the sword, Roman stopped and helped him up. Only humans who haven't fallen can wield a duskblade. He's one of us. All right, there's nothing more to do here. Continue pursuing and eliminating the remaining undead. The soldiers replied in unison, yes, sir. He turned to Shinya and made a hand sign. Brother, do you need our assistance? Shinya was bewildered. In Lam Tin's sign language, it meant I love you. Was this a love confession at first sight? Was a nightmare world this advanced? He followed Roman's gaze. No, he was staring intently at his mask. This hand gesture definitely had some hidden meaning. Could this mask represent something else? This deceptive skeleton. Every item he pulls out is special. Whatever, I'll bluff him first and figure out later. Shinya put on a mysterious air and mirrored the hand sign. As you can see, my current situation is quite difficult. If you can assist, I certainly won't refuse. Roman didn't react much to this. Understood. I'll give you a soldier's tactical pouch. Shinya rejoiced inwardly. The bluff worked. He took the pouch. Thank you. Tell me your name. I'll repay you later. Roman replied indifferently. Roman. Suddenly, a group of horsemen charged towards them. Make way for the Baron. Quasin stopped his horse in front of the Roman. You've lingered here too long. Are you intentionally delaying the battle? Roman quickly replied, it's not like that. I encountered a scout outside the ruins of the secret passage. Quasin raised an eyebrow. Secret passage? Scout? Surround this scout. I suspect he's an undead spy. Roman intervened. Wait, he has a dust blade. That's... Quasin interrupted, unconcerned. Shut up. Of course, I know someone who can wield a dust blade hasn't sold their soul, but I want to know what his mission is. Shinya looked up darkly, scrutinizing him. Who are you? What right do you have to question my mission? He laughed arrogantly. I am Baron Quasin of the Southern Eagle Fortress. A mere scout like you dares to ask my name? Let's see. First, I'll strip you, give you 20 lashes, and then get to the bottom of your secrets. Shinya sneered. Quasin, you damned pervert. I'll remember you. He muttered under his breath, enraged. He waved his hand and ordered. How dare a mere scout threaten this Baron? Kill him. 3 or 4 soldiers simultaneously thrust their spears at the spot where the boy was standing. Suddenly, a second later, the spot was empty. Where was he? The soldiers couldn't believe their eyes. Strange. He vanished? My lord Baron, there's no secret passage or trapdoor into the ground. Quasin was also taken aback by the situation. How is this possible? Roman calmly spoke. I heard that some anonymous assassins are also participating in this operation. He looked at Quasin pointedly. They are experts at hiding in the shadows, specializing in assassinations. You were very brave just now, Quasin, revealing your name like that. Quasin's face paled after hearing this. Specializing in assassinations. The battlefield is unpredictable. What if he takes advantage of the chaos to assassinate me? Quasin hurriedly turned his horse. Damn it, let's go. Meanwhile, Shinya dropped down from the ceiling into the room. He sat down, sighing in relief. Damn it, Baron Quasin, huh? Quick to act. I'll remember you. Good thing I opened the trapdoor beforehand. Otherwise, I'd be in deep trouble. That skeleton, damn him. There's something wrong with that mask. Didn't you see him signal me? A voice suddenly echoed in the air. You can't blame me. How could I know the intricacies of the human military? Besides, aren't you back safe and sound? This time, opening the door yielded a family item, blue, excellent, evaluated as ordinary human. The highest level item he received was white, but thanks to his ability to borrow strength to escape danger, he received special consideration. Shinya was annoyed that a blue family item again? Seriously? Attention! This is the second time you have received this item through special consideration. A special event is occurring. If you receive a blue family item next time, you'll have the opportunity to receive an honorary stamp allowing you to receive the same item 3 times in a row. This will awaken resonant power and hidden abilities, and you only have one chance to obtain this ability. Be cautious. Shinya was utterly astonished. Receiving 3 identical items can activate hidden abilities? So if the next item I receive is still family, I can successfully activate it. But if it's not, I'll lose the chance to gain the hidden ability. But how do I get another blue family item? He picked up the pouch and pondered. According to the item's guidance, I need to be in dire straits, use borrowed strength to attack, resolve the difficulty, and escape. Shinya suddenly thought of Lanny and Roman. Thinking back on the 2 times he received family, whether it was the elf village or the undead battlefield, he was in their territory and facing life or death situations. He recalled their belongings, which ultimately led others to abandon their hostility and even willingly help him. That's right. This is the key to unlocking it. Shinya broke out in a cold sweat. This requirement is too high, like dancing on a knife's edge. Moreover, there's only one chance. No, too much night walking will eventually lead to encountering ghosts. If the situation becomes too dangerous, I'd rather give up the hidden ability. My life is more important. Suddenly, he heard the doorbell ring. The intercom screen displayed a message. Mr. Shun, you have a visitor. She claims to be a relative of Fai Shuyan. Her identity has been verified by the corporation. There are no issues. Do you wish to see her? Shinya pondered silently. Officer Luo's family. Officer Luo died unjustly investigating my case. After his death, he even saved my life. His family wants to see me. No matter what, I can't refuse. He agreed, all right. The person replied, a reception room has been arranged for you on the 50th floor. Shinya thought to himself, I hope I can do something for his family. Shinya stepped out and greeted, excuse me, were you looking for me? The young woman turned to look at him. Meng spoke Shinya. He hadn't yet processed it, yes, when his eyes suddenly flashed a blue light, utterly astonished. She looked at Shunya and calmly introduced herself. Hello, I'm Mengyu, Fai Shuyan's younger sister. I'm here to clarify a few things with you. Shunya shook her hand with a look of realization. A family item. I've met so many people, even Qian Russian didn't have a family item rating. In a nightmare world, there are countless humans, undead, and all kinds of spirits, none with a family item. Only the high priestess of the spirits has a long string of family items. This young woman is the second person I've met with a family item. So she's the one who made the regional director's face change when he spoke of her. Shinya thought. Mengyu released his hand. My brother found the assassin who attacked you, the man in sunglasses. When they fought hand-to-hand, weapons were ineffective. He was killed by him. I also found the people who tampered with the weapons. They were two of his classmates, motivated by jealousy of the honors my brother received. Her face hardened. I've killed them all. Shinya was startled, his eyes widening. He questioned, but the regional director said the murderer was just captured alive yesterday. She explained, that's right, so I killed him. Shinya continued, and you also killed the two who tampered with the weapons. Mengyu affirmed firmly, that's right. He realized, speaking so casually, is this a great swordsman? Mengyu fell silent. Why brother was a man of limited talent, so I recommended him to a decent school. I waited for him to graduate, find a good job, then marry a virtuous woman, and continue the Luo family line. Everything was going according to plan. I hoped he would be protected like that, live a peaceful life. Shinya suddenly thought of something. That's not right. I felt Fai Shuyan was definitely a chosen one. How could he be a man of limited talent, according to his sister? However, his end was to be schemed against by villains, his body bound and hidden in a locker. Mengyu asked him coldly, why aren't you saying anything? Are you saying people are allowed to bully him, but I'm not allowed to avenge him? Shinya chuckled nervously and waved his hand. No, I was just thinking if you kill them like that, will anyone come to arrest you? She maintained her cold expression. So that's it. Although you have the surname Shan, you've never lived among the aristocratic families, so you wouldn't understand. No matter how ordinary my brother was, he was a descendant of an aristocratic family, yet he died shamefully at the hands of an assassin. I, representing the Luo family, sought justice for him. No one dares to say anything. Mengyu opened up. Also, my mother's surname is Xiao. I took her surname. Shinya listened to her, I understand. Please continue. She continued her story. I asked the assassin's name. He didn't know who wanted to kill you, and he didn't know he had offended the Luo family's descendants. Now, they're all dead, and the clues are broken from here. Mengyu seriously raised a question. This time I came to find you to ask you, regarding the person who wanted to kill you. Do you have any clues? Do you have any suspects? Even a vague guess would do. Can you give me some names? Just give me the names, and leave the rest to me. Shinya shrugged. Honestly, I don't have any clues about the mastermind behind this. But by killing those assassins, you've avenged Officer Luo. Mengyu drew her sword. Not enough. With sharp eyes, she continued, I have to find the one who hired the assassins to kill you. The assassin killed my brother, so I will kill both the assassin and the mastermind behind it. Then Mengyu slashed out a sharp sword strike. With that, I will comfort my brother's soul in heaven. The sword strike tore through the clouds, revealing the pitch-black night sky. She created a strong gust of wind that startled Shinya. He was frightened. This is what she just slashed? I didn't even see her draw her sword. Mengyu stroked her hair with one hand and held her sword in the other. Shinya, please think carefully. Are there any special events or other details that you've overlooked? You are a descendant of the Shun family. Have you ever made any enemies with any young masters? Please don't give up investigating because of their power or influence. You can seek my help anytime. Shinya closed his eyes and replied, Our family's relationship with the three branches of the Shun family isn't very good. We hardly interact. Occasionally, when I go back, I only play with kids my age. I haven't offended anyone. He suddenly remembered, right? Come to think of it, the first time I was attacked, there seemed to be a faint scream of fear in the hospital. I wonder if there were any witnesses. Meng Yu's expression turned serious. Investigate immediately. I'll await your news. She turned to leave. This is how you can contact me. Thank you, Shunya. I'll take my leave now. Farewell. He bid her farewell, not forgetting to remind her, be careful on your way. Rushan suddenly appeared from behind Shinya. That sword strike was terrifying. When she arrived, I deliberately asked her if she had taken action against you. I was afraid she would take her anger out on you because of Fai Shuyan's death, but it seems the outcome is still very good. Lao Qian folded his arms and continued, she is the most outstanding descendant of this generation of the Luo family. Among the lineages of the great families, she can also be called an exceptional talent. Shinya wondered, is she still in school, or has she started working? Rushan replied, she'll be taking the high school entrance exam this year, the same year as you. He was surprised, huh? Lao Qian looked at Shunya. Don't be discouraged. Descendants of aristocratic families have always had inherited secrets, and their training starts from a young age. It's normal for their abilities to far surpass those of their peers. If you had grown up in a Shun family from a young age, you wouldn't be much worse than her. Shunya yawned as he replied, I'm happy about it. Now that she's on my side, once I find a mastermind, she can help. He headed back to his room to sleep. Rushan said, go on. Tomorrow I'll arrange for some tutors and go over some key points for the exam. Back in his room, Shunya slammed his hand on the bed in frustration, as expected of a descendant of an aristocratic family so strong. Aristocratic families, they are a high-class, superior existence in human civilization. What if it really is someone from an aristocratic family who wants to kill me? They could just toss a coin and use someone from the Assassin's League, easily buy my life. Shunya thought to himself, asterisk, I want to quickly learn some attack skills. After all, I can't always rely on having a great swordsman on my side. Asterisk, he grew excited again. Hey, big skeleton, do you have any more glass nightmares? The kind with skills attached? A man's got to be able to rely on himself. After all, Shunya sat on the bed, pondering, skeleton, do you have any more glass nightmares? The kind with skills. Phylan's voice came from the ring. All I have are undead skills. You're not undead, and without soulfire power, you can't use them. Shunya asked, then where did the moonlight stag walk you gave me before come from? Phylan explained, I found that one by chance. Shunya pondered, so I have to wait until after I reach level 3 to have a chance to learn attack skills? But I can't wait. Not to mention someone is after me, and the exam is coming up. Those aristocratic kids are probably not going to be easy. He suddenly remembered the brown bag lying on the floor. Right, the combat bag that human officer Roman gave me. I haven't even looked through it yet. Ration's first aid kit. Nothing interesting here. Shunya rummaged through the bag. Suddenly, he found a glowing blue glass bead. There's a glass nightmare. Hopefully, it has a good skill. Shunya excitedly clutched the glass bead in his hand. Shadow hand, establishing a communication point in the camp. If you see a tent with 3 sword chains, come and receive your mission. Shunya's excitement deflated. What the heck? It's not a skill. Looks like that human Roman considers me a member of the Shadow Hand. Shunya immediately started thinking, I've already received the Love Tum today. Even if I go to the Nightmare World again, I won't be able to get another one. I might as well use this time to explore a bit. He wondered, skeleton, where did you pick up the Centurion's mask you gave me? Can we find that place again? Phylan directed him. It's near the secret passage. I don't remember the exact location. What do you need it for? Shunya explained his thinking. The undead battlefield outside the secret passage has been captured by humans. I want to disguise myself as a human soldier and go to the Nightmare World again. Do you have any human equipment? Phylan immediately started searching. Let me see. The system transported Shunya to the Nightmare World, fully equipped in armor. Now you're disguised as a human soldier at the border of the territory. See the hound mark on the shield? That's your insignia. The humans in the territory have all been killed by us undead. Disguised as a lucky survivor, no one will suspect you. Shunya looked at the glass bead in his hand. Oh, what is this glass bead? Phylan replied, it's a distress letter from Lord Rai. Consider a token. You'll need it when you go out later. Shunya slung the shield on his back and lifted his hand to open the door, wondering this is rare. Why are you suddenly so concerned about my affairs? Phylan responded, because you saved me last night. I have to repay the favor. Shunya seemed unconvinced. Honestly, so I don't dry out your calcium solution, right? Phylan politely said, I need to help you gain a certain status in the Nightmare World. Only then will you be able to purchase some high-level materials to treat my injuries. Shunya pushed open the heavy door and stepped inside. That's more like it. In the Nightmare World, under the moonlight, skeletal remains were scattered everywhere. A a soldier supporting a wounded comrade, called out, "There's someone injured here." In the distance, another soldier, hearing the call, shouted, "Quick, over there." They took turns supporting the wounded soldier as they returned. "Hang in there, brother. Stay conscious. Headquarters isn't far. You'll get treatment soon." Hidden near a boulder, Shinya thought, there are still some soldiers cleaning up the battlefield. I can't act rashly. If I run into that group from before and they recognize me, it won't be easy to deal with. He carefully hid behind a boulder. This place is full of corpses. I need to find them and gather some intel. Suddenly, Shinya approached a massive corpse. So big. This is a greater undead. Gloomy decree. Activate. He spoke. "Hey buddy, wake up. I have a question for you. Do you know anything about this mask?" He held the mask close to the undead. The undead looked at it and replied, "I don't know." Hearing the answer, Shinya immediately ran off. "All right, you rest." He ran around, asking the scattered corpses on the ground, "Brother, have you ever seen this mask?" A corpse replied, "Never." Shinya asked another, "Ever seen this mask?" Another corpse replied, "Never." He continued to ask another corpse, "Ever seen this mask?" They replied, "No." Shinya knelt down by a corpse. "Sir, have you ever seen this mask?" That corpse also replied, "No." Receiving only meaningless answers, he leaned against a boulder in frustration. Shinya sighed wearily. Damn it, searching like this is like looking for a needle in a haystack. Suddenly, he glanced to his side. Shinya immediately recognized it. A werewolf. Perfect. A werewolf's nose must be very sensitive. Maybe it can help me find it. He held the mask in front of the werewolf. "Good boy, have you ever seen or smelled this mask before?" The werewolf replied, "I've seen this mask. It belongs to a centurion. He's right over there. He only has one arm left. And also, I'm not a dog. I'm a wolf." Shinya rejoiced. "Good boy. You've made a great contribution. You can go back now." The werewolf insisted again, "Wolf." Shinya walked over to an arm lying on the ground. Thinking to be in this state, it must have been a direct hit from large-scale magic. Only one arm left. Gloomy decree UX0. "Buddy, are you there?" The arm trembled and began to move, making a distinctive hand gesture. Shinya was thrilled. This is the symbolic hand gesture of the shadow hand. Looks like I found the right person. This is the owner of the mask. Buddy, can you tell me anything? The arm trembled and pointed decisively in a direction. Pointing, Shinya followed the direction the arm indicated. He spotted a single shoe left on the ground. The arm pointed in that direction. Next to a boulder was a tattered shoe. Shinya picked it up and immediately wrinkled his nose, covering it with his hand in disgust at the stench. This boot stinks. He suddenly realized something. Wait a minute, there seems to be something inside. Shinya tipped the shoe upside down, pouring out a few things. Disgusting. He held a round, blue glowing piece in his hand. System notification. You have discovered multiple special items, unlocking the plan auxiliary ability. Now, I can see the description of the special item. Item introduction. Shadow Knight Medallion. A light blue item found within the monster medallion. Advanced magic. Runes can activate designated weapons. Without compatible weapons, it's a useless item. Shinya remembered the weapon and wondered if it was behind him. He fumbled behind his back and pulled out a sword. Both he and the sword floated into the air. Immediately afterward, the two objects merged. The system announced an item upgrade. Night Edge had become Night Curtain. The system introduced the item, Night Curtain, a twin sword suited for human assassins, green tier, with the special attributes of high-level sharpness, high-level penetration, and high-level blood absorption. This is an assassination twin sword, also imbued with the Shadow Blessing by the Shadow Hand Brotherhood. Only high-level assassins can wield it. The Shadow Blessing emits a unique energy wave, representing the wielder's identity and allowing them to complete missions for the Shadow Hand Brotherhood and receive corresponding rewards. Shadow protects those who uphold justice. Shinya raised the sword in his hand, filled with adoration. He hadn't expected such a pleasant surprise. Night Edge upgrading to Night Curtain was fantastic. Suddenly, he remembered something. Right, there was also a letter. Shinya opened the remaining letter. Inside, it contained information regarding a mandatory investigation into the unusual movements of the undead. Brothers and sisters, the Human Empire and the Elf Kingdom have jointly issued a large-scale mission. Anyone who can uncover any information about the undead's unusual movements can exchange it for a generous reward. We urge everyone to head to the battlefield. The survival of our people depends on you and me fighting for it. May Shadow protect us. Shadow Hand. Shinya held the letter away from his face, understanding dawning on him. So this was a mission from the Shadow Hand. Shinya remembered the green stone. The Zoman crystal had told him that the camp with 3 upright twin swords was the location of the Shadow Hand. That's right, Zoman must also be a member of the Shadow Hand. Seeing his mask, he decided to lend a hand. Shinya pointed at a nearby skeleton. Use information about the undead's unusual movements to exchange for a generous reward. It's that simple. He stood up. Tell me about the undead's unusual movements. The skeleton straightened up, trembling. I don't know anything. Shinya gestured to the surrounding skeletons. All right, you, and you too. Tell me about the undead's unusual movements. The skeletons straightened up in unison, trembling that we don't know anything. Ordinary soldiers only receive combat orders. He frowned in frustration. This is troublesome. Just then, the ring on his finger hesitantly spoke. Well, actually, I can provide you with some information. Shinya suddenly remembered and raised his hand, looking at the ring with delight. Right? Isn't there an undead right here? But you're an undead. You're actually offering to reveal your own kind's information? Aren't you trying to trick me? Phylon chuckled a few times, his head popping out. The undead are indeed my kin, but they all have ill intentions towards me. Shinya nodded in agreement inwardly. That's right, this guy's situation among the undead didn't seem very good. Tell me, he asked, what kind of information do you want? Earth-shattering or something more common? Shinya spoke. I can't ask for anything too earth-shattering. I'm just an ordinary person. If I present earth-shattering information, others will want to verify it, and I'll definitely be in danger. Phylon replied, well, I do have a piece of information that's just enough for you to exchange for some goods. Shinya immediately asked, what information? Phylon calmly answered, the undead have adopted new fortress components that can increase the power of their soulfire cannons by 20% and their firing rate by 10%. Shinya furrowed his brow in worry, asking if the value of this intel was too high. A green stone flew out, and Phylon spoke casually, not really. Actually, with the war breaking out, I'm sure the human higher-ups already have their suspicions. They just haven't confirmed them yet. He nodded and walked on. This intel is good. We can profit from it, and it won't attract too much attention. Shinya hid behind a rock, looking down and muttering. That's where the army is stationed, where the Shadow Hand's mission assignments are handled. But how do I get over there? Phylon pointed out a wounded soldier being rescued on the other side. Aren't those humans looking for the wounded? You can disguise yourself as one and have them take you there. Shinya nodded in approval. Good idea. Bonehead, what's the level of human medical care on the battlefield like? The man in the bone hid behind a rock, whispering. Their holy healing magic is the best. Not even the elves can compare. The premise is, you have to have money. He asked in surprise, you need money on the battlefield? Phylon answered with certainty, of course. As long as you can pay, you can even have severed limbs regenerated. Shinya was curious. What about the undead? We usually just throw the dying soldiers outside and let them fend for themselves, Phylon continued. He asked, puzzled, don't you treat them at all? Phylon expressed his annoyance. We can, but it's troublesome. We need to use a special ritual, materialize a sacrificial altar, then imprison a group of undead or living beings and draw power from them. This method can help us recover instantly, but the price is the life force of other beings. Only high-ranking undead can do it, and they also need to understand the secrets within. Shinya seemed to understand. So, the human's quality-price ratio is still higher. Too bad I don't have any money. He feigned innocence. Oh, we have money? Great. He stepped over the weapon of a giant undead lying on the ground and said, I have a way. Shinya used strength enhancement, lifting the large hammer. Phylon was puzzled. What are you doing? He instructed, whispering into the ring. If I can't speak later, remember to find a way to help me. Phylon was shocked. Hey, are you serious? After Shinya released the large hammer, it immediately slammed down on him. He coughed up blood and cried out in pain. Phylon was bewildered. It's just playing a supporting role. Why go to such lengths? He coughed. Playing dead is one thing, but playing a supporting role. Shinya picked up a rock and hit the iron shield beside him, weakly calling out, help. Someone help me. Is anyone there? Help. Save me. Nearby, people heard the cries. Someone shouted, come here quickly. There's a wounded soldier here. They offered comfort. Hold on, we're coming. At the encampment, candlelight flickered in the tents. A priestess was chanting over a figure on a bed. and lying there was none other than Shunya, his body enveloped in a green light. It was visible to the naked eye that as the green light faded, his body was recovering. A group of people stood before a bed, looking down at Shunya. The priestess bowed her head to the leader that my lord, the treatment is complete. His wounds have healed. The elder nodded. You may leave. You will be compensated shortly. Shunya cracked open his eyes, feigning weakness. Where am I? Newton approached, supporting Shunya's body and comforting him. My son, you are safe. You are in the human encampment. Shunya asked hesitantly, who are you? He replied, I am Prince Newton, my son. The shield you carry bears the Hound Legion's insignia. Tell me, are you one of Lord Hind's men? Shunya's whole body trembled as he presented a green stone, his eyes welling up with tears. I finally found you. Hind has been invaded by the undead. Please, send reinforcements quickly. This is the letter my lord entrusted me to deliver. The elder at the side took the stone and chanted a strange incantation. A voice emanated from within the stone. Great lords of the empire, I am Lord Hind. To whomever leads troops to rescue our Hind territory, I will handsomely reward 300 gold coins, along with a favorable land contract. Please come and save us. The elder nodded in explanation. That is Laren's voice. The crystal is also authentic. Newton looked at him kindly. My son, you truly are one of Hind's men. However, there is something I must tell you. Hind has been completely destroyed. The undead have seized the territory. I fear you are the only survivor. Shunya gasped in disbelief, tears streaming down his face, a perfect picture of despair. He covered his face in anguish, showcasing his superb acting skills. Father, mother, Jellet, grandmother, Kai. Literally, are they all gone? No, I don't believe it. Newton consoled him. My son, you have endured many hardships along the way. Surviving even the giant undead stone hammer is truly a miracle. You are the remaining ember of Hind. Rest for now, and don't worry about anything. Tomorrow, I will arrange for you to go to the Empire's rear to find a safe place to live. Shunya stared blankly, thinking to himself, I still have to find the Shadow Hand's camp and turn in the quest to exchange for the skill. I can't be sent away like this. He spoke with a determined voice. Thank you, my lord. But please, allow me to remain on the battlefield. Newton asked, puzzled why. Shunya's eyes burned with hatred as he replied, I want to avenge everyone. I will not spare those undead. I want to fight them, drive them out, leave no one alive. The people behind him watched in silence, likely feeling pity for him. Newton smiled faintly, praising him so young, yet so brave. Lord Hind must have seen something special in you to entrust you with the important task of delivering the letter. Shunya spoke seriously. I run very fast. In all of Hind's army, no one is faster than me. He thought to himself, the Atom family specialty is increased agility. At the same time, the system announced, Atom assimilation successful. Green Atom assimilated. Received 3 attribute points. Based on your will, the current attribute points are allocated to agility. 9, 9, 2, 9 plus 7, A moment later, Shunya was in a low starting position, preparing to end at my lord, watch me run. The others stood behind him, watching. Shunya launched himself forward like a gust of wind. He planted his hands on the ground, expertly pivoting and turning back. Once again, Shunya ran back like the wind. He stopped precisely in front of Newton. Shunya, leaning on his knees and panting, expectantly asked, Your Highness, do you think I can stay on the front lines? A chorus of praise erupted. This kid is amazing, someone exclaimed. Your Highness, let him stay? Let him take revenge with us. Another suggested, let him come with us. I'll take good care of him. Someone else marveled. Your speed is astonishing. The queen suddenly approached and took his hand. Child, where did you get this bracelet? Newton looked over, equally surprised. It's an elven item, Shunya replied. It was given to me by an elf named Lanny. He thought to himself, I exposed the undead's plot, so the elves owe me a favor. They surely won't cause me any trouble. The queen pointed at the bracelet and chanted an incantation. After a flash of green light, a bewildered Lanny appeared. May I ask who is using elven magic to summon me? The queen spoke. Lanny, I am the archmage of the royal court. Why is your bracelet on a human child? Lanny, spotting Shunya, brightened. You found him. Where? He greeted her. Hello. Lanny, he continued, that illusion magic was amazing, wasn't it? She smiled. It really is you. When are you coming to visit our village again? The queen looked at them sternly. Lanny, Answer my question. Lanny explained, some time ago, an undead spy infiltrated our village. He exposed the undead's plot, forcing the High Priestess to accept a favor from him. Actually, the High Priestess has been looking for him. Having received her answer, the Queen released his hand, that I understand. I will contact you later. The image of Lanny vanished. The Queen placed a hand on his shoulder. Prince Newton, this young man is capable and agile. He has faced danger many times and survived, and he even has connections with our elven kin. I propose he be sent to the imperial capital for training. Newton readily agreed, nodding enthusiastically. Yes, yes, yes. It's rare for a human to be held in such high regard by the elves. It's settled then. Someone, get this young man identification papers and arrange accommodations for him to rest for a few days. Scribe, record this and inform the Imperial Military Academy. He stepped forward and patted Shunya's shoulder, asking softly, what is your name, son? Shunya started to answer, but his thoughts raced. I don't know the naming customs of the Hind people. To avoid revealing anything, I'll have to pretend to have amnesia. Suddenly, he collapsed to the ground, clutching his head and crying out in pain, My head. It hurts. An elder, after a brief examination, declared, it seems he was struck by the stone mallet of the undead giant. He has suffered a concussion, resulting in amnesia. Newton responded, so that's it. Thank you for playing along, old man. Shunya thought to himself. Newton offered comfort that it's all right. Just rest and recover. He smiled that we will meet again, boy who cheated death. System announcement. You have received a certain amount of fame. You have a certain probability of receiving the self-created keyword, boy who cheated death. Shunya stood there dazed, processing the system's latest notification. He hugged his knees, troubled. The boy who cheated death. What kind of ridiculous keyword is that? I don't even have a lightning bolt scar on my forehead. Is there any way to get rid of this almost formed title? The crowd looked at Shunya with kindness. While he listened to the system drone on, an unformed keyword needs to be constantly reinforced. It needs to be continuously praised in this world to fully form. If you want to reject this keyword, there are two ways. The first is to become a hermit. As time passes and you are forgotten, the unformed keyword will disappear along with it. The second is to do things that completely contradict the meaning of the keyword. Of course, people will no longer look at you the same way, and the keyword will change accordingly. Shunya waved to everyone, deciding in his heart, all right, after everything here is over, I'll just disappear for a while. A soldier on the other side waved back cheerfully, goodbye, boy who cheated death. Shunya added silently, please don't call me that. He asked in a low voice, Skeleton, what's the background of Prince Newton? Why did my fame increase so much after just a few words with him? Phylon explained, Prince Newton is the eldest son of the royal family, also the future heir to the throne. In other words, he's the prince. Shunya asked, puzzled, why would someone of his stature come here? Phylon Gondin. The undead offensive was repelled by him, leading the combined forces of humans and elves. Why do you think he's here? Shunya seemed to understand, exclaiming, so that's it, how impressive. At this moment, an elder in the crowd suddenly spoke. That boy just now was quite interesting. The queen tilted her head and asked, did you notice something? The elder exclaimed, he carries a high-level token of the shadow hand. Clicking his tongue involuntarily reach this level at such a young age. He's truly extraordinary. The queen seemed to realize something. You mean that broken sword? Newton agreed. That's right, I saw it too. It's Nightfall, an item only high-ranking assassins possess. I didn't expect to discover such a talented individual while taking a stroll. It's truly a stroke of luck. In my name, grant him a Medal of Valor. The soldier beside him immediately replied, yes, your highness. Inside a tent, Shunya entered, thinking to himself, found it. He spoke up, hello. Shunya thought, this is the intelligence exchange point of the Brotherhood established at the military camp, the Shadow Hand's tent. A man stood before him, straightening a bearskin rug, but remained completely silent. Shunya coughed, blushing as he held up 2 fingers in the sign, may the shadows forever protect us both. The man finally turned around and asked, brother, what news do you have? If one looked closely, they could see that the man's face was also slightly flushed with embarrassment. Shunya tossed a green stone over, I got this from a soulfire cannon at the undead battlefield during this operation. Their artillery is much stronger than before. The man accepted it, nodding and exclaiming, "Excellent, this is indeed very valuable. What do you want to exchange it for?" Shinya asked, "What do you have?" The man shyly replied, "I have a lot of things here. I guarantee you'll be amazed." He placed a knife on the table and introduced, "This is a camouflaged tactical dagger, coated with a special poison, just a lick will feign death. Especially suitable for assassins on the battlefield. Newly produced poison, with a shelf life of 2 years. If you can't sleep at night, you can also lick a little. It'll definitely put you right to sleep, guaranteeing you'll be refreshed the next day." He accepted it, pulled out the dagger, examined it, and then asked, "Is there anything else?" The man opened his mouth. "Not enough for you to cope with the situation on the battlefield? Then take a look at this." He took out a whistle, put it to his mouth, and blew. Outside, a majestic horse suddenly appeared, skidding to a halt. Suddenly, the horse's eyes rolled back. Without a word, it collapsed and feigned unconsciousness. Shinya stared, his head full of question marks. The man helpfully explained, "The horse can play dead. Just wink at it, and it'll fall over and pretend to be dead." Shinya turned back with a deadpan expression and asked, "The horse and the dagger are a set?" The man nodded approvingly. "Sharp eyes you have there." Shinya asked resignedly, "Anything else?" The man immediately pulled out another item. "This still hasn't won you over? All right, then use this. Light-penetrating glasses." The man explained, "Fitted with 2 pieces of shadow-infused glass. Anyone who wears these can see through the clothes of others, revealing their valuables and treasures." Shinya tried them on and looked at the 2 men outside, their jaws dropping. One said, "Well practiced." The other replied, "Mine's bigger than yours now." Shinya, sweating, returned the glasses and asked, "Do you have any nightmare crystals? I want to learn some skills." The man said, "Lately, with the war, resources are scarce. All I have left are these 2. Choose one." He presented a red stone, primary bloodletting. This technique causes the opponent to bleed continuously. Weapons like swords and daggers can all use this technique. I'm only providing the basic knowledge of the skill. Then the man presented a blue stone, primary bone wind, a kicking technique that can repel enemies and their weapons. Have you learned either of these techniques before? Shinya gritted his teeth, thinking, "I lack both." Suddenly, a voice rang out, "Human, choose bone wind." He was startled. "That voice is—" A strange voice echoed, "Choose bone wind." Shinya realized with surprise, this voice, it's the mysterious person who previously guided me and gave me the wild edge sword. He muttered softly, "Why choose bone wind?" The mysterious person explained, "Because it's not a technique of this world. Next, you need to find a way to obtain the shadow illusion technique of the Wraith clan and the Thunder Palm of the Beast King clan." The mysterious person pointed to 5 colors of 5 stones. Once you obtain them, combined with your Moonlight Deer Walk and Bone Wind, you will unravel the true secret. Shinya pondered. Asterisk learning skills can reveal secrets? Whatever, I'll listen to it. Asterisk, he spoke to the man while picking up the blue stone, that I choose Bone Wind. The man nodded. All right, take it. It's yours. The blue stone in Shunya's hand glowed. A series of martial arts movements flowed into his mind. The man explained, "Bone Wind is just a basic kicking skill, but the value of your mission reward is higher. Do you have any other requests?" Shinya replied, "Not at the moment." He nodded and handed Shinya a bag of gold. "All right then, I'll use this gold to make up the difference." Shinya accepted it. Thank you. Stepping out, he asked in a low voice, "Hey, Boney, did you get any Wraith Clan skills?" Phylon explained glumly, "I told you, Wraith Clan skills require soulfire to use you." Shinya suddenly said, "Shadow illusion technique." "He's difficult," Phylon said. "How do you know this spell?" Shinya replied, "You don't need to care how I know it. Just tell me if you have it or not. I need it now." Phylon had to compromise that I have it, but it's the most basic illusion spell. It's useless. You just need enough agility and mental strength to cast it. Shinya held a glowing purple stone in his hand. Avoid unwanted attention. He explained, his ring now hidden. The system announced, Shadow Illusion Technique. Requires 3 mental strength points, 5 agility points. Description: projects a shadowy image to confuse your opponent. Shinya thought, asterisk, I currently have 7 attribute points. Allocate 3 to mental strength, giving me 3.9 mental strength. Allocate the remaining 4 to agility, bringing it to 6.9. Asterisk, he had met the requirements. The system immediately confirmed, according to your will, attributes have been reallocated. The purple stone in Shunya's hand began to disintegrate. He entered the nearby forest, thinking, find a deserted place. If anyone sees me using undead magic, I'm doomed. Shinya went deeper, cautiously looking left and right. After confirming no one was around, he immediately used shadow illusion technique. A dark shadow flew out from him. The shadow flew a short distance before dissipating. He looked at the flickering phantom before him, resigned. This is shadow illusion technique? It seems like it's only good for startling people. Phylon laughed mockingly. You like this kind of garbage spell? I thought you had better taste. I was clearly mistaken. Shinya frowned. You don't understand my business. He thought to himself, I've now mastered Moonlight Walk, Bone Wind, and Shadow Illusion technique. I just need Thunder Growth. Let's see what happens after I gather all these skills. A soldier ran up, panting. Finally found you. You miraculously survived, young man. Shinya cursed inwardly. Please don't call me that. The soldier cheerfully presented a box. Congratulations for your heroic performance. His Highness Prince Norton has decided to award you a Medal of Valor, along with this letter of recommendation. He accepted the box, puzzled. Why am I receiving a Medal of Valor? Shinya saluted. Thank you, Your Highness. I will certainly work hard and contribute to our country in the future. The soldier said, you can return to the Imperial capital with the troops, or you can go on your own. Either way, take this letter to the Imperial Military Academy and register. Understood. The soldier added, and this too, young man. Make good use of it. Shinya thought, thank you for the prince's kindness. With these coins, I have enough to live on in this world. The gold I got from Shadow Hand earlier can be used to help with expenses back home. He turned and walked away. This otherworldly journey has achieved its goal. It's time to return to the modern world. The sun was high and bright. The system announced, Shinya, your gold has been exchanged for a total of 65,444 yuan and transferred to your designated account as requested. Shinya checked his bank card and replied, thanks. As he turned to leave, he received a call. Xiaoya, why did you suddenly transfer so much money to me? Where did you get it? Shinya explained, after joining the corporation, I received an advance. I transferred it to you and Dad to use. His mother worried, this is so much. Won't you need it? He reassured her, it's okay. I live within the corporation and don't need to spend money. All right, I won't say any more. Go eat at the canteen. While still on the phone, he opened his messages that I didn't look at my phone after going to the nightmare world. I didn't expect so many messages. The messages were mostly along the lines of, congratulations, Shinya, on successfully signing with the Human Martial Arts Corporation. Another person wrote, hubby. Someone else messaged, Shinya, you're our pride. A message from Zhao Yibing read, it's all my fault. Shinya, please forgive me. Can I go to the movies with you tonight? Accompanied by a beautiful picture. Shinya leaned closer to the screen, blushing hopelessly as he looked at it. He sighed and exclaimed, she really is beautiful. What a pity. He quickly typed back, face reality, bing bing. Swan meet you can never have. Suddenly, Shinya received a new message. Brother congratulations on signing with the Human Martial Arts Corporation. Let's celebrate tonight. All right, I've been meaning to have a meal with Hao Wu. He frowned and thought, but right now, I'm facing assassination attempts from the Assassin League. It's not safe to leave the corporation and go out. But Hao was sincerely congratulating him. Shinya recalled their happy times. Although the original Shinya was dead, the friendship between him and Hao still flowed within this body, that I can feel the pure camaraderie they shared growing up together. This is a feeling I never experienced in my past life. Although the distance between us is growing, if there's a chance, I still want to cherish this friendship. Another message arrived. Brother take me on a tour of the Human Martial Arts Corporation today. It's my dream place. Just let me see it. He thought, right, the corporation allows outside visitors, and it's very safe inside. I can satisfy Hao Wu's curiosity and celebrate at the same time. Shinya replied, come on over. We can grab a meal together. Hao Wu immediately replied excitedly, okay, I'll be right there. 10 minutes tops. He typed back, I'll wait for you in the lobby. Shinya entered the building and saw a group of people waiting there. He stopped in surprise, a very gloomy aura surrounding them. Shinya frowned, thinking the aura of these people is completely different from ordinary people. Are these the professionals that the previous host mentioned? A large man tilted his head and looked over. Are you the newbie this year? He asked. Shinya could only nod and reply yes. I'm sorry. Should I not have stared at you? The man smiled gently. It's okay. When I was chosen and was still a newbie, I also stood here and looked at the professional inside the corporation, just like you. Shinya smiled and asked, were you yearning for the future? The large man flatly denied. It and O. His face was gruesome as he licked his lips, a T that time. I felt they were very arrogant. I wanted to tear them all apart. Shinya's face immediately filled with fear as he thought. So this is a professional? Relying on great strength, with such a strange personality. Debei noticed someone approaching from behind Shinya. He waved and called out to a woman. Hello, Wen-na, are you on duty today? Want to grab dinner together tonight? The woman, Wen-na, abruptly pointed her gun at Debei's face. Get lost. If you harass me again, I'll skin you alive, just like I skinned that ghost a few days ago. He covered his face and turned away, muttering, fine, if you don't want to eat, then don't. Why so aggressive? Wen-na walked up to Shinya. Shinya, there's a male student named Haowu looking for you. His identity has been verified. Should I let him in? Shinya nodded. He's my classmate. Please let him in. She pulled down the brim of her hat and turned around. All right, stay here. I'll bring him to you right away. Shinya followed, slightly embarrassed. You don't have to bother. I can go get him myself. Wen-na tilted her head, looking quite beautiful in Okandu, little brother. The manager instructed us to protect you since you seem to be in a bit of trouble right now. Shinya blushed and replied, okay. A moment later, Haowu was brought before Shinya. He exclaimed excitedly, this place is magnificent. My eyes can't take it all in. Brother, you've really made it big. Shinya said, if you want to come here in the future, you can come find me anytime. Haowu put his arm around Shinya's shoulder in a friendly and cheerful manner. Brother, this is amazing. Signing with the Human Martial Art Corporation, you have no idea how much of stir it's caused at school. Shinya pressed the elevator button. Let's not talk about that. Come on, I'll take you to the corporation's dining hall. Haowu, still incredibly excited, requested, I'm not hungry yet. I want to see your place. Shinya agreed. All right, let's go. As the elevator doors opened, a noisy group of people were inside. The two stepped in, and Shinya, squeezed in the crowd, stated his destination, floor 105. Haowu exclaimed, wow, straight to the top. Shinya suddenly received a message. A new message from Mengyu. When you were attacked at the hospital, there was indeed a nurse who witnessed everything, but she disappeared. I only found a body with a completely different face, but it's not her. We're still confirming the identity. She sent another message with a video attached. I also found this. Take a look. Shinya's eyes widened in surprise at the images within. Mengyu added, I suspect this body was silenced because of you. Inside the video, Haowu was wandering the hallway as if searching for something. She messaged again. So, I'm investigating everyone around you again. The figure in the video was indeed Haowu. Mengyu sent another message. Yesterday morning, this person was acting very strangely at school, as if searching for something. Just then, the elevator announced floor 80. The noisy group from earlier filed out, leaving only Shinya and Haowu inside. Shinya looked over thoughtfully. It's Haowu. Is he looking for me? What was I doing yesterday morning? Haowu leaned close to the window and exclaimed, so high. Shinya suddenly remembered, right? I was in the nightmare world. So in this surveillance video, Haowu searched the entire lecture hall, but couldn't find me. What was he looking for me for? At that moment, Haowu, feeling Shinya's gaze, turned around quizzically, smiling and asking, what's up, brother? A moment later, the elevator arrived, floor 105. Haowu stepped out excitedly. The 105th floor? I've never been this high in my life. Brother, you live here every day? That's incredible. He ran ahead excitedly. Quick, brother, where's your room? I'm so excited to see what it's like up this high. Shinya, his face grim, followed behind. It's the one at the end of the hall. Haowu pointed at a room. Here it is, this is it. His eyes flashed with a cold glint. He suddenly turned and swung his fist, asking, right? Something flew straight into the forehead of the person behind him. Blood immediately spurted from Shunya's forehead before he could react. His frightened face suddenly dissolved before Haowu's eyes. He exclaimed in astonishment, an illusion? How is that possible? Does that kid have such advanced movement techniques? Suddenly, from behind, something flew straight towards Haowu's face. Shinya followed up with another punch. sending him flying. He calmly replied from the ground. System notification, you have continuously allocated attribute points, activating 3 skills: Moonlight Stag's Gate, Shadow Illusion Technique, and Frost Wind. From this, you have temporarily executed the Moon-Crushing Frost Heaven skill of the Moonlight system. Effects are as follows. 1. Guaranteed to repel the enemy. 2. Your shadow illusions manifest in your likeness, creating a deceptive effect. 3. Your movement speed increases by 30% for 10 seconds. Shinya calmly concluded, "You're not Hao Wu." He asked in a low voice, "Where is he?" The system continued its notification. Based on the successful execution of Moon-Crushing Frost Heaven, your body has been tempered beyond normal limits. Your strength has increased by 0.1, agility by 0.2, and mental strength by 0.1. The dust settled, revealing a somewhat monstrous face. He laughed loudly, "He's dead," and pulled out a dagger. He lunged towards Shunya, tossing Hao Wu's mask aside. "You'll be down there, keeping him company soon enough." He raised his leg, his eyes sharp. Shunya's kick was blocked by the assassin. He sneered, "A kick with that little power? I can block it with one hand." His laughter abruptly stopped. Shunya put more force into his leg, guaranteeing to repel the opponent. "Activate." The man was suddenly kicked back. What? Shunya seized the opportunity, grabbing a gun and thinking to himself, "This is the secret hidden within the skills. I didn't expect combining low-level skills could create a new, powerful one." The bullets Shunya fired were all dodged. He turned to leave when he received an incoming call. "Xiaoya, why did you suddenly transfer so much money to me? Where did you get it?" The assassin sneered. "Pretty sneaky bastard. Hiding a gun, huh? Too bad your shooting skills are garbage. You didn't hit me." He clicked the trigger a few more times, but the gun was clearly empty. Shinya immediately tossed the gun aside. Just then, an alarm blared. "Warning, warning, gunshots detected on the 105th floor. All practitioners, please investigate immediately." He said calmly, "I didn't do that to hit you." Numerous robots approached. "Warning, warning, gunshots detected on the 105th floor. All practitioners, please investigate immediately." At that moment, 4 bullets flew from behind Shinya, accurately hitting the assassin's limbs. Wen Na, holstering her gun, cursed, "Damn it, he tricked me." He turned around in surprise. "Wen Na? That was fast," she said irritably. "I checked his body. I didn't expect him to be using a pen as a weapon." Wen Na immediately stepped forward, pinning the assassin against the wall and demanding, "Tell me, what's your purpose? Who sent you? Why did you want to kill Shinya? If you don't talk, I'll make you wish you were dead." The assassin sneered, "Don't expect to get anything out of me." She watched the assassin, eyes wide and mouth agape against the wall, and continued to curse. "Damn it, he had poison hidden under his molar. He killed himself. Damn it, I should have knocked him unconscious first." Wen Na muttered angrily, "I've never heard of anyone who could master the art of human puppetry to this extent. He even fooled the security system. He fooled me too. Damn it, I let him die. This is a disaster. We'll have to wait for the autopsy to see if they find any clues." Several people entered. "What happened?" Shinya stood to the side, not daring to look, thinking to himself, "I have to be careful not to provoke Wen Na when she's angry." At the morgue, Wen Na respectfully reported, "Sir, the technical department has completed the autopsy. This man was a master of the art of assassination. There's nothing on him to identify him, and no matching information was found in the database." Wen Na berated herself. "My subordinates are incompetent." Chief Qian comforted her. "It's not your fault. His human puppetry skills were so advanced that even the group's security system couldn't detect his true identity. Let's go. This body is of no value anymore." Shinya noticed something. "You go ahead. I'll stay a while longer." Before leaving, Chief Qian didn't forget to instruct him. "All right. Afterwards, you can come see me on the top floor." He thought, this kid can sense death. Could he have sensed something? Shunya, meanwhile, used his spiritual power, invoking dark necromancy. He said to the corpse, "All right, get up and answer my questions." Infused with spiritual power, the corpse gradually sat up and replied, "It's no use." He laughed maniacally and continued, "Able to contend against the souls of the dead, I won't tell you anything." Phylon, finding this amusing, said, "I've never seen such a disobedient corpse." Shinya asked, "What will happen if he doesn't talk?" "I don't know, but I'm sure there will be something good to see." Shinya looked in surprise at the assassin's meticulously stitched body. He stammered, "This is..." Before he could finish his sentence, countless hands grabbed the body. Then, the entire body exploded in a sea of flames, burning down to a black skeleton. But in a split second, The body regenerated its flesh and gradually restored its original appearance. He screamed in despair, "What is this?" Then he was consumed by fire again. Phylon chuckled. "I remember now. Souls like this will be cursed and tortured repeatedly. The burning of this flame will last for hundreds of years, but this is just the prelude. Next, all 3,600 punishments will be carried out, each lasting 100 million years, after which other punishments will be substituted until the sinner's soul speaks. If it doesn't speak, it will summon a more powerful evil spirit for this kind of stubborn soul. I believe those evil spirits will be delighted. Each of them is skillful and can keep the soul conscious and intact while enduring the torture. By the way, this long period of time is only for the punished to enjoy. Your tens of billions of years are but a moment to us." He screamed amidst the flames, "Enough! Stop it!" Finally, he broke. I'll talk. Anything." Shinya watched him screaming on the bed, his eyes filled with complex emotions. Phylan's gentle voice rang out, "He's back. It seems he's finally been persuaded." He pleaded with Shunya, promising to reveal everything he knew. Meanwhile, a few minutes earlier, on the roof of the girls' dormitory, Yibing was on the rooftop talking to Mr. Han. He asked something, and Yibing replied, "I'm just a middle school student, so maneuvering won't be effective." He then said, "You've been contracted by the Human Martial Arts Group." She said, "I've done everything you asked, but unfortunately, Shunya didn't fall for the trap." In response, she received a text message, 8 p.m. tonight, meet at the hotel. Don't be late. Suddenly, her phone rang. Yibing hurriedly answered, "Hello, who is this?" "Really? I've been recommended to a key high school." She was overjoyed that her wish had come true. She quickly texted Mr. Han, "Thank you, Mr. Han. I'll be on time for our appointment tonight." Mengyu appeared seemingly out of nowhere. "Give me your phone." "Who were you talking to just now?" Her actions angered Yibing. "Who are you?" "You're crazy, standing silently behind people like that. This is my business. Why should I tell you?" Mengyu didn't say a word. She coldly brandished her sword, blocking Yibing's path. She said, "Yibing, I know the thing you're most proud of isn't your grades, but your looks. Let me say this again. Give me your phone, or perhaps I should cut off your nose first." Although Yibing was furious, she couldn't do anything. "Even if you are, whoever you are, this issue won't be resolved like this. Just wait to be arrested by the police." At this moment, the phone rang again. Mengyuan said, "Hello, Senya. Do you have any new information?" He replied, "I've caught a murderer here, and I'm interrogating him. He's confessed." Mengyu asked, "What did he say?" Yibing, hearing Shinya's name, was terrified. She looked at Mengyu, stammering, "You were sent here by Shinya to take revenge on me?" Shinya continued to interrogate the assassin. He coldly commanded, "Go on." The assassin fearfully replied, "We are assassins from the Assassins Alliance, and not long ago, we received a joint mission. We arranged a scene disguised as a disaster in the hospital, and my partner was responsible for making the move. The purpose of this mission was to kill you, but to make it appear that your death was an accident. Initially, I killed Chen Haowu, impersonated him, and lured you to the hospital. Once that was set in motion, you should have died in the hospital. But not only did you not die, there were even witnesses at the scene. As a result, we not only had to kill you, but also find out why that charm failed and retrieve the props for the charm. At that time, a police officer actually found us, but he was too young, so we took advantage of him and learned that you were connected to him. Therefore, we used a trick to kill him at the police station, impersonating police officers to get information and then kill him. Unfortunately, it all failed, and until today, I personally took action. Officer Lack's body is hidden in a locker at the police station. Mentioning Lakpi Suyin, Sendyafel Saiden. Then he asked, "Where are you hiding Chun Haowu's body?" He replied, "I hid Chun Haowu's body in the school's sewer." Shinya, the body I mentioned earlier was found in your school's sewer. Shinya angrily crushed the phone in his hand, his eyes burning with hatred. He asked again, "Then who is your master?" That night, in the morgue with the assassin, Shinya held the connected phone, calling his soul back, and coldly asked, "Tell me, who hired you?" The assassin said, "Only the person in charge of the mission knows all the information about the mission." He frowned and continued to ask, "Who is the person in charge? Where is he?" "A large, luxurious hotel." He explained, "He's known as the Skinner, a very reputable assassin in the underworld. He cast a spell on me. He went to the Fong Lam Hotel near the western suburbs because the nurse who witnessed it is there. He wants to kill her." Shinya's voice deepened as he questioned, "What kind of assassin is the Skinner. Does he have any weaknesses? The assassin honestly replied, his strength is unfathomable. I can't see any weaknesses in him. Shinya thought about the mysterious and terrifying Skinner, whom he didn't know, and asked puzzledly, if he's so strong, why didn't he come to kill me himself? The assassin explained, with his status and reputation in the assassination world, personally killing a middle school student would become a stain on his career. He thinks that secretly controlling the entire assassination plan is already giving a lot of face to the mastermind behind this mission. Shinya was suspicious. Doesn't he have any characteristics at all? Tell me everything you know. The assassin muttered. If I have to say, he has a special hobby. Shinya and Mingyu, on the other end of the phone, frowned simultaneously when they heard him say cannibalism. She immediately decided, I'll go meet this Skinner. After saying that, she immediately hung up. Shinya tried to stop her. Mingyu wait. But the sound of the call disconnecting had already rung out. He clicked his tongue in annoyance. She hung up. The assassin laughed creepily. Although I don't know who the girl on the other end of the line is, if she goes looking for the Skinner, I'm afraid the outcome won't be good. The Skinner likes to eat girls, especially young, pure ones. Immediately afterward, Shinya threw a powerful punch at his face. The assassin's stitched-up body was sent flying into the wall by the force of his punch. Shinya's face was extremely grim as he warned, don't answer if I don't ask. Get lost. The green smoke summoning the assassin's soul gradually dissipated. At the 5-star Fong Lam Hotel, like an ancient, luxurious castle, a pair of hands expertly used a fork and knife to cut bright red meat. Sitting opposite Mr. Han was a woman. He casually put the piece of meat he had just cut into his mouth. Mr. Han slowly savored it, smooth in the mouth, but not loose. Chewing thoroughly reveals a slight sweetness. But after swallowing, there's a slight bitterness on the tongue. It seems the time spent in hiding has caused her quite a bit of stress. My sincere apologies. He leisurely raised a glass of red wine and took a sip. Mr. Han sighed, savoring the incredibly rich, delicate, and subtle flavor. The most surprising thing is the perfect balance of sweet and sour. It has a cherry-like taste, and this blood-laced cup perfectly complements the gaminess of the meat. Exquisitely crafted. He looked at the person before him, a woman with one eye gouged out. It's been a long time since I've tasted such high-quality delicacies, he remarked. Under the table were several grotesque items, seemingly taken from the woman. Mr. Han declared, You've truly moved me, nurse. He smiled and decided, because of this touching gesture, I shall now savor. Just then, his phone rang, interrupting him. Mr. Han wiped his mouth with a napkin like a gentleman. Why sincerest apologies. There are always some inconsiderate people who interrupt our meals. He picked up his phone and looked at it. Life is always full of surprises and unwanted interruptions. A message arrived. Mr. Han, we hope you can personally eliminate the target. He hummed with amusement. So. They want me to personally handle this, huh? Mr. Han sighed inwardly. He had just received news that his assistant had been killed, along with 3 other assassins. This meant the target wasn't just some ordinary high school student. He messaged back, I can do it, but what can you offer me as compensation? The reply came quickly. Mr. Han, a young girl. He chuckled and typed, a young girl? I'm not a scavenger. You should know my standards are quite high. The other party immediately sent a picture of a young woman. If Shinya were here, he would recognize her as Bing. Mr. Han's eyes widened in surprise. His entire body trembled with excitement. What a beautiful, pure lamb. Mr. Han, picturing her, declared, just by seeing your appearance, I can already smell the innocent, youthful fragrance on you. Thank you for arranging such a wonderful chance encounter. I'm truly touched. I will personally eliminate that brat. The other party set the time. Mr. Han, 8 o'clock. The girl will meet you then. He immediately stood up and started pacing. Time is short. I need to make some preparations for a perfect date tonight. He tossed his clothes aside. This cologne isn't quite right. I need to take a shower and change my tie. These socks too. I must brush my teeth thoroughly. Otherwise, I won't be able to kiss and savor the true flavor. Mr. Han suddenly tilted his head as if remembering something. Oh, right? He looked at the woman sitting on the chair. I almost forgot the most important thing. Long, thin wires sprouted from Mr. Han's fingertips, wrapping around the woman's body. He acted decisively. I'm sorry, but our relationship ends here. I can't have you scaring my guest. The woman's body was sliced apart. Shinya stood before a giant egg-like sphere. The system on it announced fingerprint match, brainwave match, facial recognition match, identity verification complete. Please speak a phrase. This phrase will serve as your unique activation code. Reciting it will activate me. He recited a line of poetry. 10 steps, 1 kill. 1,000 miles without pause. Rushan immediately gave a thumbs up. Excellent poem. At the same time, the eggshell began to crack open. A vehicle emerged from within. Shinya exclaimed in surprise. A motorcycle? Old Chin patted Shinya's shoulder. Impressed. Amazing. At your age, if I had a bike like this, I don't know how many girls I could have picked up. Shinya's eyes sparkled as he looked at it and asked, what features does this motorcycle have? Rushan explained, a 4-stroke, water-cooled engine with dual radiators and automatically adjustable horizontal suspension. The frame is made of lightweight alloy. The exhaust pipe is classic stainless steel, and it has a wireless electric motor, completely handcrafted. It also has the iconic Angel Wing flight system, switchable between automatic and manual piloting, with a flight time of up to 30 minutes. Shinya exclaimed excitedly, it can fly? Old Chin nodded casually, of course, but you haven't learned how to fly yet. It's best to leave it on autopilot when flying. Just tell it where to go. It'll find a place to charge itself, link to your personal information, and automatically deduct the cost. Shinya asked, electricity consumption? How does it charge? How are the costs paid? Shinya immediately sat on the green motorcycle and sighed. If it were red, it would be even more eye-catching while driving like a blazing flame. Suddenly, the body of the motorcycle changed to red with sparks erupting. He exclaimed in surprise, it can change color too. Rushan explained, the shell is made of brand new chameleon material, intelligently transforming as you wish. Shinya stepped down, sighing, this motorcycle is cool, but I thought I'd get a cultivation technique. Old Chin spoke up. Senza Cologne believe your situation is extremely dangerous, so it gave you the latest motorcycle for a convenient escape. Rushan continued. Once the electric jet mode is activated, it's like a rocket, faster than you can imagine. It could save your life in a critical moment. Shinya frowned in confusion. If Cologne thinks my situation is dangerous, it must know who wants to kill me, right? Rushan shrugged. Even if it knows, it won't intervene in such trivial matters. It has to focus on the survival of human civilization at all times. Unless you demonstrate corresponding value, it will only give you an exchange code or provide you with a suitable reward from your perspective. Shinya's brows furrowed as he thought, value. That's right. If people in this world have no value, no one cares whether they live or die. Officer Lack is the same, and so is Hao Wu. He worried, I wonder how Mengyu is doing. Has she encountered the Skinner yet? The sky outside had darkened. Old Chin instructed, stay at the corporation tonight. Don't go anywhere. Early tomorrow morning, I'll take you to the exam venue. The venue has experts from the 3 major schools stationed there, ensuring the highest level of safety for you. Shinya immediately assured him, don't worry, Boss Chien. I won't go anywhere tonight. Rushan smiled and said, tonight, your floor is completely locked down. No one is allowed to leave. We'll go tomorrow morning. Elsewhere, 2 people stood side by side. Meng Yu and Yi Bing simultaneously looked towards the 5-star Fong Lam Hotel. Yi Bing looked at Meng Yu in front of her, worriedly thinking, I've brought her here. I wonder if Mr. Han will be angry. Meng Yu sensed a murderous aura from within the hotel in front of her, concealed with expert stealth, almost undetectable. She spoke up, asking, you said that online friend provided you with a large quantity of Danyao pills/elixirs, and high-grade nutritional supplements to improve your performance and even help you get directly admitted to a key high school. Is that true? Yi Bing nodded in response. Yes. As long as I led my classmates to deal with Shunya, slander him, and attack him, I could receive everything they offered. Meng Yu calmly stated, Shunya has signed with the Human Martial Arts Corporation, meaning your mission has completely failed, Yi Bing. Do you know what kind of consequences you'll face? Yi Bing pointed a finger at Meng Yu's face and retorted, you controlled and threatened me. Do you know what kind of consequences you'll face? Meng Yu didn't reply, silently contemplating. This was just a young girl from an ordinary background. She treated the harm she caused Shunya as a transaction for her own benefit. However, She was completely unaware that this transaction would drag her into the abyss. Forget it. She began, Yibing, I'll give you two choices. First, you hide around here and wait until I'm finished with this matter. You'll act as a witness, testifying to everything you know. Second, pretend you never met me tonight. Go straight inside and meet your benefactor. I'll also pretend I don't know you. Yibing gritted her teeth in anger, and without a word, strode forward with a huff. Meng Yu closed her eyes in resignation. Drawing the sword from her hip, a butler led Yibing inside, where Mr. Han tilted his head to look back. He offered her a rose, declaring, finally, I've met you, Bing Bing. Please allow me to call you that. You're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen, and also the most talented. I'm willing to be your recommender, getting you directly admitted to the key high school in the province. I can even sponsor your education. Yibing accepted the rose, thinking with emotion, so this is Mr. Han. He's so much friendlier in person than online. She spoke shyly, thank you for your kindness. I don't know how to repay you. What about Shunya? Mr. Han replied, don't worry about him. Yibing took his arm and asked, I don't need to confront him anymore. Will he seek revenge on me later? Mr. Han reassured her, don't worry. As long as I'm here, he won't be able to get revenge on you. She expressed her joy. Really? That's great. The two passed through a large open doorway, and a strong gust of wind blew in. Yibing exclaimed, it's so cold, and snuggled closer to the man beside her, clinging to his arm. Numerous swords floated in the air, surrounding them. Mr. Han looked concerned and draped his coat over Yibing. Watch out for the wind, my lady, he thought. An incredibly pure sword intent emanated from outside, directed at him. Meanwhile, Yibing blushed, thinking to herself, his clothes smell so good. Mr. Han led Yibing away from the door, thinking as he walked, it seems someone's watching me. I need to speed things up. He spoke, Bing Bing, you're not only very talented, but you also have a kind heart. I've decided to recommend you to the 3 major high schools in the world for their entrance exams. Do you agree? Yibing stammered in astonishment. Oh my goodness. The 3 major high schools in the world? Is this real? Mr. Han, he decided inwardly, I absolutely cannot let this incredibly romantic chance encounter be ruined. A voice echoed from within the mansion, Bing Bing, I can recommend you to the 3 major high schools for the entrance exams. Do you agree? Yibing stood stunned, lost in thought. The 3 major high schools. Those are the dream schools of countless young people, representing unparalleled honor. Once I study there, I'll soar to the top, no longer among those ordinary people. Mr. Han put his arm around her and led her inside. Yibing, surprised, asked Mr. Han, are you serious? As he guided her, he explained, during an archaeological dig this year, I made a significant contribution. Cologne gave me this password key. By using it, my research successor will be eligible to participate in the combined entrance exam for the 3 major high schools. Mr. Han spoke gently now. I'm giving you this slot. Bing held the phone hesitantly, worried, but my abilities... He comforted and encouraged her. It's all right. I'll help you improve your abilities. Right now, you just need to enter your information into the phone. Good, there's still time. Yibing's phone displayed a message. Yibing, you have received eligibility to participate in the combined entrance exam for the 3 major high schools. Blushing with gratitude, she leaned against him that, oh my, Mr. Han, thank you so much. He replied softly, are you happy, Bing Bing? Mr. Han touched her face. Tears welled up her eyes as she replied, yes, I'm very happy. He curved his lips into a faint smile, as thin as the night mist. The time for harvest has come. Mr. Han caressed Yibing's face, covered in red cell syrup. Tears had begun to stream down her face. He lifted her head from her body, which was coated entirely in syrup. Mr. Han gave her a morbid kiss at its time. Threads of red cell syrup connected from her neck to her head. He continued, I'm very happy to, Bing Bing. Mr. Han slowly, carefully reattached her head to her body. He gave a proud, self-satisfied smile. We've created a great work of art together. Now, Mr. Han knelt before his creation, unable to hide his madness. Just looking at you, I'm so moved that tears are welling up. So perfect, so touching. Frozen at the moment the flower blooms. A streak of light, sharp as a needle, shot towards him as if to take his life. The light sped towards Mr. Han's neck. He remained kneeling, 2 tears tracing paths down his cheeks that I'm so eager to taste your nectar. Suddenly, a massive explosion erupted from within a mansion. A blurry figure emerged from the dust cloud. Meng Yu appeared. She stood beside Yi Bing, filled with regret. Too late. She thought ruefully. I thought with my sword intent restraining him, he'd be cautious. I didn't expect him to be this insane. Mr. Han's voice suddenly echoed from the swirling dust. No, don't touch her. He lunged forward, red threads sharp as blades extending from him. She's mine. Meng Yu's expression remained unchanged as she gripped her sword and unleashed her power. Meng Yu's sword slashed horizontally, severing his threads. Mr. Han yelled, "Enough! Don't hurt her! You can have anything you want, just don't hurt her." Meng Yu pressed her sword against Yi Bing's neck and demanded, "Stay still. Don't move, or I'll destroy this body immediately. Answer my question. Who hired you?" He replied, "You use the Luo family's sword techniques. If I'm not mistaken, you're the rumored prodigious talent of a younger generation, Meng Yu." Mr. Han remained calm. "Miss Xiao, look around. My threads have already surrounded you. Believe me, you can't break through my thread formation." His eyes were both sorrowful and composed. "Obediently return Bing Bing to me. Out of respect for the Luo family, I can spare your life." Mr. Han's eyes flickered with a mixture of pity and anger. Meng Yu channeled spiritual power into her sword, causing it to glow as it received the energy. She calmly stated, "All right, then let's try." Her face remained impassive. "Let's see who can withstand my sword, you or this corpse." Mr. Han's face became increasingly distorted. He dropped to his knees and wailed, "Bing Bing, we just met by chance, and now we must part forever. Such a perfect work of art, and I haven't even tasted your sweetest flavor yet." After his outburst, Mr. Han reveled in his own thoughts. "Although I can't taste Bing Bing's flavor, Meng Yu seems even more delicious and appealing." He allowed sick moans. "Can I have you? When you enter my mouth, I fear you won't be as blissful as Bing Bing." That being said, Bing Bing is truly the most perfect girl. Mr. Han became increasingly crazed and inhuman. Damn it, damn it, damn it. No matter what, I must devour both of you." Meng Yu silently thought. It seems that neither threats nor death can pry open this assassin's mouth. She said loudly, "How about we make a deal?" Mr. Han reverted to his true form. "A deal." Meng Yu brandished her sword. "If you tell me who hired you, I'll not only return Yi Bing to you, but you can also try to kill me. My body will be yours to do with as you please." He roared angrily. "Even without this deal, I can still have your body after I kill you." Meng Yu chanted an incantation into her sword. "Oh, you sense my power? Perhaps you can defeat me, but if I don't agree, you won't get my body intact. Moreover, I guarantee that whether you succeed or not, I won't seek refuge with the Luo family, nor will I let them seek revenge on you." He pondered silently for a moment. Then he returned to his original form. "Are you serious?" She stopped channeling power into her sword. Of course. Mr. Han laughed heartily. "This is truly a headache. Betraying my client means breaking the Assassin's League's rules. I'll face their pursuit afterward." Meng Yu provoked him. "Are you afraid?" He said calmly, "How could that be, my lovely girl? To have you, I'm willing to make such a sacrifice. Just thinking about holding you tight in my arms, showering you with kisses as fiery as the sun, fills me with excitement." She raged, "My sword will turn you into mud." He bowed respectfully with a cheerful air. "That's another delightful image. Just hearing your voice excites me. What a wonderful night to harvest two perfect works of art. Please allow me to thank you." Mr. Han carried Yi Bing away cheerfully. "The moment I reveal the name of my client, our relationship will begin. Before that, please allow me to take her to safety. Afterward, I will devote all my time to you, my love." Scene change. In a gloomy place, Shunya was lost in thought, gazing at the scenery. He worried aloud to himself, "I wonder how Meng Yu is doing. She's not answering her phone. That assassin's corpse. Meng Yu is definitely no match for the Skinner. Could she really be in danger now?" Shunya anxiously asked Fai Lan, "Old man, what do you think Meng Yu's chances are against the Skinner?" Fai Lan chirped, "Do you want the truth or a lie?" He bluntly replied, "The truth, of course. Why would you lie?" "The truth is, Meng Yu is sure to lose. I'm afraid if I tell you, you'll get the urge to go help her, and we'll both end up dead." Fai Lan deeply. Shunya grew increasingly worried. "In a way. Didn't you see her sword strike earlier? It even split the clouds in the sky." Fai Lan scolded, "That's rubbish. It doesn't know how to dodge or evade. I could fart and break it. Although I don't know much about assassins in your world, the Skinner possesses the cursed statue of the myriad evils Demon King. His experience and abilities definitely surpass this little Meng Yu or whatever." Shunya's expression turned serious. "That you're right. I'm afraid Meng Yu is in danger." Fai Lan responded, Don't overthink it. Just go to bed and sleep. He thought sadly, her brother is dead. How Wu is dead. The witness is probably dead too. Shinya's face darkened. How many more people have to die? She's the only one desperately running around for this. I won't let her die. His phone suddenly rang. Shinya thought, asterisk an unknown number. It's not Mengyu. Asterisk he answered, hello. The voice on the other end asked, is this Shinya? He replied, yes, speaking. The voice continued, my mother said if I couldn't reach her, I should contact you and go to the police with you. Shinya asked, puzzled, who is this? The voice on the other end said, my mother is the nurse who saw you encounter the ghost that day. He asked, where is your mother? He then thought, asterisk, it's the witness's daughter. Right, when my predecessor went to the hospital, he registered his contact information with the nurse's station. Asterisk, a panicked voice came through the phone. My mother told me to come to the Feng Lam Hotel on the western outskirts of the city. She said she'd wait for me there, but I can't reach her now. The girl's crying intensified. Anxiously, he asked, where are you now? She replied, I'm at the fast food restaurant across from the Feng Lam Hotel. Shinya instructed, okay, stay there. I'll be right there. Oh, and call the police now. Filan anxiously asked, hey, you're not really going, are you? It could be a trap. Shinya said telepathically, her mother is probably dead. I don't want anything to happen to her too. Whether it's real or fake, I have to check it out. Withdraw my motorcycle into the ring first. Filan lamented, is it worth it? It's so safe here. Why go looking for trouble? Shinya gripped the nightfall sword that I can escape once. But can I escape forever? When the time comes, if the situation gets dicey, I still have the Hellfire motorcycle and the door to get us out of here. Filan was incredibly anxious. It's too dangerous. What am I supposed to do if you die? He reassured her as he walked, don't worry, I won't die. Besides, with these assassins' decisive nature, only by using the shadow language can I extract information from them. In other words, if I want to find the truth, I have to rely on myself. Filan warned him helplessly, it's useless. The former manager has ordered a lockdown of the 105th floor. You can't get out. Hey, what are you doing? Shinya's pace quickened. Don't tell me you're planning to fly out of here on your motorcycle. The noise will alert the entire building. Shinya stood on the balcony, imposing and majestic, allocating all his attributes to agility. As per your command, attribute allocation complete. Current agility, 101. Filan was aghast. Don't tell me you're going to jump. I'm telling you, from this height, even if your agility reaches 300, it's useless. You'll fall to your death. Shinya looked up at the sky, thoughtfully. Some things we must do. The dark clouds and lightning are my best cover. With that, he jumped without hesitation. Filan was startled by his actions. Huh, you, she screamed in fright. Help! He remained indifferent to the biting gusts of cold wind. A night rain was coming. Shinya plummeted faster and faster, the icy wind whipping against him. Filan shrieked in terror. As Shinya continued his descent, she panicked. You idiot! If you die, I'll definitely use necromancy to revive you as a brainless zombie. He focused his mind. Door. The old red door appeared. The door opened. Shinya rushed in and landed safely. Door. He rushed back out and continued his descent. Sendia calculative. As long as I open the door at a safe height to land, I can use the nightmare world as a mid-air platform to break my fall. He plunged into the door and out again. Doors appeared in rapid succession in midair. By repeating this process, it would be like creating countless footholds in the sky. He landed successfully and steadily. Filan was still shaken. Crazy. I almost thought I was going to die in your barren world. Shinya replied as he dusted himself off. Although you're scolding me, you're actually impressed by what I did, aren't you? She was caught off guard. Nonsense. He commanded, get the car ready. We're going to be busy tonight. The car appeared. He climbed in, starting a long night. As he drove, Shinya issued a command, point 10 steps, 1 kill. 1,000 miles, no rest. Command confirmed. He sped through the quiet night. The scene shifted to the western suburbs. Shinya arrived. This is the place. He walked straight in and encountered a little girl. Did you call me? Yes. The girl replied innocently. Have you seen my mom? I can't reach her. Shinya comforted the little girl. I'll go find your mother right away. By the way, have you called the police? The girl replied, I called, but no one answered. He took out his phone and dialed. Let me try. The cold, monotonous beeping tone rang repeatedly. Shinya was a little surprised. No one answered. That's strange. What's going on? The little girl, still innocently optimistic, asked, is my mom still alive? Can you help me find her? The girl gave Shinya some information. My mom's room number is 707, but I'm too scared to go. He inquired, where's your dad? The girl replied, he passed away a long time ago. It's just me and my mom. He concluded, tell you what, I'll take you somewhere safe first. I'll contact you when I find your mother. Shinya led the little girl to the car. Hellfire, take her to the human martial arts building, then come back for me. A voice responded, planning route now. Route confirmed. We will depart immediately, returning to you in 5 minutes 40 seconds. The girl said fearfully, I'm scared. I want to see my mom. He reassured her, don't be afraid. I'm taking you somewhere very safe. Shinya comforted and reassured her, I'll definitely find your mother, and then we'll come find you. Until then, just wait at the human martial arts building for a little while, okay? The girl, her eyes brimming with tears, responded with uncertainty, okay. The car started, flames erupting from the exhaust pipe as it sped off like a rocket. He waved goodbye. Phi Lan's voice rang out again. You're not actually going to look for that girl's mother, are you? Shinya affirmed, of course. Phi Lan sounded displeased. This is a waste of time. This little girl has nothing to do with you, and it's likely to get you into trouble. I don't understand why you want to help her. He declared bravely and righteously, her mother is innocent. This happened because she was caught up in my mess. Phi Lan sighed. A soft heart hinders great achievements. Phi Lan reminded him, haven't you noticed anything unusual about this neighborhood? Shinya responded doubtfully, unusual? Now that you mention it, I do feel a little uneasy. Phi Lan explained, you were so focused on that little girl that you weren't paying attention to your surroundings. I can sense the life flames of living beings, but since entering this neighborhood, I haven't sensed a single one, except for that little girl. He asked in surprise, what do you mean? Phi Lan replied with certainty, exactly. There aren't any living people in this neighborhood. Sinyapandirth, his expression suddenly changing. Then he exclaimed, skeleton, do you hear that? Phi Lan answered definitively, the sounds of fighting, coming from the Fong Lam Hotel. It sounds like a fierce battle. He looked toward the hotel. I can't wait any longer. Shinya started running towards the hotel. Skeleton, I'm going to charge into the hotel. Watch my back. If anything happens, tell me to run immediately. He heard the explosions echoing and asked, Skeleton, do you hear that? Phi Lan replied, the sounds of fighting from the Fong Lam Hotel. It seems they've officially engaged in a fierce battle. He sighed, I can't wait any longer. Shinya ran quickly towards the hotel and said, Skeleton, I'm going to charge straight into the hotel now. Keep an eye on the surroundings for me. If anything happens, tell me to run immediately. He rushed into the hotel, where a receptionist greeted him. Hello, sir. Do you have a reservation? Phi Lan warned cautiously. She's dead. Shinya used the gloomy demonic language to ask the girl, how did you die? Why are you still standing here? The girl's spirit returned to answer, for a more comfortable life, Master killed us. He used special silk threads to sew our bodies back together and used magic to control our souls to do everything. He stepped back and asked suspiciously, why didn't you attack me? She explained, we are set up to wholeheartedly serve customers. Master encountered a strong enemy and is busy fighting. He hasn't given us new orders yet. Shinya continued to ask suspiciously, besides you, how many people have died here? She calmly replied, everyone. He found it hard to believe everyone. The girl smiled faintly. Everyone in this neighborhood is dead. Shinya was stunned, shocked, and afraid after hearing this. Suddenly, the building shook violently, causing rocks and debris to fall. Phi Lan reminded him that the fight had reached the roof, and it was a good opportunity to get to room 707. He immediately ran upstairs, ignoring the girl who was still standing there. After running for a while, Shinya finally stood in front of room 707. Found it. Then he kicked the door open. The scene inside was so horrific that his face turned pale with shock. Dead bodies were scattered everywhere inside. Shinya walked and asked, how can there be so many corpses? Phi Lan replied, I can sense the bodies. The other rooms are exactly like this. There are even more corpses. He used the gloomy, demonic language again. Damn it, does anyone among you recognize me? Is there anyone alive? The souls from the corpses made eerie sounds. I don't know, never met. All dead, no one can survive, I don't know. Suddenly, someone spoke up. I know you, you're Shinya. These words made him curious. A corpse continued. When I was on duty, I saw you encounter a ghost. Shinya fearfully bit his lip to control his emotions. He felt remorseful. I'm sorry, you died because of me. The corpse comforted him. I'm already dead. It doesn't matter anymore. Besides, it's not your fault. If you're willing. The corpse hesitated for a moment before saying painfully, please avenge us. Shinya seriously replied, don't worry, I will definitely avenge you. As for your daughter, I will do my best to help her grow up healthy. Please rest in peace. The corpse asked in confusion, daughter. He quickly explained, the one who called me. Before he could finish speaking, all the corpses in front of him were swept away, and a huge explosion erupted from the hotel. Shinya struggled to hold on inside. What's going on? Fai Lan replied, this building is under attack. Judging from the angle of the explosion, it doesn't seem like it was caused by the two people on the roof. Suddenly, a loud shout came from above. Who dares to ruin my good deed? Fai Lan quickly informed him of the two people fighting on the roof. One has an extremely weak life force and is falling towards us. Amidst the smoke and dust in the air, a man's voice rang out, appear. Shinya reached out to catch the falling person, thinking to himself, the voice that just yelled was a man, so the person falling is... He successfully caught the person falling from above and was surprised to recognize Xiao Mengyu in his arms. She was surprised to see Shinya. Why are you here? It's a long story, Mengyu said, her voice strained, but the short version is I came to save you. She feigned disbelief. With your meager abilities, you dare to come here to help? You really are a fool. Shinya frowned at her words. Cut the crap. You'll be all right. Inwardly, Mengyu sighed. Maintaining her feigned injuries and labored breathing took effort. Her prey was almost hooked, and she thought victory was within her grasp. She hadn't anticipated this boy's sudden appearance. Her plans were thwarted, but she still had a backup plan. Fine, she said slowly. I'll give you face. Before Mengyu could finish, Shinya struck her pressure point, knocking her unconscious. Sorry about that, he muttered apologetically. Asterisk, system notification. Your current power level is 8.3. Asterisk, Shinya thought to himself. Asterisk, she's a master swordsman. A full-strength blow should knock her out. Asterisk, Mengyu, not fully unconscious, managed to gasp. As he lifted her, he said, my apologies, but I can't let you see my secret. Shinya thought. Asterisk door. Asterisk, a door materialized, and he carried her through it, disappearing. A man, Han Tiansheng, emerged from the dissipating smoke, his voice laced with disdain. Gone? Running away. He licked his lips, a predatory gleam in his eyes, playing hide-and-seek with me. How interesting. He strolled forward casually. I'm not sure if you're aware, but this entire hotel is under my surveillance. So, let's play a game. I'll start the countdown. 10, 9, 8. The door exploded, a thick cloud of smoke billowing outwards. Shinya, holding Mengyu and the skeleton, called out, Old man, you battlefield scrap collector, find me a suitable suit of armor. Fai Lan retorted, I'm a battlefield acquisitions officer, not a scrap collector. A pile of items materialized around Shinya. Look at this junk you've brought, and you say you're not a scrap collector? Fai Lan sounded bewildered. Assembling a full set of equipment isn't as easy as you make it sound. As Shinya struggled to carry Mengyu through the night sky, a ripping sound echoed. Shinya's face flushed crimson, his body trembling. Asterisk, Holy Bunny battle suit. Quality blue. Strength, agility, rabbit-like movement, sleek. Possess combat effectiveness. Favored by skilled swordsmen. Special effect. The lighter the weight, the greater the increase in strength and agility. Asterisk, carrying Mengyu. He grumbled, damn it, don't you have anything else? Fai Lan sounded sheepish that I only found something that fits a girl. Shinya was incredulous. How could you find something like this on a battlefield? Fai Lan replied matter-of-factly, you should ask your fellow humans why they bring things like this onto the battlefield. I even took it off a man's corpse. Ivan and Azam were talking when they heard a cry. Help me. Someone come quickly. She's not going to make it. They turned towards the sound and pointed at Shinya. It's him, the boy who survived the catastrophe. Shinya's face froze. This nickname is getting harder and harder to shake. Mengyu is laid on a bed, surrounded by a crowd. Get the injured person onto a bed. Despite her severe injuries, she exudes an icy aura. She's wearing a Holy Bunny battle suit. She must be a formidable swordsman. Her wounds are grave. We need a precious holy rune. Shinya pulled out a pouch of coins. That I have money. Save her. Heal her. He thought to himself, asterisk, this is the coin the prince gave me last time. It should be enough? Asterisk. Adam exclaimed in alarm. This money, isn't it the tuition the crown prince gave you? Shinya froze. How did you know? Adam lifted the money bag. There's a special royal seal on it. It's proof of royalty. This bag alone is worth a lot of coins. Let alone. Shinya suddenly snapped. Stop babbling. Take it all and heal her. I'm afraid she won't make it. Adam stared blankly. Adam's group immediately responded. Yes, we'll do our best to heal her. The cloaked figures gathered, generating a healing power for Mengyu. Shinya stood outside, stunned. He thought to himself, with so many people healing her, humans are indeed trustworthy. His train of thought was interrupted by the system notification. On the ever-changing battlefield, your insignificance is gradually being overlooked. Your reputation keywords have also disappeared. But at this moment, you returned to the battlefield, saved a compatriot, carried her back to camp, and even spent your tuition to save her. The system continued. You paid with royal gold coins, each worth 100 times normal gold coins, meaning you spared no expense, investing thousands of times the normal treatment cost to save a girl. Shinya stood there, dumbfounded. The system delivered the final notification. From now on, everyone will discuss your noble qualities. Congratulations, you're famous. Boy who survived the catastrophe. Shinya gaped in shock. What have I done? While he was regretting his actions, Adam turned back to him with a cheerful face. The treatment is complete. Boy who survived the catastrophe. Shinya's face crumpled. How is she? Adam replied with a bright smile. Excellent. We used the best healing techniques. Her health is recovering rapidly. She'll wake up in a few minutes. Shinya agreed. I could sense her life force is incredibly strong, as expected of human healing techniques. He finished his sentence and carried Mengyu outside. All right, thank you. We have a mission. We have to take her away. He thought to himself, I have to get back to the main world before she wakes up. Everyone else collapsed to the ground, motionless. Phylan observed, their sustaining spell has ended. They've returned to hell. Asterisk, my video ends here. The above is a summary of the story. Now, goodbye and see you later, bye-bye. I'll be so angry if I wasted a bunch of money for nothing. Asterisk Adam's group waved from behind. That we welcome you anytime, boy who survived the catastrophe. As Shinya carried Mengyu away, he thought, I have to hurry back to the main world before she wakes up. A few soldiers gossip, that's nice. Looks like that girl is his lover. Obviously. Otherwise, who would be willing to spend so much gold to save someone? You're right. If I had that much gold, I could get dozens of wives. A moment later, Mengyu woke up, her vision blurry. She was still dazed. She suddenly jolted awake when she heard Shunya's voice. You're awake. A flash of light streaked past. Mengyu held her sword to Shunya's throat, her face flushed. What did you do to me just now? He replied calmly, a kind of healing technique. It requires unconsciousness to be effective. Mengyu started to raise her hand, realizing the wounds on my body are actually healed. She drew her sword from behind her back, apologetic that I wrongly accused you. Shinya also apologized. I suddenly knocked you unconscious. I'm very sorry. That guy will be here soon. Can you still fight? She gave a slight nod, showing her certainty. A powerful golden aura radiated from her that I want to kill him. Your healing technique is incredible. I've never felt my own power surge like this before. Master Swordsman, Holy Warrior. He stumbled back. Holy Warrior? What does that mean? Could the healing have given her some kind of special buff? Shinya reminded Mengyu, remember to ask who the mastermind behind this is. She replied, I know. Suddenly, he called out, who's there? A laugh came from behind them. Found you too. Shinya and Mengyu immediately went on guard. A wave of dark power enveloped the space. A dark figure emerged from within. Shinya, speak of the devil. She whispered to him, if you don't have any powerful combat skills, I suggest you run. He didn't reply. Mengyu thought to herself, asterisk, I underestimated him before. Does he still have some hidden combat abilities? Asterisk. But as soon as she finished that thought, Shinya ran. He said, she's right. A fight at this level, I should definitely run. Good luck, Mengyu. She was startled, unable to react to his sudden change of heart. Mengyu thought, asterisk, so his talent is in healing then? All right, I can handle this alone. Asterisk. Just as she thought this, Han Tianxing approached her. Why dear Xiao Yu? You didn't run away with him? Were you waiting for me? Mengyu didn't say much, just shifted her weight slightly back, drew her sword, and swung. The sword sliced through his face. He was thrown back that you surpassed the peak. At the same time, rocks and debris exploded everywhere. A bolt of lightning struck from the sky, shattering everything, sending bricks flying. From within the falling rubble, a trembling voice emerged. Impossible. Han Tianxing, head bleeding, face contorted, stood up from the debris. You were clearly heavily injured. Mengyu's face was serious. You dodged that. The falling debris continued, but he stood there, unmoving. Oh, that's it. Shinya? First, he set off an explosion that destroyed half the building to create a diversion for you. Then he healed you. The curse nullified, multiple assassination attempts failed. That boy is certainly not ordinary. Mengyu exclaimed. Shinya blew up half the building? No, that wasn't him. Han Tianxing licked the blood from his lips. Well, no matter. Nothing can entice me like Xiao Yu. Your resilience and determination drive me wild. Look, the wound you gave me is throbbing with excitement. He looked up at the sky, his eyes glowing a terrifying red. Let us continue this entanglement. Back in Adam and Ivan's village, Adam's group gathered together. T seems His Highness the Prince thinks very highly of him. I can't believe he gave him so much royal gold. He's spending it so freely, giving it all to us for a friend. Do you think it's wrong for us to take it all? Adam walked over, grinning. Don't worry. While I was healing him, I slipped the leftover gold into your friend's battle robes. I only took 11 coins. This is what we deserve, you know. Keep in mind, I also gave your friend a strength buff. It lasts for 3 hours. Consider it a token of my respect. Another one chimed in. Where did you put it? The others, hearing Adam, yelled, what? Someone exclaimed in surprise. What's going on? The group continued to list their contributions. I gave him an agility buff. I gave him a resonance buff. Me too. I gave her a perception buff. I gave a spirit buff. They stood in front of the tent. Oh, you're saying that girl has every single blessing available. When all the blessings are cast on one person, it becomes the highest level of amplification magic. Adam and Ivan's faces crumpled. Holy, it can double the effectiveness of all blessings, lasting 3 hours. Everyone started to worry that that's supreme magic. Only royalty can enjoy that. Using it without permission is a serious crime. If anyone finds out, Adam immediately signaled them to be quiet. He coughed lightly. Our divine medical team rarely gathers in full force during this campaign, and we rarely bestow all our blessings. Consider it a gesture of deep friendship for the boy who miraculously survived. Good thing I returned some of the gold. Hopefully, he won't mention this. Elsewhere, Mengyu leaped, slashing at the blood threads. She jumped back and forth, blocking every attack from the bloody tendrils. Mengyu paused, thinking the speed and power of the blood threads are increasing. Compared to the beginning, his attacks are twice as strong. Why? Why can he increase his power? There's been a constant noise since earlier. What is it? Is it related to his power boost? She was about to charge forward, but suddenly noticed something. She stopped and slashed at a nearby wall. The sound was coming from there. A pile of skulls burst from the broken wall, screaming in agony. Her face suddenly darkened. The skulls continued their chaotic screaming. Han Tiansheng stood to the side, punching the wall, causing cracks to spread. That you've discovered the gift I prepared for you. Tears streamed down his face as he smiled. Listen, they're singing to celebrate us. The wall completely crumbled, revealing 2,000 skulls, all shrieking in a piercing cacophony. He knelt down, presenting a box containing a ring. This is our wedding song. The bloody skulls continued their incessant babbling, blood demon myriad life curse. A pair of feet ran swiftly forward. Shinya sprinted through a pile of corpses, muttering to himself. Phylan said, finally, you're being smart this time. We need to take advantage of this moment and escape the building to safety. Shinya retorted, frustrated. Are you kidding? We're one step away from the truth. Phylan was bewildered. You ran down here to escape, didn't you? Shinya kicked open a door. Look around. All the bodies are suddenly chanting. It must be the Skinwalker's doing. We have to find a way to help Mengyu. Phylan, try to stop him. You can't get involved in a fight at this level. That pervert is relying on countless blood magic spells, constantly increasing his power. Listen to me, just run. But Shinya didn't stop, continuing to kick the door. You're right. At this level, I die the moment I charged in. But we can provide support indirectly. Phylan asked. Indirect support? How? And what are you even looking for? Shinya kicked the door open, yelling, found it. It's here. Inside the room, containing a computer, headphones, and other electronic equipment, Phylan was bewildered. This is what you were looking for. It'll be useful. Without further explanation, Shinya grabbed a cable. Time to test the limits of your world's technology, my friend. Phylan seemed to understand, stammering, you don't mean? Meanwhile, elsewhere, skulls cried out incessantly, wailing and lamenting something. Han Tianxing's face darkened as he presented a ring box to Meng. Why dear shall you? Let me use these threads. The threads, woven into a thick cocoon, enveloped Mengyu as if to devour her. He stood aside, chuckling. Weave your own wedding dress, my love. She wouldn't stand for it, immediately slashing with her sword at every thread she could see. Her blade flashed repeatedly, severing thread after thread. But then Mengyu suddenly turned her head. The threads began to wrap around her sword, tightening their grip. She realized, my sword, it's caught. Han Tianxing swiftly approached her. Let me put this ring on you myself. Mengyu recoiled, startled, too fast. He grasped her hand, attempting to slide the ring clinging onto her ring finger. Refusing to let him succeed, she slashed her sword, freeing it from the threads. Then, with a swift spin, she drove the blade through him. He flew back, blood spraying. His face, now covered in blood, turned halfway to look at her, another sword hidden within the sword. She looked back at him, his face twisted in a slight smile. Such a pity. The incessant chanting continued to echo around them. He spoke with chilling confidence, within this endless blood magic curse. Heal, heal, I am invincible. Han Tiansheng continued to mutter and writhe. Xiao Yu, the more complex the process, the sweeter the fruit in the end. The outcome is already decided. He laughed deliriously. Meng Yu stood firm, her voice resolute. Not necessarily. She held both swords, crossing them before her. Two streams of energy emanated from the blades in her hands. He laughed darkly. He chuckled, sharpening the blade. Long left, short right, using battle chi, imperial, the summoning technique. This is called the Laohu, Ryu technique. I never expected someone so young to have mastered such a supreme technique, such supreme swordsmanship, worthy of my love. It's a shame that sword isn't in your hands. Above Meng Yu's head, two immense streams of energy swirled. He continued to taunt her. Otherwise, tonight, we would surely. What a pity. Her face serious. She spoke softly. With a flash, Meng Yu lunged towards Han Tiansheng, her twin blades leading the way. He turned his darkened face towards her. Yes. Good. Just like that, attack. Han Tiansheng unleashed his demonic spell towards Meng Yu, the great bloodthirsty two-headed serpent demon. The blood sacrifice of the tens of thousands who died here answers my call. The shadows continuously rushed towards her. She flinched as dark power surged through her, little fish. Above Han Tiansheng's head, dark tendrils enveloped Meng Yu. Just like that, sleep soundly in my arms. She suddenly realized this is bad. These are the demonic beings he summoned. Meng Yu opened her eyes wide with worry, unable to dodge. Elsewhere, Shinya shouted loudly, "Everyone here, are you all right?" Standing before the ferocious giant monster, Meng Yu surmised, this is bad. This is the demonic being he summoned. The monster's attack power was so great that it caught Meng Yu off guard. She exclaimed to herself, I can't dodge. Meanwhile, Shinya was yelling into a microphone, "Everyone here, are you all right?" Han Tiansheng felt a mixture of confusion and anger at his actions. Meng Yu was also surprised after hearing those words. All the corpses simultaneously emitted strange, incomprehensible sounds. Shinya yelled again, "If you can hear me, yell back." A dark incantation was used again, and a series of corpses cried out behind Han Tiansheng. "This is bad. Death. Pain, so much pain. Help me." The two-headed demonic being roared and retreated. He looked back at the red threads around him, wondering why. My blood curse interrupted. Meng Yu seized this opportunity and swiftly approached Han Tiansheng, launching an attack. She unleashed a double strike with her sword, sending him flying. His body was battered, and blood flowed from his mouth. She turned her back without mercy, saying, "It's over." Suddenly, she heard him chuckle. No, the armor on his body was reforming. He continued softly, "You can't kill me." Meng Yu turned back to look, ignoring the screaming corpses, her mind in turmoil. A sword strike with all her might, yet she couldn't finish him? Did that armor protect him from the fatal blow? The corpses began to utter incomprehensible words, and she sensed impending doom. This is bad. The corpses are chanting incantations again. Han Tiansheng regained his strength and taunted her. "That brat interrupted me just now, but it doesn't matter. Let's continue." Shinya's voice rang out again. "Oh, departed souls, do you know how to sing Happy Birthday? Can we all sing Happy Birthday together?" Around Han Tiansheng and Meng Yu, the dead responded in unison, "Yes, why wouldn't we? Who doesn't know how to sing Happy Birthday?" His voice rang out, "Then let's sing. Say goodbye to all your worries. 3, 2, 1. Everyone sing together." Following his cue, the corpses sang in unison. "Say bye-bye to all your worries. Say hello to all the joy." Han Tiansheng roared in frustration. What is going on? Damn it, my blood curse." Despite him, the singing continued. Dear friend, happy birthday. May every day be wonderful." Meng Yu smiled amidst the ongoing singing. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Outside the hotel, despite the heavy rain, the singing could still be heard. "Today is your birthday. I send you my best wishes." A special day with a bright smile. We gather together, bringing overflowing care and love, wishing you good luck always. Mr. Han roared furiously. Damn it, Shunya, I'm going to kill you. He stomped his foot, cracking the floor in several places, dodging the dust and debris. Meng, you guessed, this is bad. He's gone after Shunya. Debris fell from the ceiling. Phylan warned, run. I sent someone running towards you. It must be the Skinner. Shunya heeded the warning, grabbed his headset with a microphone, and ran. As he ran, he said, My departed friends, do you remember the songs you all loved most? Sing them for me, one after another, don't stop. The living corpses began to sing different songs. The first time I became like this, how could I deny this? Thunderclap, cultivation. This heaven-piercing, earth-shattering golden cudgel. Some even sang in Japanese and Chinese. Others yelled, oh, David, wrapped the buns but forgot the filling. Ignoring the cacophony, that. MR, unintercepted Senya. He gritted his teeth. Found you, Shunya. A sword slashed down, startling him back. Mengyu landed between them, urging Shunya, I'll hold him off. Run. Shunya replied cleverly, you got here fast. He's all yours. Good luck. Mr. Han threatened as Shunya ran. Listen here, brat. If you dare run, I'll kill your parents. Mengyu reassured and urged Shunya, ignore him. Just run. Mr. Han, seeing this, shouted, fine, I'll kill your whole family. I'll eat them right in front of you. Shunya continued running, and after disappearing behind a door, he gave Mr. Han the middle finger. Despite his screaming, I'll skin them. I'm going right now. Shunya paced in circles, muttering, what should I do? What should I do? Phylan consoled him, my brother, I know you're angry, but you haven't learned any fighting techniques yet. How can you get involved in their fight? You'll die for sure if you make a wrong move. Seeing him silent, Phylan continued, and that dark whisper thing was just a fluke. Don't overestimate yourself. Shunya sighed, try to accept it. You're right. He took off his ring and asked, now, if it were you, could you defeat the Skinner? Phylan, enraged, snapped, are you looking down on me? Their level of fighting is like children playing war. If I were at my peak, I could crush him with one hand. His voice suddenly lowered, but talking about this is pointless. I'm too badly injured to act. Of the 36 stratagems, running away is best. Shunya chuckled. Good. It seems we could talk about something else then. Phylan asked in a raised voice, what are you planning now? Shunya lowered his voice. We have a transactional agreement, right? Phylan replied, yes. So what are you getting at? Shunya said, I want to make a deal with you. Then he spoke seriously. I'll help you recover your strength, and you help me deal with him. What do you say? Phylan was so surprised he asked, help me recover my strength. Shunya inquired, last time, on the battlefield outside the tunnel, didn't you tell me how to heal your kind? You use a special kind of incantation, then take a specific object to create a sacrificial altar, then trap a group of undead or living beings inside, drain their power, and you can recover immediately. Phylan replied, that's right, this method can restore someone to peak condition instantly, even if they're on their last breath. Sensing something amiss, Phylan stammered, wait, don't tell me you're planning to use the dead people in the hotel. Shunya looked up at the pile of corpses and asked, will these dead people satisfy the conditions for healing you? Phylan explained, the souls here have all been stripped and imprisoned within their bodies by that skinwalker using magic. It's just enough to perform a high-level energy extraction. But I've lost all my power. I can't force these bodies to chant my sacrificial incantation. Shunya lowered his voice. Let me think of a way. Phylan continued. The entire ritual will take some time. If that skinwalker discovers it, he'll frantically try to stop you. Shunya sighed. Yeah, I'll stall him. Phylan pressed. You're definitely trying to kill him, aren't you? Shunya retorted, blah, blah, blah. So what? Are you scared? Phylan scoffed. I'm afraid you'll trip and die horribly. Shunya replied, if I really die, then you can use your undead magic to turn me into your servant. Phylan said, you should have said that earlier. Let me add this to the contract, then it's a deal. The contract was fully written with Party A and Party B. Party A helps Party B recover his strength, and Party B helps Party A deal with the Skinwalker. If the contract is violated, Party B has the right to use Party A's body and soul. Shunya signed a contract. Deal. So the agreement is in effect. He urged, all right, now recite your incantation. I'll record it and play it for those undead. Phylan hesitated slightly. Normally, we chant it in person. Do you really have to use this bland, emotionless method? Shunya listened, then helplessly advised, look, buddy, I know you're angry, but let me tell you right now you're just ahead. You can't interfere in their battle. You might reach out and get yourself killed. Recording it is the safest way. Don't overestimate yourself. Unable to stand Shunya, Shuny's condescending tone, Phi Lan compromised. Fine. To recover my strength, I'll endure it. He began to chant while Shunya started recording. After the recording finished, Phi Lan gestured, leaving the rest to Shunya. Okay, now, it's your show. Shunya replied seriously. Okay, I'll control everything with my mind. Now, focus all attribute points on agility. The system announced, agility has reached 10.1. Immediately, Shunya's speed increased. As he ran, he yelled as loud as he could, "Oh, deceased ones, please be quiet. I'm going to play a listening comprehension test. Listen carefully, and after listening, please repeat it together. Pay attention, don't miss a single word." The corpses began to revive as they heard the incantation. O restless shadows of the deep abyss beneath the underworld, use the power of our skeletal remains to form an altar, helping one cross the line between life and death. Mr. Han and Mengyu, who were in the midst of battle, were also surprised to hear the incantation. Upon the banquet table of souls, burdened with worries, complete the endless throne of bones, implore the mercy of the Most High. O dark bone mother, O king of the flesh-eating demons, O sovereign Mictlantecuhtli. Shunya continued running around the hotel, shouting even louder, "Please grant me your blessing. Let me spread your majesty throughout all beings." The listening test is over. Has everyone memorized it? Let's recite it together. Unleash the dark whispers. All the corpses recited in unison. O ghosts lingering in the abyss at the bottom of the underworld, transform the wishful force of the souls of your remains into an altar. Mr. Han realized, gritting his teeth, this is an incantation. That brat is controlling the corpses. We must kill him immediately. Phi Lan observed the surroundings triumphantly. Success. The soul fire is blazing. Shunya asked while running, I have to wait until the incantation is finished, right? Phi Lan instructed him, yes, this is only the first step, but it's also the crucial one. Now you have to dodge that skinwalker. He will definitely risk everything to stop you. Shunya ran along the sides of the staircase, the corpses still reciting the incantation, helping him cross the line between life and death. Phi Lan's voice echoed, guiding him. Follow these souls to the rooftop. That's where the soul fire converges. Sendya simply replied, okay. The corpses continued reciting, upon this abundant banquet table of souls. Behind Shunya, Mr. Han had caught up, threatening, you damn bastard, what are you doing? Shunya exclaimed in surprise. So fast? By the staircase, the corpses continued reciting. Join us in completing the endless throne of bones. Shunya continued to run, leaving behind the furious Mr. Han, who yelled while chasing him, don't even think about escaping. While furiously chasing Shunya, Mr. Han suddenly stopped, struck by 2 slashes. Mengyu appeared, her attacks landing on him. Her sword strikes continued to assault him, each precise blow landing more brutally than the last. He was injured to the point of bleeding from his mouth. Observing this, Mengyu thought, oh no, he's so focused on chasing and killing Shunya that he's not even bothering to dodge my attacks. Watching his relentless pursuit of Shunya, Mengyu realized he's even using the momentum of these strikes to propel himself forward. The corpses continued their monotonous chanting, implore the mercy of the Most High. Shunya reached the rooftop door and was pushing it open. Mr. Han was close behind, threatening, you can't escape. As he ran, Shunya thought, he's using the momentum of the strikes to get closer. A voice echoed, call upon the mercy of the Supreme Being. Mr. Han shouted from behind, you won't get away. With that, he leaped towards Shunya. Mr. Han was now solely focused on capturing his prey. However, he found himself in a different, desolate place, wondering, where did that little bastard go? A voice echoed, the Darkbone Mother. The king of demons, the sovereign Mictlantecuhtli. The voice continued as Shunya passed through the door, please help me. He continued running, but looked back to say, I'll leave him to you. Mengyu replied, simply, Mr. Han, when did you get here? How did you get past me? You dare to trick me. I'll chop you to pieces. A voice said, let me spread your majesty to all living beings. Phi Lan's voice rang out, it's done. Now I need the dead to willingly pour their power into me, so I can recover my strength. Shunya urged, everyone, it's time for revenge. You only have this one chance. Give your strength to me. He channeled his power, O lost souls, gather here. Let us together Suddenly, someone shouted, Shinya, watch out. Mengyu fought and warned simultaneously, to kill you. He'll stop at nothing. Mr. Han, filled with murderous intent, roared die. He lunged, striking his opponent. Seeing this, Mengyu cried out, Shinya. Mr. Han was suddenly taken aback. He watched in astonishment as his opponent dissolved in illusion. Shinya, standing to the side, began to channel his power intensely. O lost souls, heed my call. Let us together. Mr. Han, still disoriented, muttered, Since when? Shinya shouted a command. Kill him. Each wailing, resentful spirit groaned. Revenge. A whirlwind swirled around the area, shaking the surroundings. The cries of hatred continued unabated. Revenge. All that power converged around the jade pendant. Mr. Han charged forward confidently. Kill me? You're joking. You think you can kill me? Suddenly, something attacked him from his blind spot. A long sword, several feet in length, plunged deep into Mr. Han. Mengyu, watching from the side, couldn't help but be surprised. This is... Mr. Han, grievously wounded, lay there, unable to move. As rain began to fall, Shinya spoke. I wasn't joking. I said I'd kill you, and I will. A day late, a second late, would be my fault. Shinya stood proudly atop the massive skeletal figure that had wielded the sword, and continued, Now you die. His face was cold and emotionless, standing before all those Mr. Han had killed. Mr. Han still managed to utter a few words. Calamity? You can summon calamity. Looking up at Shinya, Mengyu thought, Calamity? So this is his trump card. Shinya commanded, Finish him. Fai Lan, following the command, raised his sword and swung it down. Mr. Han, still lying there, shouted, Don't you dare. Bloody tendrils began to rise, confusing Fai Lan. He taunted, These threads are the power you're so proud of. With a single, effortless wave of his hand, Fai Lan severed the red tendrils. Not even worth a single blow. Mr. Han was utterly astonished. What? Fai Lan scoffed. A wretch like you doesn't even deserve my personal attention. He voiced the sentiment he had long held within. Countless souls are wailing in my ears. They've been bound for too long. It's time. The surrounding space suddenly brightened, blindingly. So depicted, set them free. The entire scene, with its densely packed rooftops, blazed with light. The souls revived. One by one, the souls could now move, their eyes glowing brightly in the dark night. Mengyu walked among them, remaining as vigilant as possible. Fai Lan stood in the pouring rain, gesturing and proclaiming, Resentful spirits, the time for revenge has come. Mr. Han crawled. Try to escape. Damn it, I can't control them. Did you steal my technique? He struggled, conjuring weak, silken threads. Damn it. Using the threads, Mr. Han swung himself up and away from the crowd. Seeing this, Fai Lan said, Trying to run? He opened his mouth and unleashed a brilliant golden stream of power directly at him. Mr. Han was engulfed by the power, stunned. My body. Fai Lan continued, Don't be tense. It's just a soul-suppressing technique to restrain you. It can cause your soul and body to tremble, temporarily depriving you of the ability to move, but there's no real harm. Mr. Han retorted, Well, tell me that sooner. Let's add this to the contract. Then it's a deal. Fai Lan continued, as the resentful spirits hungered for Mr. Han. After all, right now, they all crave your living flesh. In an instant, they lunged, devouring the prey they had long awaited. Piece by piece, spirit by spirit, they tore at him without hesitation. Fai Lan added, Humans always think that killing the murderer can sever hatred, but in the end, the dead will awaken and drag you into the abyss. A blood-curdling scream echoed from the center of the throng. Mr. Han struggled and resisted. I don't want to die. Save me. Oh, great God. I'm willing to offer you everything I have. Fai Lan then made a strange movement, and the resentful spirits reacted simultaneously. A swirling vortex of black and red enveloped Mr. Han. He rejoiced, believing he was saved. Thank you, great being. Descend. Please descend. Take everything I have. Suddenly, Mr. Han realized something was wrong. He questioned why. Great being, why do you reject me? Shinya, observing the situation, said, He's casting a spell. Quick, restrain him. He then charged with his sword, attacking Mr. Han. Not so fast, you bastard. I want to use this sword to avenge Chun Hao Yu. Mengyu shouted from the side, Shinya, be careful. Shinya, noticing the situation, said, He's casting a spell. Quick, restrain him. He then charged with his sword, attacking Mr. Han. Not so fast, you bastard. I want to use this sword to avenge Chun Hao Yu. Mengyu shouted from the side, Shinya, be careful. Mr. Han thought, fools. Even though the great god didn't come personally, his shadow still protects me. An unexpected attack severely injured Shunya Dai. Shunya, on the ground, said, such an unpredictable move. He continued, idiot, falling for the same trick twice. Mr. Han was furious. Damn it, a clone again. Shunya aimed his gun at Mr. Han. Take this. The bullet hit a resentful spirit behind Mr. Han. Both Fai Lan and Shunya were speechless with embarrassment. Shunya quickly tried to recover from the awkward situation. Sorry, I haven't practiced with a gun, so my aim is off. But that doesn't matter. Go, Firen. Use your flames. Kill him. Fai Lan raised his sword and thrust it skyward. Mr. Han was struck in an instant, unable to react. That guy reacted strangely, dissipating a thick, bizarre aura in the air. Fai Lan quickly noticed and warned, careful. He shielded me, using bone-white palm. Fai Lan urgently explained, what's going on? The moment the guy expired, something ominous scattered from his body. Some unknown entity tried to ambush you. If he hadn't used a defensive spell in time, you would be dead. Meng Yu from behind signaled, look. A dark shadow enveloped the guy's corpse and carried it away. That shadow wanted to take the revealed guy's body. It quickly carried him away through the window. Meng Yu, without hesitation, chased after it. Don't even think about escaping. Shouldn't you try to stop her? Wait, Meng Yu. Fai Lan added, damn it, why aren't we going after them? He explained, I don't want to. If I use all my strength to run, I can't take you with me. If I leave you here and that thing comes back, I won't be able to save you in time. Protecting your life takes priority. What was that shadow anyway? Could it be the same one that blew up the building? Shunya immediately denied it. That's not right. It helped the revealed guy. It's definitely not the one who blew up the building, because the one who blew up the building is helping Meng Yu. He hesitantly offered a guess. Could there be another person here? Fai Lan reassured him, don't be too stressed. Right now, it seems the mysterious person helping Meng Yu doesn't have malicious intent. Use the radio and ask. Shunya agreed. That's a good idea. He quickly made the request. Whoever helped us earlier, please show yourself so we can meet. After waiting for a long time, Fai Lan slumped. It seems this person doesn't want to appear. Shunya was suddenly drawn to something behind him. He asked downwards, Guihua, how is it? Did you get that girl to the martial arts building safely? Did anything happen? The voice below replied, mission failed. Target lost. The voice from a vehicle reported, the target jumped off me mid-trip, landing safely on the road, then disappeared. I don't know which way she went. Shunya was surprised, what? Fai Lan added, that motorcycle was so fast, and she could jump off mid-trip? She's definitely not ordinary. I told you, don't get involved in helping strangers. It's lucky she didn't attack you. A sudden noise broke the silence. A notification appeared on the phone screen. Meng Yu sent a message. His expression changed. This is... A sudden noise broke the silence. A notification appeared on the phone screen. Meng Yu sent a message. His expression changed. This is... The scene rewound to Tan Don, standing peacefully by the lake, watching the sunset. Someone asked her, Tan Don, what kind of boyfriend do you hope to find in the future? She replied, a boyfriend? I've never thought about it. The person said, you can start thinking about it now. After all, you're about to grow up. Who knows how many outstanding young men are eagerly waiting. Tan Don hesitated, not responding. Then she recalled a memory from the past. When I was little, I visited the Shun family once. My sister and I were chased by a fierce dog. Shunya stopped the dog. He was very kind. I've always remembered him. She softly continued, if I had to find a boyfriend, I hope he'd be like him. Suddenly, the video became distorted with static and cut off. Cut to the source of the voice. Who is that Shunya kid? Those guys sound smug. We've investigated him. He's completely ordinary. He won't have any contact with her. Have you figured out Tan Don's intentions? Where she goes looking for him? The person's back is turned. The deputy is in charge of this task. You guys figured out. I don't want to see that kid appear in front of my beloved Tan Don. The others confidently affirmed, don't worry, boss. This doesn't even require us to personally handle it. Scheming smiles appear. Hire someone to do it. Make it look like an accident. Simple. It's just a matter of recruitment. The video cuts out, but a voice continues. Yeah, hire someone to take him out. Shunya froze upon hearing the last words of the video. Just consider it teaching him a lesson. He muttered, shaking, are you serious? Shunya's heart was deeply shaken. I'd imagined so many scenarios. I thought someone was targeting the Shun family or wanted to attack my parents by killing me. I even considered that someone might know about the soul from another world residing within this body. But I never thought the truth would be this absurd. The spirits behind him spoke, thank you, young man. They said, "Thank you for helping us, for killing that demonic man. We were no match for him. He killed us all. Only you avenged us. Thank you." They were playful, yet earnest. But I really want to know why that demonic man wanted to kill us. Shanya replied accordingly. Oh, he addressed them all. That assassin was clearly targeting me, but he ended up involving so many of you. I hope you could be reborn somewhere else and live with dignity, unlike now, dying helplessly, full of regrets. Shinya comforted them. Don't worry, and don't be attached to anything here. One day, when I'm strong enough, I'll find the mastermind behind this and kill him. He was full of goodwill. I swear, I will do this. Shinya's mind raced. I'm too weak right now. I couldn't keep up with Mengyu when she chased a shadow. I had to hold the skeleton back to protect me. A hand reached out. A spirit placed a hand on his shoulder. The spirit said kindly, "Regardless, thank you for being willing to avenge us. Take care and live well." Yes, that demon is dead, and we can finally rest. Other spirits also came forward to comfort Shinya. They expressed their heartfelt wishes. You must live a long and healthy life, free from illness and hardship. Gain greater strength, and finish off the mastermind behind all this. We will bless you from hell. Thank you. These spirits, though cold, were no longer saddened by the heavy rain. One by one, they looked up, savoring the remaining moments. Thank you. Thank you so much. A wide shot of densely packed, brightly lit rooftops. The spirits revived. They all collapsed onto the ground, motionless. Phi Lan observed, the spell sustaining them has ended. They returned to hell. My video ends here. The above is a summary of the story. If you have any comments, please leave them below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more interesting videos. And now, goodbye and see you later. Bye-bye.